Pre-game set at Safeco. There's Ichiro Suzuki. Oh, they're on their feet. Johnny Damon, the new A, ready to go. Carlos Guillen replacing A-Rod at short. And you know what? They don't miss A-Rod. Bottom 8 tied at 4. Jim Mercier facing Suzuki. And Ichiro lays one down. Mercier airmails first. Carlos Guillen to third. Ichiro going in there at second. The Japanese fans are on their feet. That'll look good on your HD TV. 3 batters later. Bases loaded for John Olerud. Off of Mark Guthrie. It's deep enough. Guillen tags and comes in. Guthrie is not psyched, and the M's win 5-4. Seattle snaps a 3-game season-opening losing streak. Last time, neither Ken Griffey Jr. or A-Rod were both missing from the Mariners opening day lineup. 1988, long time. Back then, Ray Quinones started at short, and Mike Kingery was Seattle's center fielder.
A's, Mariners, play faster. Game 1 went 3 hours, 23 minutes. Only 3-hour game in the AL on Monday. Barry Zito making quick work here of Brett Boone. 1-3, you're put out. Top 3 bases are loaded. John Halama facing Miguel Tejada. Tejada. His bat better than Halama's ball. Mike Cameron gives good effort but can't get it. Grand slam, 3rd career granny for Tejada, 4-0 A's. Bottom 4th, same score, 2 outs. Zito strikes out Boone. He had a no-hitter through 5 2/3. Cameron broke that up. Zito finishes with 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs. Without Alex Rodriguez, the Mariners have 13 hits, 12 singles in their first 2 games. Oakland's won 6 of its last 8 games in Seattle. First 2, this is the tiebreak. 4th inning, Jeremy Giambi facing Aaron Seeley. Miguel Tejada on second. Now he's running. There's a single. Al Martin coming up with it. Al Martin, strong arm there. At the dish. Tejada safe. A's go up 2-1. Bottom of the inning. It's 2-2. David Bell. Runners on the corners. Bell off Jeff Tam. Rattles around the left field corner. Carlos Guillen scores. Double for Bell. Seattle up 3-2. 3 batters later. 3. Tam facing Edgar Martinez. All he does is get base hits and drive in runs. Put 2 more on his total. Seattle puts 7 up in the inning. Martinez 3 for 4, 2 ribs. Mariners win at 10-2. 7 runs in the 6th. Skipper Lou Piniella said this shows we can still do it. Aaron Seeley 6 strong, 2 runs, 7 hits. Martinez finishes 8 for 10 in the 3-game series with Rod's first visit with his former team since bolting for the Rangers $252 million. M's fans are hacked off. They cheered Monday when Safeco Field's video replay board showed A-Rod booting a ball in Texas' Sunday opener in Puerto Rico. There is, however, no animosity among Mariners players, just hugs all around on Friday, with A-Rod saying about his former teammates, "I wish I could have lunch with them all." First of a 3-game set at the ballpark in Arlington. Lou was happy to see him. Top 1, Mark McLemore. Taking a Rick Helling deep to right center. A 2-run shot is first. It's 2-0 Seattle. Helling allowed 7 runs on 9 hits and 3+. Bottom 7, Mariners lead 7-2. Bases full for Rafael Palmeiro off Norm Charlton. A grand slam, his first homer of the year. Raffy's 9th career granny. Rangers back within 1. It's 7-6. 7-7 in the 8th. Rusty Greer to center. Ken Caminiti, they're going to wave him in. Mike Cameron comes up throwing, and look at Tom Lampkin. Block the plate, and he holds on. We go to extra innings. Top 10 now. Oh, the drama. Ichiro, the 7-time Japanese batting champion. First pitch from Jeff Zimmerman in his first major league home run. Ichiro with the drama. The Mariners win 9-7. He goes 4 for 6 on his big night, outdoing A-Rod, who went 1 for 4 with 2 Ks. Kazuhiro Sasaki, the M's other player from Japan, worked a perfect 10th to get his 2nd save. Rodriguez, by the way, now 5 for 20 on the season. He struck out 7 times and is still looking for his first RBI as a Ranger. Williams baseball rights. They were hosting Seattle Saturday, even without Ricky. Top 4, Anthony Sanders to A-Rod, who sticks the landing. Top 5, they're loaded. Brett Boone. Down the left field line, it is going to score Mike Cameron. They wave in Edgar Martinez. Boone with 3 RBIs on Saturday, and the Mariners take a 4-3 lead. Bottom 9, Rangers down 6-3. 2 on for A-Rod, still without an RBI as a Ranger. There's RBI number 1 and 2. Frank Catalano and Randy Velarde come in. Texas gets within 1. Rodriguez to double. 2 out. Ken Caminiti, who had homered earlier in the game, grounds out to end it. Kazuhiro Sasaki survives, and the M's win 6-5.
Rangers have lost 3 straight overall and 8 of their last 10 meetings with Seattle. Ryan Franklin, his first major league win after 3 innings of shutout relief. Sasaki made it interesting, but he picks up his 3rd save.
Series finale at the ballpark in Arlington. Top 8, Mariners down 4-2. Mark McLemore on as a pinch hitter. The former Ranger delivers off Mike Venafro. That's gone. It's a home run. You get to touch them all. Game tied at 4. Second of the year for McLemore. Bottom 8, same score. Randy Velarde's first at bat. He was in as a defensive replacement. Good defense here. He hits the home run off Jose Paniagua. Tim Crabtree comes in, gets a save, and the Rangers salvage the 3rd game of this one, 5-4. Velarde, 7 extra base hits, the only Ranger to get a hit in every game this season. A-Rod goes 4-for-11 in the series, walked twice and hit by a pitch on Sunday.
A's getting together again, top 3. Mariners up 1-0. Edgar against Gil Heredia. And Big Wood for Martinez, his first of the year. 2-0 Seattle. Bottom 5, 2-0 Mariners. Terrence Long facing John Alama, and Long, John Olerud knocking it down. Brett Boone hustling over, and Terrence Long not happy, got punched down. Bottom 7, 3-1 Mariners. Bases loaded for Eric Chavez. Arthur Rhodes gets him swinging. Mariners keep the 3-1 lead. Johnny Damon, who hasn't hit a lick so far, grounder to 3rd. David Bell. Boy, when you're not hitting, things like that happen. Damon slapping it. Bell, the terrific play from the seat of his pants. David Bell making the nice play to save the hit there, and the Mariners go on to beat the A's. Again, Oakland having trouble with the sticks. Only 5 hits, 1 run, 5-1 the final. Carlos Guillen scored 3 runs. Bell, in addition to the great defense you saw, 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. And Seattle has now won 4 out of 5, while Oakland has lost 4 out of 5.
The bottom 7, man on first for Miguel Tejada, who sautés one to left, but Mark McLemore, the great running catch out there. Top 8, 1-zip M's, 2 on from Brett Boone. He would not leave him on. Bomb to left center, over Terrence Long's head. Ali, income free. McLemore scores. John Olerud hot behind him. Boone with the 2 RBI double. It's 3-zip M's. Bottom 8. After pinch hitting, Ichiro goes out to right field. We're going to need him. Ramon Hernandez shoots one that way. Terrence Long going to try Ichiro's arm, and he is lunch meat. He is Kato Salami. The gun by Ichiro Suzuki. Jay Buhner congratulates him as the M's win at 3-0. Their 5th win in the last 6 games over Oakland. Kazuhiro Sasaki earned his major league leading 5th save in this one. Aaron Seeley, a quality effort, 8 shutout innings. He allowed just 4 hits on the night.
A's are alphabetically as A's, M's. Ichiro Suzuki leading off, hitting 371. Suzuki, that's Japanese for little bingo. It's the top of the 3rd, 1-zip A's. 2 batters later with 2 on. Oh boy, Tim Hudson hit Edgar Martinez's bat right in the fat part. 2nd homer of the season. He's 7 for 13 lifetime against Hudson. Rick Peterson comes out. He's the pitching coach, calms down Hudson. And, of course, what he said worked out perfectly with the bases. Chucky throws a wild pitch, and John Olerud scores from 3rd, 4-1 Mariners. After another Hudson walk, Carlos Guillen, who comes in batting 111, 3 for 27, drives one for a ground rule double. Brett Boone scores the Mariners up 5-1. Art House says, that's enough. Kid, you're out. Hudson, 2 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs on 6 hits and 4 walks. 7-3 Mariners. They sweep Oakland for the first time since '93, and they break Hudson's 10-start unbeaten streak. And at 7-2, they are off to the best start in the 25-year history of the franchise. Insert your A-Rod, Junior, or Big Unit snide comment here. A's scored just 4 runs in 3 games.
It's got Schoenweiss on the hill for Anaheim. Top 1, Edgar Martinez. Right off Schoenweiss to left center. Take a look. Goes right off his head. Mike Cameron scores from first. 1-0 Seattle. Edgar's 9th RBI. Bottom 8 now. Seattle leads 3-2. Man on first. 1 out. Arthur Rhodes deals. Tim Salmon. Deep to right. Ichiro back. He leaps at the wall and takes it away from Salmon. Suzuki throws to first. Orlando Palmeiro is doubled off. One more look. Ichiro lines it up perfectly. And he makes the catch. Still 3-2 Seattle now. Bottom 9. Man on first for Garrett Anderson. Kazuhiro Sasaki. Anderson gets into this one deep to right, and Ichiro can leap all he wants. It's gone. Angels win it 4-3. Anderson with the walk-off home run. Can't get enough of that term. Darren Erstad 1 for 3 for the Angels. He's now Angels looking for their 4th straight win. Mariners at Anaheim Saturday. Bottom 3, Freddie Garcia gets Darren Erstad fishing. Garcia struck out the side in the 3rd. He had a no-hitter into the 6th. Top 5, 1-0 Seattle, 2 on. It's Ichiro.
2-0 lead. There's a
into left. Dan Wilson jogs in. It's now 2-0 Seattle. It was 2-1 M's in the bottom of the 7th. Garcia is cruising. David Eckstein. No. Garcia went 7 2/3, allowed only 2 hits, and the Mariners win 2-1. Freddie Garcia has now won 6 of his last 7 starts. Seattle now 6-0 against righty starters this season, the only team in the major leagues without a loss to right-handed pitching.
To Anaheim, the Angels and the M's. Pat Rapp facing Edgar Martinez. It is deep and not playable. 3rd homer of the year. Top 8. Game now tied at 3. 2-minute board. Brett Boone, 4th team in 4 years. Shigetoshi Hasegawa gives up the double past Benji Gill. Mariners up 5-3. Still in the 8th. Mariners leading at 6-3. And Carlos Guillen checking the signs at 3rd. David Bell at 3rd. Stan Javier on 2nd. Could he late? Yep, he did it again. Didn't he do this last year in the postseason? To perfection. The suicide squeeze. Bell comes plateward. M's go on to win this one by the final of 7-5. Seattle remains the only team in the majors that has not lost to a right-handed starter, going 7-0. The M's will now return to Seattle and await the arrival of A-Rod.
A-Rod greeted nicely by his ex-teammate Edgar Martinez, but what about the fans? You knew that was going to happen. You knew the signs were going to come out big time. The fans were creative. They even threw paper money in protest of A-Rod's appearance. Here he is at his first at bat. Grounded to 3rd, David Bell. Throws to 2nd for the force. Bottom 2nd, Mariners up 1-0, bases loaded for Mike Cameron. Hasn't he been something since replacing Ken Griffey Jr. a year ago? A-Rod can't make the play. Dan Wilson, Carlos Guillen would score. M score 5 in the inning. 6-0 Mariners. Top of the 3rd, A-Rod 2nd at bat. Rodriguez. Watch this closely. It's his only hit of the game. It loaded the bases. The Rangers would score 4 in that inning, and they were down 6-4. Same score, top of the 4th. A-Rod. Back to the pitcher, Ryan Franklin, who races A-Rod to first for the out. Boy, the fans love that. Still same score, 6-4. Seattle. Ryan Franklin facing A-Rod again, and got him. Mariners still up now 7-5. It was 9-5 Mariners in the 9th. 2 outs, 1 on. Rafael Palmeiro. For the love of elevation, his 2nd home run of the game. Rangers down 9-7 now. Next batter, Pudge Rodriguez. So dangerous, but not right there. David Bell, 0 for 4 at the plate, but that was a nice play. Game over. Mariners win, beating A-Rod's team, the Texas Rangers, 9-7. Usually the Rangers are involved in the 9-8 game. This time it was 9-7. Rangers starter Ryan Glynn allowed 7 runs in 3 innings and losing his 7th straight start dating back to last season. Mike Cameron drove in 3 runs for Seattle. After, A-Rod reacted to the negative reaction by Mariner fans and said he wasn't surprised by it.
I thought they were great. It's not like they were cursing. It's not like they were throwing things. I thought they were loud and exciting and supporting their team. And if I was a fan, I probably would have duplicated what they did. I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun out there. It was fun to come back. It brought back some incredible memories. And I'm glad I get the opportunity to play against them. It's so nice to come back to the Northwest, a place where I have so many warm memories. And I think it's fun. I mean, if they were playing, I would probably be booing the fans. So, I mean, it kind of, it's all good.
Now, about A-Rod. Ifco looking to take 2 straight from A-Rod and the Rangers. Bottom 1, no score. Rick Helling on the mound. That could be disaster. Edgar Martinez, A-Rod backhand, the low throw. Though Rafael Palmeiro, can't blame him. It's a low throw. Martinez is safe. Error on A-Rod. It would cost them because your next batter is John Olerud. His first home run of the year makes it 2-0 Seattle against Helling. Came in with an ERA over 12. Palmeiro facing Jamie Moyer, and Palmeiro testing Ichiro in right. Ichiro timing his jump perfectly, robbing Rafi of a home run. Bottom 2, same score. A-Rod's replacement at short is Carlos Guillen, and Guillen makes it happen. Don't you think that was sweet for Carlos? His first 4-0 Seattle. Bottom 7, 5-4 Mariners with a runner on 3rd. Mike Cameron, the chopper, A-Rod. That's 2 errors in this game. Ichiro would score. Another Seattle victory over A-Rod's Texas Rangers. 6-4 the final. Rick Helling, 6 1/3, 10 hits allowed, 4 earned runs allowed. Mariners have won 4 straight and 10 of 12. Ichiro 4 for 4. A 12-game hit streak for him that ties the Seattle rookie mark.
A-Rod, top of the first, facing Brett Tomko, shoots it down the line, and A-Rod, his second hit of the series, a double, finished 2 for 12 in his trip to Safeco. Next batter, Rafael Palmeiro off Tomko. That's very high. Palmeiro 1 for 3. The one hit was a good one. His 4th homer of the year, 2-zip Rangers. Bottom 6, 7-4 Rangers. Ichiro at the plate against Doug Davis, and adios, another home run for this cat. His 2nd of the year, extends his hitting streak to 13 games, 7-5, favor the Rangers still. Bottom 8, Mike Venepro pitching. 2 on for Mark McLemore, the former Ranger. Bo Porter is there, misplays it though. David Bell will score, and it's now 7-6. The lead down to 1. Next batter, Ichiro will pop up harmlessly to third base. Game will end in the 9th. SportsCenter to follow. It is Seattle's 4th loss in their last 14 games versus Texas, and just their 4th loss of the season. John Olerud did hit a 2nd homer of the season, went 2 for 4. Texas, every Ranger had a hit except for Randy Velarde.
With no A-Rod distractions, the Mariners return to just playing baseball against the Angels. 2 outs, no score. Freddie Garcia striking out Tim Salmon. Salmon did have 3 of the Angels' 6 hits in this game. Garcia humming along. See? Striking out Ben Molina. Garcia struck out 6, retiring the first 11 Angels. Carlos Guillen. Broken bat shot of Wally Joyner. He's a veteran. Double and Al Martin off first. We're scoreless. Bottom of the 6th, 2 on, 2 out, John Olerud. Just sort of bloops it. He's a professional hitter. Ichiro comes around from second. Ichiro, by the way, had 2 hits in this game. Olerud was 2 for 4. Mariners lead by 1. Mariners lead by 2. Garrett Anderson over Olerud's head. Down the line it goes. Troy Gloss comes all the way around from first. He's useful, and Gloss would beat the throw home. Angels trim that lead by Seattle to 2-1. Top of the 9th, it was 3-2 now, Mariners. 2 out, 1 on. Sasaki getting Scott Spezia to fly deep. Would it be deep enough? Ichiro is there, and he puts it away. Sasaki getting his 8th save, and Mariners getting a victory 3-2. Ichiro hit in the first inning.
Mariners trying to extend their best start ever. 2nd of a 4-game business from the Angels. Bottom 1, Ichiro down the right field line. The hit streak now to 15. He's 2 for 4 on Friday. More on him in a moment. What a start. Bottom 4, Brett Boone. And this one goes to first. The throw to second, and then back over to first. That's how you turn 2. Boone is safe, though. Hold on. So runners on the corners. Still 4th. Boone on 2nd after an Al Martin RBI ground out. Tom Lampkin to left. They're going to wave in Boone, and it's a 3-1 Seattle lead. Top 9, Kazuhiro Sasaki trying to shut the door on Glenn Allen Hill to second. And look at Boone. Nice play here. Mariners win 4-1. Sasaki's 9 saves. Angels have lost 4 straight to Seattle. Ichiro, 15 straight games he's hit in. He went 2 for 4, as we mentioned. He's hitting 400 during his hitting streak, 26 for 65. Then there's Tim Salmon, who was 0 for 2 Friday. He is just 5 for his last 31.
That's John Olerud with the bases loaded off Jared Washburn. He rips it. Foul. Jared Washburn throwing a little like Chris Washburn, because 3 pitches later, Olerud, as they say in the biz, straightens it out. That is the money ball. Olerud 2 for 3, the grand slam. The Mariners led 4-0. He's now hitting 375. Top 4, 1 out, bases empty. Troy Gloss. Carlos Guillen backing up Jamie Moyer, who gave up just 3 hits in 5 innings. Was thrown on 3 days rest. Top 6, bases loaded again. Adam Kennedy. Ryan Franklin. There's Olerud to make the defensive play. Angels fail to score in top 8. Arthur Rhodes gets Scott Spezia. It was a half swing, but it's a whole strike. 5-2 is your final. The Mariners.
Ball for the Angels and the Mariners. It's Aaron Seeley, hoping to help the M's to a sweep. Seeley to Garrett Anderson. The 4-6-3 double play in the top of the 4th. Seeley pitched 6 scoreless innings. Bottom 4, Al Martin. It's deep and not playable. First homer of the year for Al. Mariners led it 2-0. The Al Mariners. Mariners up 5-0. Darren Erstad. Mark McLemore with the grab and gets the force at second. Mariners win this one by the final of 5-0. Mariners complete the 4-game sweep of the Angels. That's the first time in team history they have done that. With the sweep, the M's improved to 15-4. They now head east to meet the Yankees. This marked the 15th time in 19 games the Angels' opponent has scored first.
For the Yankees in that ALCS, now pitching for the Mariners, Freddie Garcia lost this battle with Bernie Williams in the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees go up 5-3 on Bernie's second of the year. Top of the 7th, man on. Roger is still in the game. Tom Lampkin at left. Chuck Knobloch gloves it, and the ball caroms off the wall, back in. Boone, who was on the run, said, just come on home now, Brett. It's ruled a home run for Lampkin. Joe Torre and Lance Barksdale discussed, but the ruling still stands that the ball had left the yard, but as you can see, it sort of pops off the top, just like Todd Zeal's home run or fly ball did in Game 1 of last year's World Series. Top of the 8th, John Olerud up at the plate, and he brings in Edgar Martinez with 2 outs in the 8th inning. The Mariners had an insurance run in the 9th. First 2 runs scored off of Mike Stanton this year. Bottom of the 8th, Seattle still up by 1. 2 on, 2 outs. Norm Charlton facing Tino Martinez. Swinging. Charlton struck out the side in the 8th. The Mariners go on a win, 7-5. Garcia retired the last 7 batters he faced and hung around long enough to get the win, improving his career regular season numbers against the Yankees to 3-1 with a 3.74 ERA. That's 5 straight wins for the Mariners, who improved to 9-3 this season in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. The days of home run derbies and blown saves in Seattle are over. The Mariners' current April ERA is more than a run better than last April's, which wasn't too shabby in its own right. Seattle entered Tuesday's game in New York with the major's 5th best ERA, while its pen has blown only 2 of 14 saves. That is how Seattle is 12 games over 500, Reese.
In the Bronx, Mariners looking for their 6th straight win. Top of the 2nd, David Bell liner, Derek Jeter, the great catch. The replay confirms what we already suspected. He caught it. 2 batters later, bases loaded, 2 outs. Carlos Guillen, liner to right. Paul O'Neill, gets right by him. All 3 runners come on to score. Guillen goes into second. Mariners up 3-0, and Andy Pettitte not pleased. Gave up 4 runs in the inning. Now bottom of the 5th, Yankees down 5-3. Made a comeback, 2 on, 2 outs. Jorge Posada down the left field line. That brings in Chuck Knobloch and Jeter. Posada ends up with a double. 3 for 4, 2 RBI, and you just saw him. Game tied at 5. Now top of the 6th, Mariners have taken a 6-5 lead. 2 on, 2 outs. Ichiro. The single to right center brings home Bell. Ichiro 2 for 5, 2 RBI. Mariners win their 6th straight, 7-5 the final. Seattle improving its record to 17-4. 3 RBI for AL's all-time strikeout leader before this one. Top of the 5th, man on second, tied at 1. Edgar Martinez off Mike Mussina. The single to right brings home Mike Cameron and gives Seattle a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 5th now, nobody on. Jamie Moyer to Chuck Knobloch. And Knobloch, his first homer of the year, a solo shot, and we are all even at 2. Top of the 7th now, runners on first and second. It's Martinez again, as he rips one. This one going all the way to the wall in center field. Going to score 2 runners on a double for Edgar. He was 3 for 5, drove in 4 in the game. Now to the bottom of the 9th, 7-3 Seattle. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bernie Williams facing Arthur Rhodes. Williams, the grounder to short. Carlos Guillen makes the play, and that is your ball game. The M's just keep on rolling. 7-3 the final. They complete their first sweep of the Yankees in nearly 4 years. 7 straight wins now for the Mariners, who are a Major League best 18-4. The Yanks 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They have lost 8 of their last 11.
Yeah. Top 2, Tom Lampkin scalding one that way. Frank Thomas can't make the play. That's why they like Frank as a DH. Error 3. After 2 walks, Ichiro goes down that line off Thomas's glove. 2 runs would score on the double. Ends up 2-zip. Could be some bad news for Frank Thomas. He's in some obvious pain. He hurts himself. It is a strained right tricep. Thomas day to day. Aaron Seeley throwing wiffle balls, and Paul Konerko. Check this thing out as it falls off the table. Even the catcher, Tom Lampkin, has trouble catching up with that thing. What a yacker. Seeley goes 7 innings, struck out 4, top 8. John Olerud, ground ball to Herbert Perry. Edgar Martinez sliding into second base, goes down in pain. His right ankle kind of crumples under him. He would leave the game. No word on his status. Go to the bottom of the ninth. The bases are bloated. White Sox down 8-3. Kaz Sasaki gets Ray Durham to softly line out, and the Mariners win again, 8-3. Sasaki gets his 12th save. That ties Lee Smith's record for the month of April. 8 straight wins for the M's. Their record an ungodly 19-4, the best start since the aforementioned '87 Brewers. The White Sox, on the other hand, have dropped 9 of 12. The injured Frank Thomas with the bases bloated, and Bain snaps out of a 2-for-21 slump. Brings in a couple. Bain's first 2 RBI on the year. White Sox up 5-4. But these are the Mariners. They never lose. Top 6, Mark McLemore facing Rocky Biddle. And Mark McLemore showing some muscles. That's over the wall. His 3rd home run of the season. We're tied at 5. Later, Brett Boone up with 2 on. The scalding shot off the glove of Jose Valentin. That'll bring Mike Cameron around. 6-5 M's. Top 8. Lorenzo Barcelo facing David Bell, and David wins. Sticks it into center. Edgar Martinez will score. Boone will come around as well. The Mariners extend to 8-5. Kazuhiro Sasaki, he is automatic. Gets Magli Ordonez to fly to center. And the Mariners win again 8-5. Sasaki breaks Lee Smith's record for saves in April with 13. Seattle with the most wins ever in the month of April. The M's at 20-4, off to the best start since the '87 Brewers, who also started 20-4.
Johnson, he came in the Randy Johnson trade. Came out the gate real well right here. The nasty breaker ball. He's got one of the best hooks in the game. Another one, and his changeup. Those are the 2 pitches that make it very tough on hitters. And here he gets a ground ball, double play later on in the next inning. So he came out the gate throwing the ball pretty good. But I'll tell you what, his counterpart wasn't too bad either.
Mark Burley. Garcia, 8 scoreless innings. This is Mark Burley, not Burley Grimes, but he gets McLemore swinging.
Coming at me.
Pretty good curveball, huh?
Very good curveball. He moved it in and out, kept the hitters off balance. And the left-handers, he got out. A lot of times you're not able to get the outs, and he got the big double play when he needed it in this game. Was just beginning to see what kind of trend it was going to be.
As Durham started that one on Olerud. Brett Boone, but it's an opposite field home run. And in the top of the 8th, it's now a 1-1 game as Boone homers off Burley. Bottom of the 9th, Lou comes out with a 2-0 count to Magli Ordonez, 2 on. Paniagua in. David Bell, fighting the sun. Next man with 2 outs, Paul Konerko. He drives it to left. You can put it on the board. You can't put it on the board. And McLemore catches it on the track. Bottom of the 10th, 1-1. Man on second, Josh Paul. Jose Paniagua. Is this bullpen deep or what?
Very deep. And the type of game that it was today will not hurt the Mariners. They'll be able to come back. What a bullet. Great play by Valentin.
Great play by Valentin in the top of the 12th to rob Brett Boone. 2 out for Carlos Lee. You can put it on the board. But it's McLemore who makes the catch, Hawk. And we move along to the 14th, and Konerko is up still 1-1.
Well, he gets him on a breaking ball. He's got him 0-2. Woo! Just missed off the corner. 1-2 pitch. Oh, where is it? Uh-oh. 2-2. You just knew, Boomer, something big was going to happen now. They steal the bag on the 2-2 pitch, puts him in his runner in scoring position. You take over, Mr. Berman.
And now on a 3-2 count, Konerko up the middle off Kirk Franklin. Here comes the runner home. Here's the play at the plate. You can put it on the board, and the White Sox win. So the White Sox stave off a sweep at the hands of the Mariners, who frankly they've seen enough of. The White Sox win it in 14 by the count of 2-1. Second game-winning hit of the week for Konerko. This one went 14.
7-0 lifetime with a 1.02 ERA against Seattle. There's Pedro. This is Pedro pitching to Edgar, and he hits him right in the coconut. Yeah, Pedro a little loose with the curveball. Edgar goes down to first. Home plate umpire Joe Brickman says, I know you got better control than that. Here's Jimmy. He wants an explanation. Pedro, I'm not the guy that got hit in the head. Bottom of the 4th, Pedro in a jam. Bases loaded, 2 outs, full count, David Bell. That pretty much ended that jam. 5th K for Pedro. He goes out untouched. Bottom 5th, no score, 2 out, full count, Pedro facing Mike Cameron. Oh, this is a trend with Pedro. 7th K. Strikes out Cameron for the 3rd time. That's not having a good night. Top 6, no score, 2 runners on for John Halama against Manny Ramirez. Laces that into left. Chris Steins comes in to score. 1-0 Red Sox. Manny's 32nd RBI. Bottom 6, Pedro really getting it working. Edgar, half a swing, full strike. You're out. Next batter, John Olerud. He missed. And Brett Boone also strikes out swinging. Pedro strikes out the side, 12 Ks. Bottom 8 now, 2-zip Sox. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And there's John Olerud. Jimmy comes out, talks with Pedro. Don't hit him in the head. Bullpen, they're ready to go if needed. Staying with Pedro, and he gets Olerud to hop up. Darren Lewis camped under it. Just like Jose Cardinal used to do. Pedro, 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 3 hits. The Sox win at 2-0. Give Rolando Araujo the save in this one. The Mariners have lost back-to-back games for the first time this season. Pedro improves to 8-0 with a .89 ERA lifetime against Seattle. It's the first time this season the M's have lost to a right-handed starter. They are 16-1. Ichiro 1-for-4, all versus Pedro. Somewhere in Japan, there's a kid with a baseball that could put him through college. Kid that scraped together 1,200 yen for a bleacher seat to watch the Oryx Blue Wave take on the Kanitsu Buffaloes back on June 12, 1994. A kid with the presence of mind to dump his squid and seaweed nachos and go chase down the first professional home run ever hit by Ichiro. The one he walloped off the great pitching ace, Hideo Nomo. Oh, you love that. 7 years later, the kid's got a story. Ichiro, 4-13 lifetime against Nomo. First at bat, second pitch. Ichiro grounds softly. You're out. Flew out in his second at bat. Bottom 5, 1-1 third at bat. Nomo hits him. Ouch. This, by the way, the 6th anniversary of Nomo's big league debut with the Dodgers. 2 batters later, bases loaded for Edgar Martinez, and Edgar, he can still rake it through the left side. 2 runs are going to score, including Ichiro. Mariners take the lead 3-1. Bottom 7, same score. Runners at second for Ichiro. Crushes one off Derek Lowe. That gets through. David Bell will score. Ichiro, he's going to run 270 feet. We measured. Triple. Mariners up at that point 4-1, and they win it by a count of 5-1. So he was 1 for 3, but 0 for 2, and hit by a pitch versus Nomo. He's hit safely in 25 of 27 games. Nomo not his best. 4 runs over 6 innings for the loss. And Aaron Seeley, he's now 5-0, 9-0 in his last 12 starts dating back to last season.
Bottom of the first, Frank Castillo to John Olerud. Seattle already up 1-0. Make that 2-0. A valiant effort by Dante Bichette out and right. Olerud's 5th. How did that happen? Well, Bichette just missing it. The webbing of his glove. 3rd inning, 2-1 Mariners. Mike Cameron at the plate, and Cameron busting out the whooping stick. Deep and way gone. His 3rd of the year, 4-1 Mariners. Just like that, 5th inning, still 4-1 Mariners. Bases full of Red Sox for Bichette against Moyer. Bichette grounds to Brett Boone, who makes the play to get Moyer out of the jam. Moyer went 7 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts. And the Mariners win 10-3. Mark McLemore had a pinch hit 3-run double in the 8th. He's 5 for 6 with 6 RBI as a pinch hitter this season.
Mariners looking to send AL East leading Toronto to its 3rd straight loss. Let's go to Safeco. Mariners up 1-0. Ichiro on first. Steve Paris, meet Mike Cameron. Cameron so fresh and so clean. A 2-run home run. Mariners up 3-0 on Cameron's 4th of the year. Blue Jays were down 3-1 in the 6th. Paul Abbott facing Raul Mondesi with 2 on. And Mondesi says, I'm built for this. A 3-run bomb. His 2nd homer of the game. 8th of the year. Blue Jays now up 4-3. Bottom 6, same score, bases full. Carlos Guillen facing Paul Quantrill. The grounder, Tony Batista, coming home. Edgar Martinez, not speedy. Blue Jays out of the inning without giving up a run. Blue Jays up 6-3 in the 7th, bases full for Mondesi, just the way he likes it. A double will work. Alex Gonzalez, Jose Cruz would score. Blue Jays would score big and win. Mondesi 4 for 4. Career high, he matches with those 6 RBIs. Here we go. Edgar Martinez facing Joey Hamilton, and Martinez lives for vertical. A 2-run home run. Mariners up 4-2 on Martinez's 4th dong of the year. But we're tied in the 7th, and Lou sends up 193 hitter Dan Wilson a pinch hit. Way to go, Lou. Dan Wilson breaking out of an 0 for 18 slump, his first homer ever as a pinch hitter, and the Mariners are up 5-4. After Carlos Guillen bunted his way on, Ichiro gets a hold of this pitch. Jose Cruz Jr., all sorts of trouble. Guillen would score. Ichiro 2 for 5, 2 RBI. He's now batting .350. Mariners win, despite Fulmer going 4 for 4 in the loss for Toronto. Sasaki with his 14 save and 15 chances. Seattle's bullpen bouncing back from Friday's disaster in which they allowed 4 runs and 3 1/3. On Saturday, the pen allows just 1 unearned run in 4 innings. For Dan Wilson, his first homer in 28 career at-bats as a pinch hitter.
Jeff Fry grounds to third. Mark McLemore. See what had happened. Third error of the year, and McLemore would have ended the inning. Instead, 3 batters later, 2-1. Blue Jays up 1-0. Raul Mondesi rocks John Halama's world. Mondesi's 9th homer of the year. He was 7 for 12 with 3 jacks in the series. Jays up 4-0. Bottom 6, M's down 6-2. Brett Boone, peace. Boone's 2nd homer of the game, 12th career multi-homer game. He was one of only 9 guys last year who had 3 home run games. Another one of the 9 guys who had 3 homers in 1 game last year, Darren Fletcher, was like, whoa. Came in hitting 189 with no homers in this game. Came away with 2 homers, his 8th career multi-homer game. Blue Jays win it 11-3. Blue Jays rocked 5 homers in the game. They become the first team to win a series against Seattle this year. Coming into this set, the Mariners had won a franchise-high 9 straight series, said Buck Martinez of Raul Mondesi, quote, he's a pitcher's nightmare.
The other 2 division leaders, starting 3, Mariners and Red Sox, Nomo, Ichiro. And here, Manny Ramirez in the first. Crushes that on Jamie Moyer. It's a 2-0 game. Now, of course, last time, Nomo and Ichiro, an intra-national incident. This time, Ichiro back up the middle base hit. Ichiro 8 for 12 on the season with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. We tracked those. Game tied at 2. Shea Hillenbrand, the rookie, in a tie ball game. Waited for it, got it. 2-run shot. Red Sox take a 5-3 lead. All the Red Sox would be hitting. 3 batters later, man on first. Woo, Zay Offerman drills that. O'Leary, Varitek 3 for 5, Steins 3 for 4, and Offerman 3 homers in his last 3 games. Boston's won 3 in a row. Seattle's lost 3 in a row. Tuesday also marking the 100-year anniversary of the Red Sox' first ever home game, then known as the Americans. Cy Young beat the Philadelphia A's.
Red Sox Mariners. M's throwing Aaron Seeley in game 2. It's 5-0. Bottom 2nd. Mariners. Oh boy. Seeley hits Chris Steins in the head. Hits him in the cheek. Let's take another look at this one. Aaron Seeley against Chris Steins. Steins' left eye swollen shut. X-rays reveal 2 fractures in the left cheekbone. Will list him as fortunate. Top 3rd, perhaps retaliation. Frank Castillo facing John Olerud. Behind him, Lou Piniella comes out. He wants to discuss this. So does Jimmy Williams. Neither side very happy, but Castillo stays in the game. The Mariners go on to score 2 runs in the inning, go up 4-0. Here's some payback. Manny Ramirez, 2 for 3, his 11th homer, hitting .409. The Red Sox trail 4-1. Top 8, game tied at 5 after a Trot Nixon 2-run homer. Olerud drives it deep. Gets stuck out there long enough for Stan Javier to score. Mariners go up 6-5. Next batter, Brett Boone. Rolando Araujo now on the bump for Boston. And them baseballs are solid, and that's up around Boone's head. Piniella, he's upset. Now he wants Araujo toss. Not going to happen. The Mariners go on to score 4 more in the inning. Go up 10-5. Jose Paniagua, and now he tosses one at Manny Ramirez for ball 4. Manny doesn't want to charge him out. Dusts himself off. Goes to first. Jimmy Williams. This is a beanball here at Fenway. Mariners win it 10-5.
2 more AL teams with winning records, the Mariners and Red Sox. Chris Steins on the DL. He was hit in the head on Wednesday. John Valentin, his first at bat since last May, had that injured knee, got the standing O. And here he is. Hey, who's rusty? Not John. First pitch from John Halama off the monster. Al Martin jumps. He can't make the grab. Valentin into second with a stand-up double. He also started at shortstop in this game for the first time since '96. Top of the 5th, Carlos Guillen picking his spots. Al Martin is going to try to score all the way from first base. Here comes the throw by Mike Lansing, and he's called safe by the umpire, Mark Wegner. Mariners up 1-0. Wait a minute, catcher Jason Varitek is going nuts. He says, you got the call wrong, and then the umpire throws Varitek out of the game. Varitek can't believe it. The umpire would say later, I threw him out. Oh, look, Jimmy Williams is tossed as well. Lou is like, I've done that before as well. Take another look. You know, Martin is clearly safe. Anyway, Edgar Martinez He's got a thing for hanging curves, especially that one by Tomooka. Martinez is 5th of the year, and the Mariners were up 3-1. They weren't done. Same score, 2 batters later. Brett Boone flexing for the fences, and he knew it. Boone goes deep, and the Mariners have a win. Kaz Sasaki with a 16 save and 17 chances. Halama pitching on 3 days rest allowed just 1 earned run and 3 hits in 5 1/3. Now, as for the incident involving Boston catcher Jason Varitek.
Mariners Blue Jays, first of 3 at Skydome, top 6. Ichiro off the glove of Tony Batista. That's an infield single. Ichiro extends his hitting streak to 17 games. He's hit safely in 33 of 35 games this year. 1-1 tie. Mark McLemore at third. Mike Cameron. Let Mike Cameron go. 2-run shot to deep left center off Joey Hamilton. Cameron 6th makes it 3-1 M's. Bottom 6. Carlos Delgado, a solo shot off Paul Abbott. That is career home run number 204. He passes Joe Carter to become Toronto's all-time home run leader. Blue Jays get within 1. Delgado's 14 homers this year leads the American League. Bottom 9, Luis Lopez to David Bell at third, throwing him out from his knees. And the M's win 7-2. Blue Jays pounded even after holding a team meeting before the game.
M's and J's at Skydome. The M's love Skydome. It's Ichiro, a 17-game hitting streak. Make it 18. He's leading the major leagues in hits. Still top third, 2-zip M's. First and third for Mike Cameron. And he's bombing away to right, and there she goes. A 3-run jack. Cameron's 7th of the year, 5-zip Seattle. Top 5, Ichiro up again. And he sticks this one in the right center field gap. Carlos Guillen going to score all the way from first. Ichiro pulls in with a triple. He had a shot at the cycle in the 9th. Billy catch. Deals, and that's right back through the box. A 4-hit game for Ichiro. Now batting .351 as Seattle wins 11-7. The Mariners have won 4 in a row.
Which means wow. Tenoshimi yo, which means let's party. Hade na means flashy. First pitch of the game, Ichiro smacks a double. He had a single, double, and triple for the 2nd straight game. He also extended his hitting streak to 19 games. Top 7. Dan Wilson line drive to Tony Batista, tags Mike Cameron, throws to first for the double play. But the umpire called it a triple play, thinking Batista caught the ball and then doubled the runner-up. Batista in the dugout because the inning was over. Come on, man, you know the ball bounced first. The umpire eventually changed it to a double play. Bottom 9, Blue Jays down 7-5. Kazuhiro Sasaki gets Shannon Stewart to ground out to end the game. Sasaki's 17th save of the year. M's win at 7-5. 5 straight wins by the Mariners. Best record in the bigs. Ichiro has that 19-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 35 of Seattle's 37 games. He's hitting .360, and we trace it back to 1975. No player has ever hit a single, double, and triple in consecutive games. The kid is Bigger Rashida.
I don't know what the White Sox paid, but they got the dugout included. There's Ichiro. Bottom 6, game tied, 2 out. And Ichiro, 2-out knocks are great. The hitting streak's at 20. Carlos Guillen scores. Mariners up 3-2. Ichiro finishes up 2 for 5. Top 7, White Sox down 3-2. No outs, nobody on. Jeff Leeper off Aaron Seeley, his first major league home run. Jose Valentin, Carlos Lee also went back-to-back in the first off Seeley. So we're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Brett Boone, who was 3 for 3 here, just your routine sac fly, good enough to score Edgar Martinez and put the Mariners up 4-3. Would it hold? Top 9. Same numbers. Josh Paul. That's down in the right field corner. Ichiro falls down, but he comes up with it. To Boone, to Mark McLemore. Friends, never make the first or third out at third, and Josh Paul just made the first. 2 outs now, runners on the corners for the Sox. Jose Paniagua gets Carlos Lee, and the Mariners win it by a count of 4-2-3, extend their win streak to 6 games. They're now 8-0 when Seeley starts this year. Ichiro, as I said, 2 for 5, a 20-game hit streak. That's tops in the majors this season. His longest, by the way, when he was winning 7 batting titles in Japan, was 23 games. Mariners, White Sox, M's trying to be the first big league team to reach 30 wins, and Ichiro trying to run that hitting streak to 21 games, and Ichiro has just run that hitting streak to 21 games off Rocky Biddle, 2nd longest in club history. Joey Cora went for 24.97. Carlos Guillen hustled home. Mariners were up 3-2. 6th inning, still 3-2. Paul Abbott facing Carlos Lee. Mike Cameron can cover a lot of ground, and then he dives. Giving effort. Effort is the key to success. Look at it again. He got dirty. That's always solid. Mom doesn't always like it, though. She's got to do the wash. 7th inning. Bases chucked. John Allrood, 2 outs. Allrood, 364 career hitter with the bases loaded. Add a few more points onto that. That'll get down in right field. 2 runs will score. Seattle takes a 5-2 lead. Rolling at the safe. 8th inning. Paul Konerko up with 2 on and 2 outs and swings through that one from Jose Paniagua. Konerko 0 for 4 and 4 Ks. Tomorrow cannot come soon enough. The M's win at 7-2 for.
Ichiro looking to extend his hit streak to 22 games. Mariners hosting the White Sox. No score in the first. Ichiro makes his waste no time against David Wells. Ichiro 3 for 5. He's hitting .371. He's got his 22-game hitting streak. Seattle fans pumped up. Ichiro causing havoc as well on the base paths. He's a complete player. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Wells the pitch. It's in the dirt. Ichiro steals second. Same at bat.
There he goes again.
Good jump by Ichiro on Wells. Steals third. His 13th steal. He's tied for the AL lead. Edgar Martinez up with Ichiro on third. Martinez broken bat single. He was 1 for 4. He's hitting .293. Ichiro scores 1-0. Same score when Brett Boone does that. His 8th of the year. 3-run jack. 4-0 Mariners off of David Wells. That's all the help Freddie Garcia would need. Garcia 7 2/3, 6 hits allowed, just 1 earned run and 3 Ks. Mariners cruising 5-1. It's mid-May, and the Mariners have already swept 5 series. They become the 11th team in Major League history to start a season at 31-9 or better. Last team to do that, the 1998 New York Yankees.
Mariners, winners of 8 straight. Ichiro riding a league-best 22-game hitting streak. Yankees at Safeco. 2nd inning, Ichiro back through the box to extend his hitting streak to 23 games, matching the longest streak of his career. Next batter, Stan Javier. Ichiro takes off and steals his league-leading 14th bag of the year. He would steal another base and eventually come around to score. Top of the 4th, tied at 5. Derek Jeter with the bases loaded. He hits a ground ball to second. Brett Boone blows the 4-6-3 double play. All 3 runners come around to score on Boone's 2nd error of the season. Yankees up 8-5. Later in the inning, runners on the corners for Tino Martinez. And Brett Tomko didn't want to do that. Martinez 4 for 5 with 4 RBI, his 7th home run of the year, and the Yankees get the victory 14-10 the final. New York snapping a season-high 4-game. Yankees, Mariners, Ichiro looking to extend that 23-game hitting streak. Top 1 scary moment. Paul O'Neill at the dish facing Jamie Moyer. O'Neill pops up to shallow left, and Carlos Guillen dives for the ball and kicks Al Martin in the head. Guillen shaken up while Martin is attended to by trainers. Replay shows Martin gets kicked in the noggin, but he somehow makes the catch. Guillen would stay in the game, but Martin would leave in the top of the 2nd with a mild concussion. Some nice D in the 2nd. David Justice grounds to the right side. Brett Boone diving stop, throw to Moyer for the out. Moyer 7 innings, 1 hit, 3 Ks. Ichiro looking to extend that 23-game hitting streak, bottom 8th with the 0-3 count. And El Duque nails him right in the middle of the back. El Duque not pleased. The fans showing their displeasure. Ichiro a little surly. Top 9, Alfonso Soriano on 3rd. Yanks down 1-0. Derek Jeter taking advantage of Kazuhiro Sasaki. The line base hit to center field, scoring Soriano. Jeter 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. We're tied at 1. Top 10, same score. Runners on the corners for Jorge Posada. He grounds to Boone. He goes to first to get the force out, but he might have had a chance to turn a double play. We take a look at the replay. As soon as Boone fields the ball, he turns right to first when he should have tried to get the DP. New York up 2-1. Sasaki's 2nd blown save in 19 chances. Ichiro's last chance to extend that streak, bottom 10. And he grounds to Jeter. Streak ends at 23 games. Yankees take it 2-1, your final. So Seattle drops 2 straight games for just the 2nd time this season. Yankees getting the victory with...
Yankees going for the Seattle sweep, but the Rocket loads the bases in the 1st, and Brett Boone unloads them. Takes Roger Clemens to the gap. 3-run double for Brett Boone. He now leads the Mariners with 43 RBI. Top of the 4th, Yankees have men on 1st and 2nd, but the Mariners catching a break. Alfonso Soriano, shot to center. Mike Cameron grabs it, but then drops it. So the Yankees need to move. The Yankees runners don't know if it's caught or not. It was not caught, so Jorge Posada's tagged out, and Scott Brocious is forced out, and that is the way the fourth would end for the Yankees. Mariners avoid the sweep 6-2. Aaron Seeley gave up just 2 runs in 7 2/3 to improve to 6-0 this season and 23-10 in his 2 seasons in Seattle. Clemens struck out 9 but got tagged with his first loss of the year. Ichiro, by the way, could be starting a new streak, having gone 1 for 4.
Calls tie in quality entered the night in first place in the AL Central, a half game up on the mighty Indians. The success of both teams can be attributed to pitching, which brings us to Brad Radke, going for a Major League Best 8th victory to the Metrodome. Brad Radke, the quiet man, hoping to make some noise on the mound. Mark McLemore up the middle. Christian Guzman. His throw wide. Doug Mientkiewicz. Great diving stop. Take another look. Mientkiewicz. The man is hitting over 400 and he can play defense. Bottom 3. Look at that. Another replay we're showing you of Doug Mientkiewicz. All right. Mientkiewicz. I told you he's hitting over 400. Loves the pitch by Paul Abbott. 2 runs would come in. RBIs number 31 and 32 for Mientkiewicz. 2-0 Twins. It was 6-0 Twins in the third. A.J. Pierzynski down the line. Jock Jones will run into McLemore, but somehow will still find a way to score. Do a little dance. A.J. 2 for 4, he's hitting 263. An 8-0 lead for Brad Radke and the Twins. Not enough. Mike Cameron chipping away at the lead. Mike Cameron, a 3-run homer, 25 RBIs. It was 8-3 now. It was 8-5. And then Brett Boone taking Radke deep. It's into the gap. That scores Edgar Martinez. You know, Brett Boone has 44 RBIs this year. He's hitting 322. That's it for Brad Radke. 6 earned runs and 4 1/3. Bottom 8 bases full for Mientkiewicz. Doug Mientkiewicz, a 4-hit night, a 4 RBI night, and you already saw what he can do defensively. It's 10-7 Twins. It was 12-7 Twins in the ninth. 2 on for Carlos Guillen. Looking for space and finds it. Guillen 1 for 4, he's hitting 228. Now it's 12-9, and it was 12-11. Man on second for McLemore. LaTroy Hawkins takes care of business. Twins win, a wild one. I mean, these 2 teams really were about pitching coming into the night. I swear the ERAs were 2nd and 4th respectively. But this was a slugfest, believe me. Yeah, anyway. Hitman Doug Mientkiewicz with his second 4-hit game of the season. His average now at 403. Radke, believe it or not, finished 2 out shy of qualifying for his 8th victory. This marked the 12th straight time Minnesota has followed a loss with a victory. Last time the Twins, by the way, started 30-13, 1970.
Teaser for the ALCS in October, and well, the Twins were down 1-0. Torrey Hunter got a hold of one, 3-run jack off Freddie Garcia, and just like that, the home team's up 3-1. Hunter's fifth. Bottom 5, Twins lead 3-2. Runners on the corners, Garcia, Christian, Antonio Guzman. You're getting this house right now. Twins cannot capitalize. Double play. Top 7. Brett Boone rips one off Eric Milton. Milton never is beaten the Mariners. Ichiro scores. Mariners lead 4-3. Top 8, bases empty. We're tied at 4. David Bell just missed a grand slam on Tuesday here. Home run to put his team up 5-4, his third. Bottom 8, bases chucked. Trailing 5-4. Lou Piniella points to the bullpen. Kazuhiro Sasaki comes in. He has work to do. First up, Jock Jones, 3-2 count. Gassed him. That's 2 outs. A.J. Pierzynski, pinch hitter. A little flare, but Mike Cameron is there, and the Twins leave the bases loaded. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Sasaki shatters Doug Mientkiewicz's bat. He was 0 for 4 at this point. Gets a new twig, goes back, and, well, might as well have just hung on to the handle of the old one. Freezes on fastball, strike 3. Mientkiewicz 0 for 5, and the Mariners win it 5-4. Sasaki, a 5-out save, his 18th in 20 chances. Besides the loss, the Twins going to have to go 15 days without starter Mark Redmond. They put him on the DL with a strained muscle in his throwing arm. The division leaders split the brief series 1-1.
Our offense is better than people think, but you know, the thing that we get it done with is our defense and our pitching, and they both work together and go hand in hand, and they keep us in every game. And then, you know, when we do get that big hit, you know, we have a chance to you know, take the lead or tie the game. And whenever you have a chance to win, you know, it's fun to go out and play.
Mariners and the Royals. Kazuhiro Sasaki getting loose in his own way. Top 7, it's Ichiro. Gets through. Carlos Guillen comes around to score. And Seattle's down 6-4. Still at the top of the 7th, Edgar Martinez. Base hit. gets through there. David Bell comes in. Seattle within 1 at 6-5. Still a 1-1 game, top 8. David Bell, Luis Alicea rushes the throw, gets away. Run comes in to score. We're all tied up at 6. That's a score. 2 on for Ichiro. We're still in the 8th. Jason Grimsley looks to second. No one's home. And then throws it away at first. So KC self-destructs. Carlos Guillen scored the go-ahead run, and Seattle goes on to win 9-6. Edgar Martinez, 4 hits.
Mariners, Royals, bottom 5, 4-1 Mariners, Aaron Seeley. Look out for the big deuce, Mike Sweeney. And then, now you heard Bob Brenly, of course, discussing poultry earlier in the show, and here the chicken taking a few throws at first. Top 7, 4-1 Mariners, Brett Boone at the dish, and he is delivering. The 2-run homer to right center, his 9th of the year, and the Mariners merrily win again, 7-2. The M should start Aaron Seeley every day. He's 7-0, and the team is 10-0 when he starts. He ties reliever Roy Thomas with the most wins to start a Seattle season. Ichiro's a chop, just 1 for 6.
To Kansas City for the Royals and the M's. Ichiro is not starting for the first time this season. Royals down 4-3, bottom 9. Kazuhiro Sasaki looking to close it out. Gone. Dave McCarty has tied it at 4. Sasaki's 3rd blown save in 22 chances. McCarty's 3rd home run on the season. Still tied in the 11th. Bases loaded for Mike Cameron. Jose Santiago deals. Cameron into the corner. Jermaine Dye. Charles Gibson tags from 3rd. 5-4 Seattle. Bottom 11, nobody out. Norm Charlton to Dye. Got a hold of it. And guess who came in as a defensive replacement? It's Ichiro. Dye and the Royals come up just short on the comeback trail. The M's win it by the final 5-4. That's
Well, the Mariners, the best winning percentage in baseball on the road, best winning percentage on grass, best winning percentage during the day, and BWP against right-handers. To the foregone conclusion in KC. Top 4, it's a 4-zip lead for the M's. Chad Durbin gets whacked by Dan Wilson. Oh my. Later in the inning, Edgar Martinez. Mike Cameron getting in the hit thing. Makes it an 8-0 game. Cameron a hit. Walked twice. Let's go to the next batter, please. Carlos Guillen. He had 3 hits. Cameron scores. They run really fast in Seattle. 5 runs in the 4th, leading 9-zip, and then they're playing defense.
It's the coffee.
Mike Sweeney leads the majors in doubles, but look at Ichiro is right there. He also had 2 hits and a spectacular grab. The M's go on to win at 13-3, 3rd win streak of 5 games or more this season for the Mariners. John Olerud, 4 for 5 and 10 for 19 in the series. Paul Abbott gets his first complete game in 59 big league starts, and it's the first by the M's throwers this season. Royals swept at home in 4 games for the first time in 15 years. Seattle, Baltimore, brought to you by the letters M and O. Top 3rd, 2 outs, no score. Brady Anderson. No relish. And Ichiro going to bail out Freddie Garcia. He's running, and slides and makes the grab. He brought his glove to work on Tuesday, and he wasn't done. Top 6, Garcia again, this time to Mike Bordick, and there's Ichiro. And long as you're out there, yeah, thanks. Could you get that? Bordick, the collar in 4 trips. And top 9 this time, Ichiro bailing out Kaz Suzuki. Hurry up, baby, coming in, and he has got it. Jerry Hairston Jr. has been robbed. Mariners win at 3-2, their 6th victory in a row. They are 38-12. That's the best record after 50 games for any team since 1984 when the Tigers started 39-11. Ichiro, besides the glove work, 2 hits, has 83 for the season. That's the most for a player after 50 team games, since Carney Lansford had 84 for the 1988 Athletics.
The beginning of his consecutive game streak, May 30th, 1982, and he celebrates with his 18th RBI of the season with a sac fly. The Lionel DeShields would come home. Orioles have a 1-0 lead. Top of the 6th, Seattle up 2-1. John Lama facing Mike Kincaid. Oh, that young man has a lot to learn about this game. How dare he bunt in that situation? How dare he crawl to first base? Kincaid giving up his body for the ball club. He was safe. Bottom 6, we are tied at 2, and David Bell unties it. Mike Cameron would score. Seattle up 3-2, and they would get many, many more. Mariners erupted for 7 in the 8th, including back-to-back jacks by John Olerud and Brett Boone.
Those at Safeco Baseball's sure thing. And look at that, Jay Buhner, buzz cut night. Our producer Pete McComble joined in on that, by the way. Top 1st, Aaron Seeley facing David Segui. No score with 1 on. Segui swinging, you're out. And Chris Richards swipes the bag. First stolen base allowed by Sealy in 78 innings. Bottom third, Mariners up 1-0. John Olerud, that's a base knock, and guess who's going to come home to score? Ichiro.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the only answer to every question for the Mariners. 2-0 lead. Top 7, Sealy facing Greg Myers. Al Martin, as long as you're out there, you want to get that, and he does. Got his glove to work on the handlebar of his bicycle, always cute. Next batter, Cal Ripken Jr. facing Sealy. In this one, nobody's going to catch. Third homer of the season for Ripken, 420th of his career, but it only pulls the O's within 1. Top 8, Arthur Rhodes, Brady Anderson, no relation. And how about this? With the tying run coming home, Melvin Mora gunned down Olerud. Quick play there from first. Kazazaki closes out the ninth, 2-1. The Mariners win it. Aaron Sealy now 8-0. First 8-game winner in the AL. His 100th career win. Your Ichiro update, 1 for 3. 47 hits in May. No home runs. It's the most hits for any player in a homerless month since Julio Franco in August of '84 when he also had 47. M's go 20-5 in April.
D-Rays against the Mariners. The M's had won 8 straight. Bottom first, 2-on-2 out for Brett Boone. And Booney deep to center, and this one will one-hop the wall. Ali, income free. 2-run score. Boone with 3 RBI on the night. Top 5, nobody on, nobody out. Russ Johnson to left center field. Controversy here. Mark McLemore, does he catch it or no? Umpire Scott Higginson rules it's a dropped ball. Lou Piniella nonplussed with the call. Here's why. Take another look. That's clean. That should have been a catch. The D-Rays would end up tying the game with 2 in that inning. The bottom 7, John Olerud, that sweet swing. He'll find the wall. Look at Edgar. He's chugging around, and he is going to score. The Mariners take the 6-4 lead and go on to win this one. 8-4 is the final. That is their 9th straight win. It's the second time this season they've had a 9-game winning streak. Only 5 teams in baseball history have gotten off to better starts than these Mariners.
Best team hosting baseball's worst team. Devil Rays in Seattle. Bottom 1, they're full for Brett Boone. That is into center. Al Martin comes in tied at 2. Boone's 54th RBI. That's second best in the American League. Mariners up 3-2, still in the first. Bases loaded. Carlos Guillen to right. This drives in 2. The first 7 Mariners reach base safely off of Ryan Root. Bottom 4, Edgar Martinez to deep center. Gerald Williams is at the wall. Aflac. 2 runs scored. Goes off his shoulder. Take another look. Williams hits the wall. Yay.
Mariners. That thing's going to work.
I think that's going to take off big time. 7-4, Mariners beat Tampa Bay. Seattle has won 10 in a row, and they improved to 42-12. Only the 1939 Yankees and 1912 Giants had better 54-game starts.
Mariners, bottom 3, no score. Tanyan Sturts facing Brett Boone. Peace. Opposite field, 2-run shot for Brett. 11th homer of the year. He's got 57 RBI, 2-zip Seattle. Top 8, 8-4 Mariners. Randy Wynn. Pinch hitting with the bases loaded, 2 out. Arthur Rhodes played him. Top 9, D-Ray's last chance, down 8-4. Sacks Jack, Greg Vaughn at the plate. Kazuhiro Suzuki gets Vaughn to fly out to David Bell to end the game. Ichiro. As a DH, Ichiro went 3 for 4, stole his 19th and 20th bases of the season. 11 straight wins for the Mariners. Check this, 43-12 record, the best start in baseball since the 1953 New York Yankees. Only the 1912 New York Giants and the 39 Yankees started better, going 44-11.
Rangers and the Mariners, you know that means A-Rod back at safe go. Top 1, it's Rafael Palmeiro the other way. 2-run home run, his 14th of the year, and Texas is up 2-zip. But this game belonged to Brett Boone, and I think it's because he talked to Linda Cohn for ESPN, the magazine.
You better believe it.
Brett Boone, a 3-run home run, his 12th of the year, M's up 5-3. In the top of the 3rd, Rangers down 5-4, and it's A-Rod. There that one goes. He's now got 19 home runs, tying him with Manny Ramirez for the league lead. Mariners down 6-5, Texas up by 1. Bottom 7, Mariners still down. Mark Petkazik coming in to pitch. A-Rod and Ichiro sharing a laugh. First batter, Petkazik faces. Look at this. Brett Boone again. 3-run bomb. Seattle up 10 or 8-6. and they go on to win 11-6. Boone, career-high 7 RBIs, the 5th player with 7 RBIs.
Mariners, no score, 2 on for Rafael Palmeiro against Aaron Seeley. Rafi finding some space. That scores Rusty Greer. 2 hits for Palmeiro, 47 RBI. What about the roof at Safeco, you wonder? Would have to be closed because rain started to fall. Imagine that, rain in Seattle. Top 3 for Palmeiro, nobody on. That is gone off of Seeley. Palmeiro's 15th of the year. Top of the 7th, we have a tie game. Pudge Rodriguez facing Seeley with Ken Caminetti on 3rd. Pudge. That's an RBI single that scores Caminetti 4-3 Texas. Bottom 8 now. J.D. Smart on to face Brett Boone, the RBI machine, with a runner on first, but this time Boone grounds it to Caminetti. Texas gets the force. Boone beats the throw to first. 1 out with Boone on first. Key play, right? You better believe it. That's why we showed it. Next batter, Mike Cameron. You know, when you need a money hit, this man seems to always do it for Seattle. It's no coincidence. Cameron's 9th home run of the year. And Seattle beats Texas 5-4. The Mariners have won 13 straight. Their 45-12 start tied for the best ever after 57 games for an American League team, tied with the 39 Yankees.
The Cubs, who if the world ended tomorrow would still need 1 more year, they're also in first place. After 13 straight wins, Seattle fans now throw the standings at A-Rod instead of counterfeit cash. Chicago's won 13 of 14 with Sammy Sosa homers and 1 hitters in equal measure. 2. Start our hot watch at Safeco Field M's and the Rangers. There's Alex Rodriguez. A little flare off Jamie Moyer. And Ichiro put his glove on the handlebar of his bike and came to the park and makes the catch. Let's look at it again. He's Ichiro. The backhand grab, and of course, he also added 2 hits. Darren Oliver for Texas back in the mound. First start since May 7th. The last time out, Oliver, well, he just didn't get out of the way of a comebacker, and that got his pitching hand, and that would sideline him for about a month. How'd he do? First batter he faces, Ichiro, and he gets him. Half swing, full strike, you're out. Bottom 1, nobody on, 2 outs. Edgar Martinez, pretty much all he does is hit and drive in runs. His 8th homer of the season. He drove in 2 in this one. 48 on the year. At this point, 1-zip Mariners. Top 6, 2 outs. Jamie Moyer gets Gabe Kapler. Kapler, 2 Ks, 2 walks on the night. Moyer, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks. Bottom 8, 2-zip Mariners. Brett Boone. There's your Major League RBI leader, adding 1 to his total. Now 65. He leads the Bigs by 1. 6th in the 8th for the home team, and they go on to win it easily, 7-3. The M's 4th straight series sweep. Moyer improves to 5-0 at the safe this season, and A-Rod in his 2nd series back in Seattle, 1 for 10. Over the last 23 seasons, the Seattle Mariners now are tied with 4 other teams for the 3rd longest win streak in the majors, 14. Of the 6 other teams on this list, 3 teams were division winners in the year of their respective streak, but only one, just one, 91 Twins were world champions.
Pinella says so Martinez doesn't miss all 9 interleague road games. The M's DH will replace John Olerud at first base for at least 1 game next week. Pinella back Friday after missing 4 games following the death of his father-in-law. Bottom 1, Kevin Jarvis facing Edgar. 2-run shot. Number 9 says he hates interleague play because he's got to sit down on the road, then feels like he's got to start all over again. Mariners up 2-1. Boy, are they going to miss him on those National League road games. 2 batters later, this is Brett Boone, and that's a home run, a solo shot off Jarvis, who was tagged for 7 runs on 10 hits and 5. Number 14 for Boone. He's got 66 RBIs. It's 3-1 M's. What have you done with a real Brett Boone? Bottom 2, Jarvis facing Martinez again. It's in the park this time, but a 2-run double. Edgar 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Take that, interleague play. 6-1 Mariners right there. 7-1 is your final. Seattle Mariners have won 15 games in a row. Paul Abbott pitched to beauty, allowing 1 run on 5 hits and 7 2/3. He wins his 3rd straight start. M's have the 2nd longest winning streak since 1960.
Here's game over. Here's highlights. Top 5 tied at 2. Freddie Garcia facing Ryan Klesko. Klesko deep. Stan Javier on the run. Saying, give me that. Let's see it again. He's got hops. It would keep Klesko from extra bases. Klesko, do not say a word. We know what you're thinking. Bottom 7, Mariners down 4-3. Runner on 3rd, but Edgar Martinez. Jay Wataskett gets them swinging. Padres cling to the lead. Top 8, still 4-3. 2-1 for Alex Arias. Shot to left. Is it fair? Yes, it is. 2-run score. Padres Can you say victory? 6-3. Mariners franchise high 15-game winning streak is history. Freddie Garcia gets his first loss in his last 8 decisions. Bobby Jones, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, his first win this year. His first win at night this year. He was 0-8 coming in. Ricky Henderson, 2 for 4, 3 RBI, 50 hits away from 3,000.
Pretty big start for John Halama. Some of the organization fears if he doesn't get it done, he may not be there much longer. Trammell's out at first. Great play by McLemore. Al Martin with a man on second, swing and a drive. It ain't coming back. Martin's second of the year. Mariners grab a 2-zip lead. Bottom 3, same score, 2 on John Olerud. Respect the bing! Look at Olerud's 8th of the year. You think this team was a little fired up after losing?
They don't expect to lose. They want to come to the ballpark and start another streak today.
Ben Davis slapping. McLemore, right. Error. Got his body in front of it, but the bases are loaded. Phil Nevins at third, Dars at second, Davis at first, and Alex Arias is facing Halama. Heath, corner, hee-haw! Mariners out of the jam. Padres do not threaten again. Ichiro in the 4th and a 6th swing and a drive. Left fielders have begun to play very shallow on Ichiro because of what he's doing, so he has now started to attempt to hit the ball a little further, trying to drive it.
Coors for a SportsCenter showcase highlight. Lou Pinella's high-powered offense finding itself at Coors. Top 1, 2 outs, no score. Edgar Martinez. Talk about reaching base. He went through them all. For his 10th home run of the year, he's hitting .324 is Edgar. Next batter, Brett Boone. Boone. 5th homer in his last 8 games. Boone's 15th home run of the season. He leads the M's in that department. He was 3 for 5. He's hitting .333. Todd Helton against Aaron Seeley with 2 out. Helton, he's been lifting. 2-run jack. We're tied at 2. Helton's 22nd home run, 70 RBIs at that point for Todd Helton. Justin Spire facing Boone with nobody on. Brett Boone, his 3rd multi-homer game this year, the 14th of his career. He has 68 RBIs, and that was his 16th home run. Here come the Rockies. Maine. Boone boots it. That's rare. A run will come in. That makes it 9-8 Seattle. Colorado would tie it at 9 in the 7th. We're on to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 9. Todd Helton facing Brian Fuentes. And Helton. Stan Javier is just not impressed. Extending for excellence, robbing Helton of yet another home run. Take another look. Stan Javier. Top 9, tied at 9, Mike Cameron. Against Juan Acevedo, Cameron stroking. Hey, more on Cameron's impact with Peter Gammons in moments, his 10th of the year. Bottom 9, Sasaki trying to close things out. And Sasaki does that against pinch hitter Jacob Cruz. Game over. 10-9 the final. Cameron's blast, one of 6 Seattle homers in this game. Dan Wilson also went deep, driving in 3 at 49-13.
Mariners, Rockies, first of 2 after a rainout on Wednesday night. Top 2, 2 outs, 2 on, no score. Jamie Moyer to Ben Petrick. And that stupid star 92 million miles away is causing havoc for Brett Boone. Gary Shumpert scores. Rocks led 1-0. Top 3, Sean Chacon, Mark McLemore. Grounds 1. Shumpert, sweet bare hand, nice shuffle. Thank you, you're out. Go sit on the bench. Try again later. Bottom 5, 4-1. Moyer facing Larry Walker. That we call a laser. Nicky Perez would score in the Rockies lead 5-1. And we got to see Ichiro. Sean Chacon, downright filthy to Brett Boone, who was 0 for 4. That's your AL's top RBI man. John Olerud, not good. And Al Martin, air bat there. Chacon, 6 Ks as the Rockies win at 8-2. He was stout. Stops the Mariners' 6-game road winning streak on 2 hits, an unearned run in 7 innings. Had his first career base hit and scored a run as well. Chacon said all that first game rookie opening people's eyes and stuff, I believe that's gone.
Game 2 of that day-night thing, Mariners and Rockies. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pedro against Al Martin. That would be Pedro Estacio, of course. Juan Pierre. Oh, good effort, but he drops the ball. Pierre also was 0 for 4 in this game, so he had a wonderful evening. Next batter, as we move along, his 3-run score on that triple for Martin would be David Bell, who says to his dad, Buddy Bell, happy early Father's Day. A 2-run home run. His dad, of course, is the manager of the Rockies. Bell's 5th home run of the year. Bottom 6, I'm sure he was proud. Same score, nobody on, nobody out. Pierre off of Paul Abbott. Al Martin, great diving catch. Abbott allowed a run, 6 hits in 7 innings. That's 1 out. And then Pierre tries again. This time Bell with a snag. Inning over, Mariners win. Seattle has won 18 of 20 and 50 games, tying the 1939 New York Yankees.
Bobby J. Jones facing Mike Cameron, bases loaded. That drives in 2. And Seattle's up 3-zip. Top 2, it's 4-0 M's. Brett Boone leading the league in RBIs. Base hit. 69 now. RBIs.
Sad single season high was 66.
Former Padre in June. Former Padre indeed, Brett Boone. Now, Carlos Guillen, top 6. His second of the year. It's 8-1 Seattle. Soup, how about Garcia on the hill tonight?
Freddie avenging his only loss of the year. The Padres beat him up in Seattle. He's the one power pitcher that the Mariners have in their rotation. And Mike Dowd survives the little bobble by Guillen. Ben Davis, ground ball second base. Boone sure-handed. That's 2 outs. Cesar Crespo. Good play by Freddie. Got himself in good fielding position and shoots him out.
6th runner at second, Garcia pleases Dar. Dar doesn't agree. Oh, don't read the lips. Bottom 8, Ricky Henderson. Ricky doesn't like that. Ricky doesn't like much when that happens. Seattle goes on to win 8-4.
Yeah, Ricky's in the throes of a 4 for 62 right now. And in this game, Jeff Nelson came in relief, gave up 3 runs, but interestingly, he allowed his first extra base hit.
To San Diego on Saturday night. Top 2, John Olerud ripping Carlton Lower down the left field line. That's a double. Olerud would score on an Al Martin double, part of a 5-run Seattle second. Top 3rd, Olerud's second at bat. This time goes the other way. Bounces around the Mariner bullpen. Excuse me. It's a triple. Olerud's first triple since '98. He would later score on a Mike Cameron single. Let my Cameron go. Top of the 5th now, 6-1 Seattle. Olerud's 3rd AB. That's a single up the middle. He's 3 for 3, and if you've been paying attention, you'll notice he's a home run away from the cycle. And here we go. There's your cycle in the 9th inning. After reaching on an error in the 7th, he gets 1 extra at-bat and makes it count. The 3rd cycle in Mariner history. Seattle wins 9-2. Olerud hitting for the side.
Padres up by 3 in the 7th, but John Olerud fixes that in a hurry. 3-run shot, his 10th homer of the season. Got hit for the cycle Saturday. Huge home run, ties the game at 9, but in the bottom of the 8th, Bubba Trammell, it's the first home run of the season off Jeff Nelson this year. 2nd of the game, 2-run shot, 11th of the season. It's 11-9. Top 9, 2 on, 2 out for Edgar Martinez, reduced to a pinch hitting role because of no DH. And Trevor Hoffman gets him swinging for his 14th save, and the Padres win 11-9. So Phil Nevin goes 4 for 5. Ryan Klesko hits his first homer since May 30th, and still the Padres needed the first multi-homer game of Bubba Trammell's career to finally finish off the Mariners. Said Klesko, it's amazing. That's why those guys are so good. The Mariners lost their first game started by Aaron Seeley this year.
6 road wins on the road in Oakland, trying to go to 53-15. Moyer against Zito, and look at Miguel Tejada with the groovy kind of glove. 1 for 4 at the dish, and number 4 with that beautiful play to rob Edgar Martinez. 3rd inning, Jamie Moyer, Frank Menechino. The little guy got some pop. Oh, high off the wall. 2 ribbies for Menechino. Giambi and Damon score. You know, it's 36 RBIs on the year. Ace up 2-0. Bottom 7 now 3-3. Charlton pitching to Johnny Damon. Damon weakly to short. They're not going to turn 2 on Damon. Chavez scores. Oakland up 4-3. Top 9. Ems trying to come back, but Jason Isringhausen has his A game lately. Strikes out Cameron. Next batter, Al Martin looking. Now hitting 188. 16,368. See the A's win. They stop their 4-game slide. Zito, 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. He wins for the first time in 10 starts. The loss snaps Seattle's 14-game win streak against American League opponents.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Ams were down 4-0 after 1, and then when it was 4-1, Edgar Martinez off Gil Heredia. That's upstairs. 2-run cut. Cuts the lead to 4-3. Bottom 5, A's up 5-3. John Jaha thinks maybe he has extra bases. Ichiro thinks differently. Defense saves runs, and he was 2 for 5 at the plate. Top 7 still 5-3. Went on for David Bell. Everybody gets to walk home. Bell, 6th of the season, 2 for 4, 2 runs. drives in 2 games, tied at 5. Bottom 8, bases are chucked. Tomato signs right back to Arthur Rhodes. Could have gone to second, no, goes to first. They get one out, but a run scores. We're tied up at 6. Next batter, Johnny Damon. He in that hefty 214 average. He gets just enough of it. Miguel Tejada will score. Jeremy Giambi thinks about it and should have thought about it a little longer. Gets hung up and they got him out. But damage done. A's up 7-6. So, Hugh, the 9th inning comeback. Martinez hits it over the right side. That's an out, but it's a ground out that scores Ichiro. We're tied at 7. 2 batters later. Brett Boone. Unbelievable. Just a little fly ball. Mark McLemore tagging and scoring. Jeremy Giambi cannot get him. Mariners hold on to win it by a count of 8-7. The A's are now 20 games out. Brett Boone, his 10th game-winning RBI of the season, leads the AL with 71 ribbies. Martinez hitting .440 with 3 homers and 10 RBI in 8 games against Oakland. This season, Mariners 19-5 against their division rivals. Surprisingly, of their 53 wins this season, that was the M's first when trailing after 8 innings. Seattle's 19.5-game lead in the AL West has become so boring, the local paper now publishes historical standings. 2001 M's, 3 back of the 1912 Giants after 69 games. M's and A's play away. That'll be Jason Giambi against Freddie Garcia. Garcia undefeated on the road this season, but this could put a dent in that. Giambi, 2-run shot, is 18th of the season. He's 2 for 3. Top 5, still 2-zip. Brett Boone off Mark Mulder, and Boone's just nuts. 17th of the season, the lead's cut to 2-1. More Mariners muscle. Edgar Martinez. How about him homering for the 2nd straight night? A 2-run shot, his 12th of the season, and the M's have come back to take the lead in the 6th, 3-2. But bottom 6, Johnny Damon laying down the bunt. David Bell fields it to throw wild. Jeremy Giambi round and 3rd, heading for home. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Ichiro, 2 hits, but his throw not in time. Game's tied at 3. Top 8, 3-3. Brett Boone off Jim Gone. Boone's 18th of the season, 15th multi-homer game of his career, 4th of the year, and just like that, it's 4-3. But in the bottom of the 9th, here comes the comeback by the A's with 2 on. Eric Chavez off of Kazuhiro Sasaki the other way. The buffet line is now open. Let's eat. Game-winning homer for Chavez. 9th of the season. A's win at 6-4. Sasaki blows just his 4th save in 30 chances. The M's have now lost 3 of 4. Still, though, 19-6 against the AL West this season. They were 19-19 last season.
Take 3 out of 4. Johnny Damon batting for the 2nd time in the 1st inning. It's already 4-0. Damon 2 for 2, knocked in a couple in the 1st. Miguel Tejada, Terrence Long would score to make it 6-0 A's. Bottom of the 4th, Mariners back to within 1. 7-6, and Jason Giambi offs Ryan Franklin. Solo shot is 19th in the A's. Trying to build that cushion back. They're up 8-6. Brett Boone didn't start the game, but he came on to pinch hit with a couple on against Mike Magnente, and Boone has done it again. 19 for him. He's got as many as Giambi. He's driven in 76. That, the 2nd highest total for an entire season in his career. Mariners on top 9-8. Now it's another Giambi. Franklin couldn't pitch to any Giambi. Jeremy with his 3rd, the 3rd time both Giambi brothers gone yard in the same game. We're tied at 9. Bottom of the 6th, still tied at 9. Eric Chavez, a hero on Wednesday night. Apparently liked the feeling. His 10th gave the A's a 10-9 lead. Top of the 8th, it's the same score. Edgar Martinez, who had just had a woeful day, but not anymore. Make him feel much better. Ichiro, who had 3 hits, would score. Mark McLemore comes to the plate as well. Edgar's only knocking 6 at bats. Mariners go up 11-10. They win it 12-10. Wild series. Each team had a lead in every game.
Angels first of 3 in Seattle. Aaron Seeley making his 4th attempt to get to 9-0, but he has problems in the 5th. Facing the leadoff batter in the inning, Tim Salmon to short. Carlos Guillen. A bad throw to first. Salmon safe. That's an error on Guillen. Next up, it's Scott Spezio. Seeley ahead 0-2, and then he gets him. That was close. They gave him the base, though. 2 batters later, it's the number 9 hitter, Larry Barnes, with the bases loaded. Barnes, a 188 hitter, into right. Salmon comes in, just Barnes' 2nd ribby of the season, 1-0 Anaheim. 2 batters later, it's 2-0 Angels. Adam Kennedy into right center. Sean Wooten scores, and Barnes, he may not be able to hit a whole lot, but he can run. Then again, Sean Wooten isn't exactly real fast. Barnes right behind him. 2 RBIs for Kennedy, 4-0 Angels. Still top 5, Seeley facing Salmon, who led off the inning. Into center, Salmon 2 for 5 of the game. Erstad scores 6-0 Angels. They win 8-1. Seeley throws 43 pitches in the inning and faces 11 batters. Aaron Seeley, his first loss since August 30th.
Top third of a scoreless game, Benji Gill. Grounds went up the middle. Brett Boone, great backhand play. Throws off balance to get Gill by a step. Brett Boone can do more than just drive in runs. Top of the fourth, still no score. Adam Kennedy grounds towards right. Boone dives to his left and throws him out. Boone's defense helps keep Anaheim hitless through 4 innings. Bottom 4, how about some Boone offense? Off a Pat Rapp, deep to right. Tim Salmon goes over the wall to try to rob him of a home run. The ball comes back into the field. Boone races around for a triple, but he thinks it's a home run. Let's take another look. Salmon gets his glove on the ball. It's hard to tell whether it is a home run or it's not. The umpires tell manager Lou Piniella it is not a home run. Boone stays on third. It was his only hit of the game. That triple, he would score on a sac fly. He's batting .320. Top 6 now, David Eckstein drives the Moyer pitch deep to left. Solo home run, his 3rd of the year. Just 1 of 2 hits Moyer allowed in 8 innings of work, but not good enough. The Mariners fall 2-1. Pat Rapp, 5 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs. His first win in his last 9 starts. Ichiro, who had been 9 for 19 in his last 4 games, went 0 for 5 for the first time this season.
Angels and Mariners, bottom 1. M's down 2 on Edgar Martinez. Bet up. Skies 1 to the corner and right. Tim Salmon misplays it. Stan Javier scores in the Martinez double. M's had 9 hits, 7 of them for extra base hits. No error charge, but watch Salmon. The ball just kind of misses his glove. Later in the first, 3-2 Seattle. More outfield woes for the Halos. Ed Sprague smokes a liner to center. Darren Erstad. My bad, dog. Brett Boone scores from first. First 2 games combined in the series, M's only had 10 singles, 1 triple. 5-3 M's in the 5th. Brett Boone at the plate, and Brett is straight rolling on the kids. 20th home run of the year. He had 19 all of last year. His best year ever was 98 when he had 24. M's win 7-3. It means they avoid getting swept in a series. It would have been the first time this season.
First and second, tie game in the 3rd. David Bell against Mark Mulder. Bell, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. Brett Boone would score. Ed Sprague, what about him? Well, he's out at 3rd. Mariners up 3-2. Top 4, Freddie Garcia, Eric Chavez, his 50th career homer, 3rd in 6 games. This one the opposite way. His 11th of the year. We're tied. Bottom of the 6th, still tied at 3. Runners at the corners for Ichiro. 2 hits for Ichiro in this game. He's hitting .354. David Bell would score. RBI number 34 for Ichiro. Next batter, Mike Cameron, and what he's got is not available in stores. 2 for 5, 3 RBI. He's hitting .276, his 13th home run of the year, and Mariners crush Oakland by the score of 7-3. Cameron hitting .333 with 5 homers, 20 RBI this month. Mulder allowed 5 earned runs on 12 hits and 5+ innings in the loss. Freddie Garcia joins teammates Aaron Seeley and Jamie Moyer as 8-game winners as Seattle improves to 22-8 against the AL West this season.
To the American League, every team with the bigs is chasing the Mariners, including the A's. They're 21 games off the pace being set by the M's out west. And Edgar Martinez trying to improve on that against Tim Hudson. Fly ball left. Johnny Damon, the leap at the wall, perfectly timed. Robs Martinez in the home run. Still in the top of the 2nd. Bases loaded for Ramon Hernandez. Facing John Halama. Hernandez, the drive. Would this get over the wall? It would. First career grand slam for Hernandez. 4-0 A's. Bottom of the 4th, 4-3. John Olerud against Tim Hudson. And Hudson gets him swinging. Hudson 5 2/3, allowed 3 earned runs. Top 5, man on for Terrence Long. He's not on anymore. Long, the 2-run bomb is 9th, 6-3 Oakland. Still 6-3. Bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded for Brett Boone. Facing Jeff Tam. And Boone would pop out in foul territory at 3rd base. The A's hang on for a 6-3 victory. For Oakland, only their 2nd win in the last 6 games. John Halama falls to 3-5 at home this year. Ichiro 1 for 5. He does have 12 hits in his last 7 games.
A's and M's, Seattle 8-4 versus Oakland this season. 2 outs. Aaron Seeley pitching to Terrence Long. And that gets through the right side of the infield. Jason Giambi skipped Wednesday's game, but back in here, and he's going to beat Ichiro's throw. A's take the lead 1-0. 2 outs again, this time Johnny Damon. 2-run shot. Everything starts with 2. Damon. 5th home run. A's up 3-0. Bottom 7, 3-2 game. Barry Zito to Carlos Guillen, and just like that, we have a tie game. 3-3, which is also Guillen's line in the game. 3 for 3. His 3rd home run. Top 8 tied at 3 still. Brian Fuentes, Eric Chavez. This guy's got like 42 game-winning hits in the last week. This one puts him ahead when Miguel Tejada scores. Chavez 2 for 3. No outs, none on. Edgar Martinez, Frank Menachino, Terrence Long. Call it. It's a very dangerous intersection out there. But they would both stay in the game. Next batter, still Al Martin, still an M. Brett Boone lines to first. Almedo Signs is there and gets Martin at first to end the A's threat. Take another look. Signs, defense, saves, runs. He's quick like a jungle cat. Turns, Martin, meet. A's go on to win it by a count of 6-3. The M's lose their 2nd straight series, just 3-6 in their last 9. And Sealy hadn't won his last 5 decisions. Mark Guthrie's 6th win ties him with Toronto's Paul Quantrill for most in the bigs by a reliever. And Jason Isringhausen gets his 3rd save of the season against Seattle.
Mariners and Angels top first. John Olerud facing Scott Schoenweiss. Mariners already up 2-0. The cleanup batter dropping down the bunt. And that is Mariners baseball. Nice sacrifice. Bases loaded. 2 out. Dan Wilson sticks it into left. That'll bring in 2. And the Mariners already up 4-0, and they want more. It's 5-0. And Ichiro dropping one down. That's his 2nd hit of the inning. Perfect squeeze bunt. The M's up 6-0. Top 2. It's 6-2. Mike Cameron, the man on first. Deep left, and oh boy, into the rocks. Mariners up 8-2. Bottom 3rd. Troy Gloss, a very large, very strong man. That's number 20 for Troy. A 2-run shot. That makes it 9-4. Bottom 7 is 9-5. Jeff Nelson getting Benji Gill. Mariner reliever struck out 7 in a row at one point as they nail it down. 9-5 is the final.
Stark making his first major league start for the Mariners. Bottom 1, he gets Troy Gloss. Stark just called up Thursday after Seattle sent down John Halama. Bottom 3rd facing Gloss again, and this time things don't go quite as well. 2-run shot. Gloss leads all AL third baseman with 21 homers and 52 RBI. Bottom 4, Angels up 3-2. Larry Barnes against Stark. This is to left, and Al Martin sticks the landing. Stark worked 5 2/3, allowed 3 runs on 8 hits. He struck out 4. Tied at 3 in the 6th. Tom Lampkin to right, and check out the fan. Right there. He touches the ball. Lampkin had his head down. He was running all the way, he said. Thinks it's a double, so he stops at 2nd. But umpire Ted Barrett says, you know what? Go ahead in. It's a home run. Lampkin's 4th, 4-3 Seattle. Bottom 9, Angels down 5-3. Darren Erstad. The tying run facing Kazuhiro Sasaki, who gets him. Sasaki gets his major league leading 28th save in 32 attempts, and the Mariners win 5-3. Denny Stark gets his first big league victory.
Let's go to Anaheim for the Angels and the M's. Bottom of the 2nd, Larry Barnes against Freddie Garcia. Barnes to short left, Carlos Guillen and Al Martin. Their worlds would collide. Guillen left the game with a mild concussion. Top 4, 1-0 M's. Matt Wise facing Mike Cameron. Cameron struck out 3 times. Next batter is Al Martin. And it's the whiff. Wise tied a season and career high with 9 Ks. Bottom 5, 2-minute board for Garrett Anderson facing Garcia. Brett Boone ends the inning. How many times you seen it? Ends the inning and then comes to the plate. Gone. Brett Boone making Seattle forget about Harold Reynolds. 21st home run, 80 RBIs, 4-0 Seattle, and it's time to bring out the rally monkey. And there he is. Rally monkey. Bottom 9, 5-0 M's. 2 on. Barnes. Charles Gibson. Charles Gibson makes the grab.
Good morning, America.
Yeah. Garcia finishes with an 8-hit complete game shutout.
Top 7 tied at 4. Mike Cameron, left center. Gabe Kepler can't make the catch, and Mark McLemore is going to score all the way from first. Cameron the triple. He went 2 for 6 drives and 2. M's up 5-4. Bottom 7, it's Ruben Sierra, the rejuvenated one. This guy's incredible. Back in the majors this year, 12th home run of the year, tied at 5. Still in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Lamb to right, Ichiro now in the game. And can't get there. Kapler motors around and scored from first. And Texas is up 7-5. That's the score, top 9. Ichiro's on deck, Mike Cameron at the plate, nobody out. McLemore takes off, Pudge guns him down. First time McLemore has been thrown out in his last 24 steal attempts. 1 out. Next pitch, Zimmerman strikes out Mike Cameron. So there's 2 out. The next man up is Ichiro. And it looks like Texas is going to get out of the jam, but hold on. Ichiro, 2-run home run to tie the game. He's got 4 home runs. 2 of them have come off of Zimmerman at Texas. So we're all tied up into extra innings. Top 10, Al Martin, base hit. John Olerud comes in to score. Seattle up 8-7, and Seattle goes on to win by the final score of 9-7 in 10.
Texas. 2 on, 2 out, no score, top of the first. Mike Cameron in the batter's box. And what he's got is not available in stores. A 3-run home run, his 15th home run of the year. He has 57 RBIs, does Mike Cameron. It's 3-0 Mariners. Rangers down 4, Pudge Rodriguez. He's built for this. He's 2 for 4. He's hitting .295. Pudge is 17th home run of the year. Now it's 5-2. Next batter, Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, his only hit of the game. He was 1 for 2 with 2 walks. He's hitting .317. Number 24 on the year for A-Rod. Bottom 5, same score, 2 on, 2 out. Pudge again. The liner up the middle. Brett Boone. Not only at the plate, but he's a defensive star. Top of the 6th, 5-3 Mariners, Ichiro. 3 more hits for Ichiro in this game. He's hitting .352. It's 6-3 Mariners as David Bell comes around to score. Still 6-3 in the top of the 7th when that man Boone, Brett Boone. Hey, All-Star. 2 for 4, home run number 22, 82 RBIs for Brett Boone. He deserves the love. Aaron Seeley wins for the first time in 6 starts. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 3 in 6 2/3. The Mariners, a season-high 10 extra base hits.
Mariners and the Rangers, bottom 1. Ruben Sierra is at second. Andres Galarraga. Al Martin. Diving, can't make the play. The Rangers, 3 straight doubles in the first. They're up 3-0. Top 3. A-Rod diving stop. Throws out David Bell from his knees. Bottom 5, it's 4-2 Texas. And it's Rafael Palmeiro, Mr. Consistent.
Oh, did not get that ball away.
Palmeiro 2 for 4 in the game, his 22nd home run of the year. Texas up 5-2. Top 8, the Rangers call on Jeff Zimmerman. Brett Boone, 82 RBIs at the plate. And he flies out, so Zimmerman gets the job done. Rangers get out of the jam, they're still up 5-3. Top 9, Ichiro. Bounce with a second, Mike Young bobbles. And better hurry up! In time. Bell not happy. Watch it again, Pete.
It's a remarkable play. I mean, Mike Young actually has played second base very well. But just rolls it over there. You know something? I think the umpire got it right. Just frustration, playing hard, and David Bell probably feeling for his father a little bit at this point. Encouraging thing for the Rangers. Rob Bell, the right-handed pitcher that they got from Cincinnati in the Ruben Mateo deal, threw the ball very well in this game.
On the mound, his second career start, and it was an outrage. Rafael Palmeiro, second homer of the game. He's got 424 in his career, 2 behind Billy Williams for 28th place all time. Rangers up 5-1. Mike Lamb, that's a rip. Lamb 2 for 4, he's hitting .298. Rangers are up 6-1. The double scores a run. Your next batter, Bill Hasselman, his only hit of the game, but it was a beaut. Another double. This one off the wall, that scores another run. Hasselman hitting .286. Rangers are up 7-1. And after giving up an infield hit to Mike Young, Stark, see ya. 9 runs allowed in 3 innings. He's stunned. First batter for Brian Fuentes, Frank Catalanato, and he hits him. That loads the bases. Next batter, Ricky Leday, Fuentes. This is on the 3-2 big time. Pass Dan Wilson. Leday walks with the bags full. That scores a run. Next batter, Alex Rodriguez. His 8th career grand slam, his 25th homer of the year, 214th homer in his career, 3rd all-time for shortstops. Ruben Sierra. Sensational comeback for Ruben Sierra. His 13th home run of the year. What was that little dance out of the batter's box? Yeah, well, he's allowed to do that. He's got the years. 14-2 the final.
Set at Dodger Stadium. First batter, Ichiro. High fastball, and he turns on it from Kevin Brown. Ichiro's fifth. He was 3 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBI, 1-0 Seattle. M starter Freddie Garcia was on his all-star form. Gets Chef to win the first. Second inning, it's Dave Hansen's turn to whiff on the change. Bottom 5, he gets Adrian Beltre. Garcia, a no-no through 5. So we got this while we had Mulder working on the perfecto. Bottom 6, Chris Donald strokes the grounder to right. That's a base hit, and that's the end of the no-no. Top 7, still 4-0, man on for David Bell. Takes Al Reyes high and deep to left. Sheffield never even had to move. Bell's 9th, 6-0 M's. Bottom 8, Garcia working with a 12-0 lead. And breathe a little bit easier. Jeff Rebele as in no way. Garcia, the complete game shutout, a 4-hitter, and the Mariners win 13-0, win number 62 on the season. Al Martin, Carlos Guillen, and David Bell each had 3 hits apiece. Seattle is now 7-3 in interleague play this year.
To L.A. for this one. Bottom of the second inning, Sean Green up to face Abbott in a scoreless game. Boone with a diving grab, and Green's out at first. Thank you. Very nicely done. Later, Sheffield with a laser to left. You know, Gary knows how to tie a game at 1, doesn't he? His 18th of the year. This in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next, bottom 8, Paul LaDuca up facing Jeff Nelson, and you know, that one got away. Nelly could tell as soon as he let it go, and obviously he didn't mean to come that high and tight. Scary moment for LaDuca, worth a second look. Thank goodness for helmets and quick reflexes. That thing caroms right off the helmet, nails him right on the cheek. Get this, he would stay in. He base run and actually steals second. Later, he was replaced in the field by Chad Kruger. And it's Adrian Beltre. Bottom 9, tied at 1. Not anymore. 7th of the year. Oh, Dodgers making them feel blue. You know, 1 is the loneliest number you'll ever do. That's all the M's offense could muster. That win by L.A., ending a streak of 3 shutout losses to the Mariners. Ichiro with a rare offer. M's top 4 go a combined 2 for 13.
Aaron Seeley facing Jeff Williams. And Seeley lays down the squeeze bunt. David Bell scores from third. 2-0 Mariners into second. Next up is Ichiro. Remember Saturday, Paul LaDuca hit in the head by Jeff Nelson? And Jeff Williams nails Ichiro. Ichiro would be okay. He'd stay in the game. If you look at it again, the pitch hits Ichiro right in the back of the noggin. Bottom 5, Dodgers down 1. Adrian Beltre. David Bell with the grab, tries to double up the runner at first, unsuccessful. Still a great grab. 3-1 Mariners in the 7th. Dan Wilson against Williams, his 6th on the year. Mariners win it, batting around and scoring 6 in the top half of the 7th to win this one 9-2. Aaron.
Guys face Monday night at Safeco Field. A bit easier to hit.
Yeah, but I don't care who's pitching, Linda. 390 feet down the left field power alley. Tough for anybody. Sammy Sosa, the only returning slugger from last year, holds a home run derby record with 26 jacks. He did it last year. Home run derby. Barry Bonds leading the league with 39 jacks. A-Rod in the competition from the Rangers back home in Seattle.
Welcome back to Seattle, Alex Rodriguez.
Round 1, Jason Giambi setting the tone. Yokes his 5th homer off the plexiglass out in right field. Remember, Giambi, fewer home runs than anybody in this competition so far this regular season. Next pitch, that's number 6 in a row to deep right center field. Jason's not done. One of the nicest guys in baseball as well. 452-foot shot to the upper deck. 7th home run in a row. Giambi now with 12 homers, looking for more. Here's the call.
Vamos a ver, se acaba de empatar Giambi a lo profundo y no. Díganle que no es esa pelota.
Giambi now looking for 14. Giambi, a new record of 14 homers in the first round, his longest 482 feet. Sammy Sosa strapping him on for the first round. Sosa already with 2 jacks, launches his 3rd and final home run to the upper deck in center field. His longest or at least that one, a 467-foot shot, he would advance to the second round. D-backs Luis Gonzalez's turn. Gonzo launches his 4th homer, just fair down the right field line. He'd finish with 5 homers and would advance, first appearance ever by a Diamondback in the Derby. Barry Bonds looking to advance to the next round. Barry launches his 2nd home run of the upper deck, his first appearance in the Derby since he won it in '96. Meanwhile, A-Rod keeping focused and loose in the batting cage. Back to Bonds. Booyah! His 3rd homer to the exact same place in the upper deck. He would hit 7 and advance to the second round as long as 476 feet. A-Rod's turn in the Derby. Seattle fans still giving up the love. With 2 outs, A-Rod rips one to the left field bleachers. A-Rod, 27 career homers ever at Safeco Field. That is a Safeco Field record. He would hit 2 homers but would not advance. First round, Jambi, happy in advances.
Luis Gonzalez in the second round against Barry Bonds. Gonzo, 35 homers at the break. Said he was like in a fog. He was so nervous. That's his 3rd home run. And then Gonzo again. Nails his 5th home run. That's as many as he had in the first round. He would finish with 5 in that second round. Now, what about Barry Bonds? 39 dongs at the break. Bonds. Just 3 homers in the second round, and this wasn't one of them. Just foul. Gonzalez would advance to the final. Sorry, Barry. So it's Sammy Sosa against Jason Giambi for a berth in the finals. Sosa, he's built for this. That's a launch off the scoreboard. 8 homers in the second round for Sammy Sosa. That's his 3rd. And then another shot. That's his 8th. Sammy Sosa, the defending champ. Gonzalez can't believe it, but he's impressed. What about Giambi? It's his turn, already with 4 homers. Jason, Jimmy Jackson for his 5th. Will it stay fair? Yes, it does. But it's Sammy that goes to the final, Stuart.
Final round, Gonzalez, Sosa. Lugo unleashes his 4th home run. Lugo now with 9 outs facing elimination with 5 homers. Oh, bro, come on, bro. Come on. Finishes with 6 home runs.
Now it's Sammy Sosa's turn. Only 1 homer after 9 outs. What can Sosa do? Sammy thinks he's got all of it, but I think he knows it barely clears the fence for a 2nd homer. Sosa trying to stay alive. Fouls the last pitch to end it. So it's Gonzalez.
It is. Luis Gonzalez wins the home run derby. Giving love up to Sammy. Gonzalez, 199 career home runs. That's not derby play. That's like real life play. But he defeats the reigning champion.
Hey, this is not only, John, listening, the 72nd All-Star Game. I know you're listening. And the first All-Star Game in Seattle since 1979. This is our SportsCenter showcase. You better believe it. There's the stunning Safeco Field. Cal Ripken Jr., 19-time All-Star, 18th game he's played in. Tony Gwynn also retiring at the end of the year. He was invited. Should have been able to pick up a bat. Ichiro, Bobby Valentine, a pleasant history in Japan. A-Rod telling his idol Cal, hey, you belong at shortstop, not me. For 1 inning, you're there. Joe Torre says, yeah, we agreed. A-Rod and I, we talked about it. Cal, you belong at short. Nobody has hit more home runs in that position, by the way. So here we go. Roger Clemens against Luis Gonzalez, and the home run derby champ pops it up. And A-Rod, who is 0 for 2 in this game. Oh, third base is a tough position, isn't it? Cal giving A-Rod some pointers. Bottom 1. The matchup Randy Johnson was looking forward to. Ichiro facing the unit. Ichiro, hot shot, Todd Helton all over it. But you know what? Ichiro beat out the big unit. You knew that. He also stole a base in this game, did Ichiro. Finally, in the second, the drama we waited for, except there was no drama. Mike Piazza, Roger Clemens, 7 pitches, not a single one inside to Piazza. Clemens faced 6 batters, and he retired everybody. Bottom of the second, Randy Johnson, 200 Ks at the break, facing his former mate Edgar Martinez, and gets him. Johnson allowed 1 hit in his 2 innings, 3 Ks. Bottom 3 still scoreless. Cal Ripken Jr., Chan-Ho Park. Here's Charlie.
Now he steps back into the box, and here comes the pitch from Chan-Ho Park, and there's a high fly ball to left field. Did he do it? Did he do it? He did! Cal Ripken Jr. on his first at-bat in his last All-Star game hits a home run.
At 40 years and 10 months, the oldest player to hit a homer in the All-Star game. After stoppage in play, Troy Gloss comes out to replace Ripken at third base. And then all the All-Stars come out to honor Cal Ripken and Tony Gwynn. Well deserved. Ripken and Gwynn getting the Commissioner's Award. Then a funny yet potentially scary moment here. Vlad Guerrero's bat right at Tommy Lasorda. And look at Tommy. All right, it wasn't pretty. We're concerned right there about his health, to be honest with you. He's almost 74 years old. I'm sure that's what Don Zimmer is thinking right there. Take another look. Tommy doing aerobics. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it happens. Barry Bonds giving him some protection. Zimmer still can't get over it. The NL All-Stars then giving Tommy the business. Bottom 6 now, John Lieber wants a do-over. Derek Jeter, like, whoa. Last year's All-Star MVP goes deep, giving the American League a 3-1 lead. Next batter, third straight All-Star game for this man, Maglio Ordonez. Back-to-back jacks for the AL. Fifth time that's happened in All-Star game history. First time since Bo Jackson and Wade Boggs did it in '89. Top of the ninth, 4-1 lead for the AL, Kaz Sasaki. 29 saves at the break, facing Sean Casey, who's impressed. 2 outs. Next batter, Bobby V's favorite player, Cliff Floyd. Floyd 0 for 2 in this game. Mike Sweeney, the toss to Sasaki for the out. Just 3 hits for the NL All-Stars. Game over. Joe Torre 4-0 as an AL All-Star manager. Cal Ripken Jr., well-deserved. The oldest player ever to win MVP honors. The 5th straight American League victory. The AL has won 11.
Maybe even more than that, because, you know, they were undefeated before the All-Star break, 63-24. Barry Bonds had 39 homers before the break. All-Star break over, but the M's and Bonds still in Seattle. An interleague 3-game matchup between the Giants and Mariners. Barry Bonds, no homers in 13 games and 44 at-bats. Goodbye to that stat, thank you. Career homer number 534 times with Jimmy Fox for 10th all-time. It's also Bonds' first homer in 40 at-bats against Seattle. So how about 535 in the next at-bat? No. Paul Abbott gets him with the changeup. Top 6, Giants trailing 2-1, 1 on, 1 out for Rich Aurelia, former driller. He's an all-star. That's all-star quality. That's home run derby quality. 2-run blast. His 13th homer. Giants take the lead 3-2. Top 8. Bonds 4th at bat. No. Jose Paniagua gets him looking. Bottom 9, still 3-2. David Bell facing Rob Nen. Nen on to close it out, and that's not closing it out. Bell extending the game. The Eddie Bauer edition of this home run is 10th. The score is tied at 3. Bonus baseball. Top 10. Kaz Sasaki says, Bonds, you will not be a hero. 3 Ks. He was 2 for 5. Home half the 11th. You know it's going your way. Tom Lampkin, 3rd guy of the night, hitting in the 9th spot. Ramon Martinez bounces one off the mound. Mike Cameron scores. 4-3, the M's merry magic carpet ride rolls right along. They have now won 8 of 11 overall. Arthur Rhodes 6-0 in relief now. The Giants 18-17 when Bonds homers. It was his.
Barry Bonds with 40 homers. Mariners 40 games over 500. Top 1, that was Calvin Murray on second. Jamie Moyer facing Rich Aurelia. It's into right. And look at Ichiro making that long throw from right all the way to third. One of his patented bullets. Not in time, though. Murray is safe. He's in there. Next batter, Barry Bonds. That's into right. Murray scores, and the Giants have the early 1-0 lead. Bonds Friday 1 for 5. That 1 RBI. Top 4, Giants up 2-1. Eric Davis on first. Moyer facing Sean Dunston. David Bell tries the throw to second. It's way off. Davis is safe at second. Check this one out. Bell spinning and throwing. Brett Boone is able to make the catch at second base here. Look, he's on the bag. But they ruled an error on Bell. Next up, Ramon Martinez into shallow center. This will deliver Davis, and San Francisco has a 3-1 lead on Jamie Moyer. Bottom 7 out, Russ Ortiz working for the Giants, and he rings up David Bell. Ortiz worked 7 2/3, allowed 3 runs on 7 hits, struck out 9. Bell fired up about it, and home plate ump Rob Drake rings him up.
Giants and M's get the showcase at Safeco. We pick it up top of the first. No score. Rich Aurelia facing Freddie Garcia, who came in 10-1. Garcia hangs the curve, and Aurelia hangs him out to dry. Number 14 for Aurelia. Giants up 1-0. Garcia's scoreless streak over after 21 innings. Bottom of the first, still 1-0. Ichiro in second for Edgar Martinez. Check swing. Boop. Ichiro will come around to score. 70 RBIs for Martinez. Ichiro 78 runs. Tops in the American League. Bottom third, 2-1 Mariners. Brett Boone facing Sean Estes. Boone ropes one into left. He makes the hard turn. Trying to take 2. Marvin Bernard's throw from left. No! not what he had in mind. Boone makes a turn for third. Felipe Crespo's thrown out in time. Boone would later score on a Mike Cameron sac fly to make it 3-1 M's. Top of the fourth, still 3-1. Jeff Kent taking Garcia deep to right. It's carrying, but Ichiro's got it. Fantastic catch at the wall. Worthy of another look. Great concentration and timing on the leap and the catch. Ichiro saves a run for the M's. Next batter is Armando Rios, and there is absolutely nothing Ichiro can do about this one. Number 13 for Rios on the season. He was 2 for 4, and it was a 3-2 ball game. Top of the eighth, still 3-2 Mariners. Arthur Rhodes in to pitch to Barry Bonds. Bonds swings on the first pitch. Doesn't know if he's going to get another one to hit. Deep to right center, but Mike Cameron hauls it in. Bonds 0 for 4 in the game. He's the only batter Rhodes faced. Top of the ninth, still 3-2. Kazuhiro Sasaki in for the Mariners. Gets Jeff Kent with the off-speed stuff. Next batter is Rios. Check swing. We check with Rob Drake at third. He's out. Next batter, Felipe Crespo. And he'll send a harmless fly ball to right. Ichiro having some problems with the sun, but he's from the land of the rising sun, and he makes the grab. 1-2-3 inning gives Sasaki his major league leading 30th save. And the Mariners win it 3-2. Ichiro hitless in back-to-back games for the first time this season. Still, the M's have won 22 of their 29 series this year.
Ichiro. Get your Ichiros here. Luis Gonzalez once won.
You're going to order a couple itchy rolls, Randy, before you leave here, a couple itchy rolls?
It's not itchy, it's Ichiros. Luis Gonzalez first, top of the first, Martin Grace off Aaron Seeley. Ichiro plays the carom, hits the cutoff man John Olerud, and Gonzo is Gonzo. Bottom one, Edgar Martinez at first. He would pull up lane with a strained left quad. He would be pinch hit for later in the game. Top three, Craig Counsell. The comebacker, and Aaron Seeley out of self-defense. Bottom three, M's up 1-0, 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Brett Boone batting .327. Brings in Mark McLemore. M's up 2-0. Top four, Luis Gonzalez comes calling, and Seeley rings him up. A pitch that Gonzo did not like. Scott Podsednik, his first major league at bat, his first major league hit. A triple clears the bases. It's 7-0 Seattle. Top eight, 2 outs. Seeley walk 1, struck out 5. Gets Steve Finley with a nasty hook. He set down 20 in a row. 8-0 the final. M's improved to 16-4 in Aaron Seeley's starts this year. First career 2-hitter, 7th shutout. Ichiro 0 for 5 hitless in his last 13 at-bats. Gonzo goes 0 for 4. Arizona has dropped 6 of 8 overall.
John Alama just recalled from Tacoma. Reggie Sanders says, "Hi, John." Over the fence. His 20th of the year. Sanders 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, hit 249. D-backs up 2-0. 2 batters later, Damian Miller. Not scared of heights. His 6th home run of the year. D-backs up 3-0. 3 batters later. Yeah, John Alama's still in there. And he's got to face this guy, Luis Gonzalez. Off the wall, Craig Counsell would score Gonzo's 90th RBI. Halama lasted just 3 innings, allowed 6 hits and 5 earned runs. Mariners down 5-0, bags full, 2 out. Tom Lampkin grounds out. Miguel Batista on the mound, goes 5 1/3, allows just 4 hits and 3 earned runs. Mariners down just 2, bottom 7. Ichiro just waving at Greg Swindell's stuff. Ichiro 0 for his last 17. Luis Gonzalez, the looper. Ichiro. Sure, he went hitless at the plate, but that's an awesome catch. Bottom 9, still 5-3 Arizona. Young Hyun Kim against Ichiro. Takes care of business. Ichiro 0 for 5. 0 for his last 18 at-bats, as a matter of fact. That's how important that man is to the Seattle Ball Club as they fall 5-3 to Arizona.
Rubber match at Safeco Tuesday. Top one, no score. Luis Gonzalez, who won the home run derby in Safeco. An 0 for 4 day. Paul Abbott gets him swinging there. Bottom of the first, Ichiro, an 0 for 18 slump, no more. He's the designated hitter in place of Edgar, and he would later score on a Brett Boone sac fly. Bottom 5, 2-0 Seattle. Dan Wilson at the plate. Takes one to center. Steve Finley, nice diving grab. Top 6, still 2-0 M's. Uribe Durazo up with 2 Diamondbacks on. And Durazo against Abbott. Base hit. Matt Williams come on down. Mark Grace is cut off in a rundown that would end the inning. But the Diamondbacks do play one run against Paul Abbott, the only one he'd give up in 6 1/3, striking out 7. Bottom 7, still 2-1 when David Bell busts out the whooping stick on Brian Anderson. Number 11 of his year, 3-1 M's. Bottom of the 8th, it's 4-1. Brett Boone looking for more fireworks, and he got it. Number 23 on the year. League leading RBIs number 87 and 88, and it's a 6-1 final. The D-backs scored only once in their 2 losses in Seattle.
Major League best Mariners, John Olerud. Chad Durbin with the runner on. Olerud, the liner. David McCarty heads up. Gets the double play. Bottom 4, same score. Royals threatening, 2 on. Jermaine Dye against Jamie Moyer. Dye, double play. Moyer, who came into this game struggling, goes 8, allows 0 runs and just 4 hits. Top of the 7th with a bags full, 1 out. Podzedek grounding into the double play to end the inning. Durbin goes 8, allowing 0 runs, 4 hits, 6 Ks. Top of the 9th, still scoreless. David Bell on second. Carlos Guillen against Roberto Hernandez. That's a pop-up and it's foul. The underrated Mark Quinn, outstanding. He's also hitting 284, and you didn't even know that. Neither did Guillen. 2 on, 2 out. Brett Boone slapping a base hit. He does that so well with runners on. His 89th RBI of the year. And the Mariners always seem to find a way. The league-leading 89th RBI for Brett Boone, who helps send the Royals to their 12th loss in 14 games. For the Mariners, City. Freddie, Mark Quinn, the grounder, David Bell. Bell, great stop. So great we had to slow it down. And then the finish, getting Quinn at first. Bell getting the love from his teammates in the dugout. Much deserved. Bottom 4, 3-1 Kansas City. 2nd and 3rd are the runners. 2 out. Luis Alicea. Down the line, John Olerud can't make the play. Joe Randa and Mark Quinn would score. What? 5-1 Kansas City? Freddie Garcia upset between innings? Rare. Top of the 9th, 6-3 Royals, 2 outs. Look out, Ichiro. He's going for your ankles, was Corey Bailey. Bailey throwing again at Ichiro's ankles. And then the whole plate ump, Jim Joyce says, enough with you, Bailey. You're gone. Tony Muser, not amused. Bailey leaves without an argument. Muser throws his hat. Tony also ejected. He gets his money's worth. 6-3, though, the final. Number 700 has to wait for Lou. Freddie Garcia goes 4 innings. His shortest outing since going 3 1/3 against Oakland on opening day.
Opener of a 4-game set between American League Division leaders. All-Star Joe Mays facing All-Star Mike Cameron, and let my Cameron go. Deep to left center, a 2-run shot, a 17th, 2-0 Mariners. Bottom 2, Seeley in a jam. 2 on, nobody out, facing Chad Allen. To short, Carlos Guillen to Brett Boone. Boone's throw pulls John Olerud off the bag. Olerud grabs the ball, coming home, nails Brian Buchanan, a 6-4, 3-2 double play. Your standard. Top 3, Ichiro against Mays. Up the first base line, Doug Minkiewicz diving to get Ichiro, who's 0 for 5. Mays gave up 4 runs on 9 hits and 7. Seeley in trouble in the 5th. 2 on, 2 outs. Talks with Dan Wilson, then faces Jason Maxwell and gets bailed out by Al Martin, who sticks the landing. Seeley in the 7th rings up Chad Allen. Seeley allowed 4 hits over 7 shutout innings, walked 1, struck out 5, and the Mariners win in Minnesota. Lou Piniella getting congratulations there. His 700th win as Seattle skipper. Aaron Seeley wins his 4th straight start. He does not allow a run for his 2nd consecutive outing. Twins have lost 5 of 6.
It's already 1-0. Al Martin up with 2 on. And he just reaches out and sticks it into the football press box. A 3-run jack, his 6th of the year. The Mariners up 4-zip after 1. Top 2, Brett Boone bidding for a base hit. Luis Rivas. And that is a shortstop's arm. Inning over. Bottom 2, 4-2 M's. Twins with the bases loaded. Denny Hocking. It's a lazy fly ball. Sleeps late, doesn't do its chores. It's lazy, I tell you. The Twins leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the 4th. They're loaded again for Hocking. And again, he goes right back to center and right back to Mike Cameron. Hocking stranded 7. 7 lobs for Denny Hocking. Bottom 9, bring on Kaz Sasaki. His league-leading 32nd save and 36 ops. The Twins strand 14 runners as the M's win at 6-3. John Halama banished to the bullpen, gave up just 1 run in 4 1/3 to get the win. That 1 run snapped Seattle's streak of 32 1/3 shutout innings by the bullpen. The Twins are just 3-7 since the All-Star break.
Their 4-game set in Minnesota. John Olerud, that's Doug Mankiewicz laying out in the first with 1 on and 1 out. Worth another look. Mankiewicz, a member of that gold medal winning team, gets his man. Bottom 2, bases are loaded. 1 out, and Paul Abbott against Jock Jones. To shallow left. Mark McLemore makes the grab and doubles up Torrey Hunter. Top 5, 2-0 M's. 1 on, 1 out for Mark McLemore. Ichiro running on the play. Matt Lawton misplays it. Ichiro comes around to score. Ruled a triple for McLemore. 3-0 M's. Tough day for Lawton and the Twins as they fall to the M's by the final of 6-3. M's have won 4 straight.
Brad Radke, he wants win number 11, matched up with Jamie Moyer. Top 3, Mark McLemore. High chopper, Radke's throw over, easy play. Ichiro scores. McLemore to second, and it is 2-0 Seattle. Still top 3, Brett Boone. And Doug Mankiewicz does this at least once a game. Saves a run, still 2-0. Top 5, Ichiro. To center, Carlos Guillen comes around, it's 3-1. Ichiro 2 for 4. Radke allowed 2 earned on 9 hits in 8 innings. Bottom 6, David Ortiz. Say hello to my little friend. Have a good trip, Mel. Upper deck is 7th, Mini within 1. Bottom 8, Chad Allen on 2nd, Corey Konsky. To center, they wave Allen. Charles Gibson's throw is going to get there first. Gibson came into the game in that inning as a defensive replacement for McLemore. Good call. Next batter with Koski on 2nd, it's Torrey Hunter. Kazuhiro Sasaki gets him. Sasaki's 33rd save and 37 chances. Mariners sweep the 4-game set. It's the Mariners' 11th series.
The Kansas City Royals. Bottom 2nd, Chris Wilson hits Stan Javier and then ruins the camera. Those are expensive. Should not have tourists behind home plate. Javier was fine. Top 6, game tied at 1. Mike Sweeney, runner at 2nd, rips Freddie Garcia. That's going to rattle around the right field corner. Ray Sanchez will score. 36 double for Sweeney. 2-zip Royals. 2 batters later, Raul Bañez rips it down the right field line. Sweeney going to come in to score. Bañez, he's really fast. He got 1, he got 2. What the heck? Let's go the whole 270 feet for the triple. He's in there. Bañez, 3-1 Royals. Bottom 7, now 4-1 KC. Daniel Allen Wilson, you get in this house right now. Ray Sanchez, sweet dive to start the double play. Luis Alicea turns it. Bottom 8, still 4-1. John Olerud, 2 outs. Chris Wilson gets him looking. Wilson, 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks as the Royals win at 6-1. Wilson out pitching Freddie Garcia for the 2nd time in 5 days. Joined Barry Zito and Mark Guthrie as the only pitchers to beat the Mariners twice this season. Garcia's lost consecutive starts for the first time in his career, the loss snapping Seattle's 4-game win streak. Mariners have lost 1 in a row. Aaron Sealing came in, a scoreless streak of 17 and a third innings, and that's not going to help it. Nefi Perez, newly acquired over Ichiro's head. He was 1 for 5. That's a double. Next batter, Ray Sanchez. Inside the bag, Perez already an asset to the ball club. Royals up 1-zip, and Seeley's scoreless inning streak gone. Later in the inning, Royals up 3-0. Raul Bañez on 2nd. Joe Randa singles. Al Martin throwing. They got him dead. Goal. David Bell, he cut the throw. Bañez goes to 2nd. Look at it again. Cut it! I don't know who yelled that, but they should have let it go through. Bell charged with an error for dropping the ball. Bañez, I don't know. Royals up 4-zip. Bottom 6, Mariners down 5-zip. Mark McLemore, Perez playing 2nd. Ray Sanchez staying at short. Nice pick, good throw. Royals win it by a count of 5-1. 8th time this year, the Mariners have lost 2 straight games. They have yet to lose 3.
And the Royals, Joe Pinheiro on the mound for Seattle. Gets Ray Sanchez, then he gets Carlos Beltran, and then he gets Mike Sweeney. Pinheiro struck out 3 of the first 4 batters he faced. This just his 3rd major league start. Sweeney back to Pinheiro, top 4. Pinheiro said, how'd I do that? Bottom 4, Chris George's major league debut against John Olerud. To the gap. Brett Boone comes home to score, and Seattle's up 1-zip. Meantime, Pinheiro still cruising in the 5th. the one-time Mariner Raul Ibanez. Down he goes as Pinheiro strikes out 6 in 6 innings of work. Just what the M's need, another pitcher. Bottom 8, Ichiro with 2 outs. Base hit up the middle, that scores 2. M's up 4-zip. They go on to win 4-0. So Pinheiro, the story. 1-hit ball through 6 innings, his 2nd career win and his 3rd Major League start. As Seattle avoids its first 3-game losing streak of the season. It's Seattle's 8th shutout of the season. That ties Boston for the most.
Second 2-1 Mariners. A.J. Pierzynski. That's pretty high. Now has he got good aim? Yeah, stays fair. Pierzynski's 4th of the year, 3-2 Twins. Bottom 5, game tied 3-3, John Olerud. That's also got good height. No doubt about that one. Plenty fair. Olerud's 14th. M's retake the lead 5-3. Top 7, 7-3 M's. Pierzynski this time on the ground, and Brett Boone fields ground balls. The spin, the throw, you're out in the crowd. They like the defense there in Seattle. Hand claps for Brett Boone. Bottom 8, 8-3. Ichiro, bobblehead doll day on Saturday. And here's a treat for those in attendance. On Friday, a 6th homer. M's up 9-3. 2 batters later, Brett Boone does it with the glove, doing it with the bat. He is an all-around baseball player. His 24th. He was 2 for 4 with 3 more ribs. An animal. M's win it 11-4. They swept the Twins 4 in the Metrodome, win this one as well. Minnehaha 3-10 in the last 13 games. For Seattle, 4 players with a home run, and they had gone 5 games without anybody hitting a home run, so that's good. Paul Abbott, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 8-0 in his last 12 starts. That's solid.
Mariner fans lining up at 11:30 last night to be among the first 20,000 to get in so they'd get a bobblehead, and we put it in the showcase. Oh, that's going to look beautiful on the mantle. Ichiro figures they went to all this trouble. The least I can do is have a great game. Dropping one down. Ichiro 3 for 4. He's on in the first, and Mike Cameron is going to bring him home. Cameron's 67th RBI. The M's 3rd straight single. It's 1-zip. Top 2, 1 on, 1 out for David Ortiz against Jamie Moyer. And John Olerud starting a 3-6-3. Moyer gives up just 1 run in 6 1/3. Bottom 4, bases bloated for Ichiro. Right back through the box. That'll bring in Stan Javier and Al Martin. The M's take the 3-0 lead. 2 batters later, Brett Boone doesn't leave runners on the bases. McMahon on 2nd and 3rd. He sticks it into left. 96 RBIs, a new career high for Boone. He also leads the AL in that category. Bring on the suddenly unhittable Arthur Rhodes. Gets David Ortiz. And then Brian Buchanan in the 8th. Rhodes just blows away Tom Prince. And then Jason Maxwell as well. 4 straight Ks for Rhodes. He's retired 35 of the last 38 he's faced, striking out 19 of them as the M's win. Seattle, a mind-boggling.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Freddie Garcia gets Denny Hawkins swinging, inning over. Bottom 5, bases full of Mariners, 1 out. Ed Sprague for the Mariners. Boy, if Ed Sprague's working it for the Mariners, how can you beat them? 4 RBI in the game for Sprague. He had 4 RBI in the season coming in. And then here's Brett Boone against Eric Milton in the 6th. Mark McLemore scores. 6-2 Mariners. Bottom 8, Mariners not done. Bases loaded again. Nobody out. And it's Brett Boone again against LaTroy Hawkins. Base hit. 3 RBI for Boone, who now has 99 on the season. And Garcia gets a complete game victory. Milton loses his first game since May 18th. Mariners wrap up a 6-game homestand with a team record 12th sweep of the season, and the Mariners wrap up the season series with Minnesota by taking 8 of 9 by a combined score of 61-31.
Pinella, why tinker with something that isn't broken? Mariners, Tigers, Bobby Higginson. That's a drive off of Aaron Seeley. It's deep. It'll drop in. Roger Cedeno would score from second. Higgs heads into third for a triple. His only hit of the game. He's hitting .286. Tigers up 1-0. David Bell now facing Jose Lima. Enjoying life as a Tiger. Bell up the middle. Damian Easley backhands it. The tough throw to get the out. Top of the 8th. Tigers up 4-2. 2 out. The always dangerous Mike Cameron at the plate. But Cameron pops up against Lima. Tony Clark has to look at this. Tony Clark, TC into the seats, and simple as that, ends the inning. Jose Lima thrilled. He's 3-2 as a Tiger. Goes 8, allows 6 hits, strikes out 5. Aaron Seeley suffering his first loss in 7 road decisions.
Visiting the Tigers in Detroit. Top of the third, 2-0 Ams. Al Martin base hit the left. Here's John Olerud showing off the wheels. Well, not really, but he's showing off a great slide to beat Rob Fick's tag. 3-0 Ams. Top of the fourth, 2 on for Seattle. Here's Mark McLemore lining a Damon Easley. You've just seen a triple play. Remember that great television commercial? 4-6-3, triple play. Top 9, 5-1 Mariners. Brett Boone, RBI single, up the middle, and that would score Ichiro Boone's 100th RBI of the season, and comes in a blowout win by Seattle. Tiger
GM Pat Gillick was quoted as saying he wouldn't move Tomko without getting equal value. Tomko, who came over in the Ken Griffey deal, has started just 11 games for Seattle over the last 2 seasons. Compare that to the 60 starts he made in 2 seasons with Cincinnati. Mariners in Detroit. Ichiro getting the night off, watching his replacement Stan Javier facing Adam Pettyjohn with 2 on in the second. Ground ball, finds some room. Ed Sprague rounding third. The throw home, cut off. Sprague scores easily. Javier 3 for 4 with 1 RBI. In the fourth, Joel Pinheiro strikes out Bobby Higginson with a changeup. 5 Ks for Pinheiro. Flashback to last Thursday, his last start against Kansas City, and Pinheiro snagging that comeback. So impressed with himself, he does a wow for himself. Pinheiro now back to Thursday's game, facing Damien Easley again. Comebacker experience, and look at the acrobatic move by him. Take another look. The man must be doing yoga. The reflexes, the flexibility. Do we get another wow? Yes, we do. Thank you, Joel. Brett Boone goes 3 for 4. He's hitting .334, and the Mariners squeeze out a win against the Tigers, 2-1. Other news involving the Tigers: they signed reliever Bryce Flory to a minor league deal 3 days after he was let go by the Red Sox.
Gets him looking. Boone doesn't like the call, and we have got controversy. Moments later, home plate umpire Jim Reynolds. Who did he throw out? It was M's hitting coach Gerald Perry. Now middle of the 6th.
That's amazing. Jamie's got a weight problem. He can't wait to pitch.
He looked like a guy who struggled against the Tribe, and didn't look like it here either. Gets Omar Vizquel looking there, inning over, and we are still scoreless. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. Carlos Guillen deep to right center. Kenny Lofton.
Lofton to the one, he dragged it to the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch! Holy smoke, Kenny Lofton takes one.
The man is brilliant with the glove. Now top of the 8th, runner on second, 1 out. It is Ichiro. The bunt down the third base line. No chance for Travis Fryman. Runners on first and third, 1 out. The replay confirms what we already suspected. He bunted. Caught Fryman playing back. This would allow the M's to score on a Mark McLemore sacrifice fly, and then Ichiro, some heads-up base running, steals second uncontested there, now in scoring position. After an Edgar Martinez walk, it's John Olerud coming through, slapping one into right. That brings home Ichiro, puts the M's up 2-zip. Now bottom of the 8th, it's a 2-1 game. Runner on third, 2 outs. Lofton grounder to third. David Bell, nice play, and gets the speedy Lofton at first, inning over. And the M's take this one 2-1, their 7th win in their last 8 games.
Saturday afternoon delight. Mark McLemore drive to right field. Cabrera says, you know, that's a pretty good shot. Not. 2 down and worth a second look. This would definitely qualify as leather larceny, charges not filed after that one. No score, bottom 1. Freddie Garcia, Kenny Lofton, you can take a seat. Garcia, Jim Thome, bye-bye. Season high, 8 Ks for Freddie. Bottom 3, no score, 2 outs. Thome with the bouncer up the middle. Brett Boone grabs it, throws to first, but it's a little late. Diaz scores, and check out Vizquel. He scores from second, kept right on running. Take a second look. He never stops. Rounds third, comes on in on Thome's infield single. That is just good base running, and that'll certainly make your skipper happy. Top 7, Dan Wilson. Oh, that's gone. His 7th of the year. M's lead 6-3 on that 3-run rip. Top of the 8th, M's leading 6-3, and it's Brett Boone, and, well, that looks like it's gone too. Mostly because it is. His 25th, 2-run rip, and the Mariners are now a ridiculous 50 games. Let me say this one more time. 50 games over 500.
Wow.
Wow is right. They've also won 22 straight when scoring 4 runs or more. Only 3 teams in history had more wins at this point in the season. As you see, they are chasing the 98 Yanks just back with the 80. The Yanks back then had 81 wins at this point. That is incredible stuff.
Sunday night game in Cleveland. New Planella kicking back, taking it easy early on, watching his team just go to town on Dave Berber. In the third, Edgar Martinez leads it off, base hit. Next batter, John Olerud, base hit. It's already 4-0 Cleveland. 4-run second. Al Martin, base hit. Bases full of Mariners, and that's it for Berber. In comes Mike Bosick making his major league debut, and Mike Cameron greets him to the show rudely. 6-0 off the double. Then Carlos Guillen, next batter, base hit. 8-0 Mariners. First 6 batters in the third reached, and the third's not over. John Olerud with 11-0 Mariner lead. Base hit. 13 Mariners come to the plate. 8 runs, 8 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. Mariners up 12-0. It's 14-5 in the 8th. Oh, yeah, it's all over. Turn it off. So Jim Thome hitting his second homer of the game, just a footnote. And we show you this nice, pretty picture to keep you interested. Home runs number 35 and 36 on his season. It's only 14-6. It's 14-9, bottom of the 9th. Bases full of Indians. Einar Diaz with 2 outs, base hit. It's now 14-11, and Omar Vizquel comes to the plate as the winning run. Holy smokes, it was 14-2. It's 14-11, 2 outs, full count. Konstasaki's coming into the game, and he gives one up down the right field line with the runners going. The bases are cleared, and Vizquel ties the game up 14-14. And sure enough, we go into extras with 1 out in the 11th. Holbert Cabrera comes up with runners on first and second. Base hit. And in comes the guy who sent it to the showers, Kenny Lofton. Plates the winning run, 15-14, Bedlam. Cabrera came into the game in the 6th inning as a replacement for Roberto Alomar in a game that seemed way out of reach for the Indians. But the Tribe scores 3 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th, all with 2 outs, and then 1 in the 11th for an improbable victory. Loss number 31 on the Mariners season is one to file away, folks. The Mariners fall to 49 games over 500.
The Mariners trying to refocus and regroup. Top 2. 1 on, 1 out. Ichiro. Down the line and fair. 2 doubles in the game for Ichiro. Dan Wilson coming in. Mariners up 3-1. In the top of the 3rd, Seattle's up 4-2. Wilson at the plate. Russell Branyan coming up throwing. Here comes David Bell. A developing situation at the plate. And Bell knocks the ball loose. And he's in there. Mariners up 5-2, and Wilson is safe at 3rd. Top 4, it's Brett Boone. The great year continues. His 26th home run of the year, 104 RBIs, continues to lead the American League. Bottom 4, Jim Thome. Speaking of league leaders, the home run leader in the American League is 37th. Cleveland within 2 at 6-4. Now it's Ichiro, 3 for 6 in the game. Carlos Guillen comes in, and the Mariners up 7-4. Bottom 6, it's Abbott to Marty Cordova. Ring him up, sit him down. Omar Vizquel Sunday, the 3-run triple that tied it in the 9th. How about Monday? Bottom 7, 2 on, 2 outs, and here we go again perhaps. Russell Branyan and Kenny Lofton score. Indians within 2 at 8-6. Could they make it closer? Juan Gonzalez, 2 batters later, and Paul Abbott strikes him out. So the Indians unable to tie. Bottom 9, 2 on, 1 out. Norm Charlton, who gave up 2 runs Sunday, gets Roberto Alomar. Charlton in 1 2/3 struck out 4. And then Jose Paniagua, who got the loss Sunday, gets Gonzalez in the bottom of the 9th to fly out to end the game. Gonzalez 0 for 5, and the Mariners win it 8-6. So Paul Abbott wins his 10th straight decision, longest single season win streak in.
J's and M's from Safeco, Joel Pinheiro trying to help the Mariners get a paltry 51 over 500. Top 6, Mariners up 3-1 to Mondesi go away. Mondesi under 200 after the All-Star break, one of 11 Ks. It's 3-1 Mariners now 3-2, and Carlos Delgado says, I am William Wallace. 448 feet off of Arthur Rhodes, his 31st. All of a sudden, the Jays lead it 4-3. Bottom 9, same score. Runner on second for Carlos Guillen. Off Billy Cox, the single is fumbled by Mondesi. Cameron comes in to score. Game tied at 4. Bottom 14 tied at 4. Bases loaded. 2 out, full count after Cameron spoiled a couple good fastballs. Mike DeWitt up high, and he walks him. Lights out. Mariners win it 5-4. for the year. Righties hitless in 46 at-bats against Joel Pinheiro, longest streak since 1982.
Ichiro on first, no score. Bottom of the first, Edgar Martinez. Alex Gonzalez, loses it. It's an error, but Edgar is hitting .429 in his last 4 games. 2 outs, 2 batters later. Brett Boone, grounder. Gonzalez, still thinking about that other play. Not charging an error there. Mariners go on and score 3 runs in that inning. Edgar Martinez, that is deep. How deep off of Chris Carpenter? Well, it's over the fence. His 1,000th career RBI. Mariners crush the Blue Jays. Edgar Martinez becoming the 26th active player with 1,000 career RBI. Ichiro 4 for 6, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. He's hitting .475 with 13 runs in 8 games against Toronto this year.
John Olerud with his team down 3-2. John Olerud goes deep to right. His 15th of the year, and we're now all tied up at 3. Top 8 still tied at 3. 2 on for Chris Latham. That's a base hit. You going to run on Ichiro? No, you're not.
Don't do it.
Shannon Stewart's going to stop at 3rd. Base is now loaded. Next man up, Norm Charlton on the hill and throws a wild pitch. Stewart scores a go-ahead run from 3rd, and the Blue Jays are up 4-3. They would take a 6-3 lead in the 9th. In the bottom of the 9th, Edgar Martinez, a base hit. That's going to drive in 2, and the Mariners are within 1 at 6-5. First and third, 2 out, tying 1 on 3rd. John Olerud unable to come through, grounds out. And the Blue Jays able to hold on to beat Seattle by the final score of 6-5. Toronto had lost 5 straight for the Mariners. Carlos Delgado, 3 for 5 of the game, goes 7 for 15 in the series. The Mariners lose for just the 7th time in 27 games against teams from the American League East.
Sox and the Mariners at Safeco picking up top 6. 1 out, runner on first, 2-1 Sox, and Paul Konerko into the gap in left center, and that'll drop and run it to the wall. Magglio Ordonez wheeling around 3rd, and the White Sox take the 3-1 lead. Bottom 6, bases bloated for Edgar. He has been swinging a mean stick since coming off the DL. Towering shot to left. Does it have the distance?
Too high.
Yes, it does. That is a granny. His 9th career. Mariners up 6-3. Top 9, 2 out. Bases loaded. Jose Valentin to right center. Ichiro can't run it down. It's a ground rule double. That ties the score at 6. Still top of the 9th. Sasaki in a world of trouble. Magglio Ordonez steps up. And Ordonez also swinging a hot stick. And that's scalded down that left field line. Ali income free. Herbert Perry scores. Valentin scores as well. Ordonez 8 ribs in his last 5 games, and the White Sox storm back to win this one.
And Mariners Saturday night game of the Sunday night combatants. Top 4, Paul Konerko. A shot to left center, Al Martin. Grabs it, bobbles it. Jose Canseco coming all the way around from 3rd as Konerko legs out a double. We're tied at 1. Now with Konerko on 2nd, Carlos Lee. You're not expecting him to lay one down, but he does it.
This time he's going to get the job done.
And he gets the job done to move Konerko over to 3rd with 1 out. Next batter's Chris Singleton. Rips this one over Ichiro's head. So in a way, Lee's bunt really didn't matter, but we like to see good fundamentals. The Sox go up 2-1. Top 5, Jose Valentin. He's all pick-click.
That ball hit high.
You can put that one on the board.
You can.
Give me a yes for me, will you?
No, I don't have the energy. I don't have
no
the
energy.
I'm not going to fake it for you, Rich.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I think we all do. Ichiro, a base hit, though, to tie this game up at 3 in the 9th off of Keith Folk. Next batter's Mark McLemore. Do we have some Mariner magic in the ball game? You betcha. Hits this one deep. Certainly deep enough to land safely as Tom Lampkin scores the winning run. And the M's win for the Sunday night games. White Sox and Mariners. White Sox down 1-0 in the 4th. Joel Pinheiro taken to center by a right-hander. Magglio Ordonez brings in Ray Durham. First hit by a right-hander batter allowed by Pinheiro all season. A span of 52 at-bats. We're tied at 1 in the 8th. Ichiro laying down a bunt, and everybody's safe. Carlos Guillen at 3rd, Ichiro at 1st. 3 batters later, they're loaded for John Olerud, who hits the fly ball to left field. Carlos Lee getting set, camping under it. Carlos Guillen on 3rd, coming home. And Guillen wins the Battle of Carlos's. And the Mariners win the battle on Sunday night by the final of 2-1. Kaz Sasaki converts his first save in his last 3 chances.
SportsCenter showcase highlight animation, then it's off to Fenway. M's magic number is 28. Top 5, 2-1 Mariners. Hideo Nomo trying to work out of a jam. First and third, no outs, and guess who's due up for the Mariners? Well, we have the lineup card, and it's the heart of the order. Edgar Martinez, 82 ribs. John Olerud, 71, and Brett Boone, 104. So what happens? Edgar Martinez facing Hideo Nomo, and he's looking. What up? Next batter, John Olerud. He missed. Brett Boone steps in. And Booney. This would be a home run. They were playing on a silo. Instead, Shea Hillenbrand, watch out, it's the home team dugout, luckily, and he gloves it, and he's in, and they're out of the jam. We're going to take another look as Hillenbrand, until his teammates like him, spies the step, and then there are the rest of his Red Sox buddies to make sure he doesn't fall down. Now we're going back to the first to see how this thing works out. Carl Everett standing right on top of the plate. He is right there. Good plate coverage, and Jamie Moyer doesn't like it. He steps off the rubber. He says, that's ridiculous, tells Mark Hirschberg. We can get the guy away from the plate. I own a little bit of that. Well, doesn't happen, and so Moyer takes things into his own hands, and he plunks Everett, little bruise on the way to first. Everett discusses with him. He says, I'm okay, but gets to first. I'm going to hit a home run on you. That's right. I'm George Herman. I'm pointing to the stands. Well, back to the 5th now. Boston down 2-1. Everett facing Moore, and he makes good. Everett's 13th of the season over the Green Monster, and the game is tied at 2. Moyer not happy. 2 earned runs in 7 innings. Everett still talking, and when he crosses home plate, well, yeah, that's attractive, Roseanne. Top 9, Mariners down 3-2, first and third, nobody out. Ichiro against Derek Lowe, and Derek Lowe not going to do like Nomo and get out of this one. Charles Gibson will score, ties the game at 3. Still in the ninth now, bases loaded, 1 out. Olerud right to first. Hillenbrand's there, starts the 3-2-3 double play, so that ends the threat in the top of the 11. 2 on, Edgar Martinez, 78 extra inning at bats, and that's just his 2nd extra inning home run. A 3-run shot, his 18th of the year, and the Mariners win it 6-3 in 11 innings. They are Major League best 21-10 in 1-run games. Kazazaki matched the team record for saves he set last season. They're also 4 full games back of the Yankees. Mariners beat them in 11 on Tuesday. Top 2nd tied at 1. Carlos Guillen. Troy O'Leary. Is it the good twin or the evil twin? Good twins back there. Game still tied at 1. Hustle back. Top 3rd. Same numbers on the scoreboard. 1-1. Edgar Martinez. 3-run homer to win the game Tuesday night. And off Frank Castillo, another 3-run homer over the Monster. His 19th 4-1 Mariners. 2 batters later, it's Brett Boone. Also off Castillo. That's a home run. How about Booney? 2 for 3. He's hitting .330, 105 RBIs, 27 home runs. He's fantastic. Bottom 4, Freddie Garcia gets it rolling. Manny Ramirez cheesed. He's hitting just a .189 his last 17 games. Morgan Burkhart, sorry, he got the collar in 3 trips. Bottom 5, Red Sox down 5-1, man on first base. And Douglas Anthony Mirabelli, you get in this house right now. Carlos Guillen will take it himself for the double play. Mariners still at 5-1. Bottom 6, Nomar going to take his hacks. Nomar Garcia-Parra was 0 for 4. 2 batters later, Garcia still rolling along. This time, Ramirez one more time. He's not fishing, just looking at the hook. Mariners win at 6-2. Garcia, 8 innings pitched, 7 Ks, 2 earned runs. Freddie Garcia now 7-1 on the road. Mariners win their 16th road series.
On the major league level, and it comes against Seattle, an 87-win team. Aaron Seeley facing Jose Offerman, bottom of the 2nd in a scoreless game. Offerman looking to change that with 1 swing. Ichiro, who had 3 hits in this game at the track, can he make the catch? Looks like he did, but Offerman with his 6th home run. It's all about the body language. Take another look. Ichiro has it in his glove, but the impact of the wall, that darn wall, made him lose the ball in the bullpen. Bottom 3, 1-0 Boston. Seeley against Nomar Garcia-Parra. The 20th home run Seeley has given up this year. Garcia-Parra, 2 for 4. That was his 4th home run. Gets congrats from Kerrigan. Nomar on 3rd, Sunley in the 8th, tied at 3. Aaron Seeley intentionally walks Manny Ramirez to put runners on the corners. Dante Bichette, that's the last time you'll intentionally walk Manny Ramirez. Little showboating there at the plate. What a huge shot, a 3-run blast for Bichette, number 11. Red Sox up 6-3. Derek Lowe not into close. Ugi Urbina is instead a sign, a moment by Joe Kerrigan. And Urbina Gets McLemore looking for out number 2. Next batter, Edgar Martinez, and gets him swinging to end the game. So Dante Bichette, who figures to hit in the 5th spot regularly for Joe Kerrigan.
Game against Paul Abbott, and right out of the box and right out of the park. Deep right center, second leadoff homer in his many games, 7th of his career, and yanks up, 1-0. Now top of the second, one on. Mike Messina comes up big, snares the Mike Cameron liner, then throws to first for the double play. Ends up play by him, ending over. Bottom second, same score, one on. Shane Spencer, go time. Off Abbott, 2-run poke, 7th of the season, yanks up 3-0, and Abbott is clearly not happy. Top third, same score. Messina getting it going. Stan Javier, watch your step as you exit the box. Next batter, Dan Wilson, seeking, not finding, 2 outs. Next batter, Carlos Guillen, and Messina gets him chasing the cheese. Messina, no earned runs, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. He's $88 million good. Now top of the fourth, save score, Ichiro on first base. Strike him out and throw him out, courtesy Mark McLemore, the strikeout, or a Posada on the throw. Posada making up for an 0-for-4 day, and Ichiro darn near avoided the tag. Nimble, but yes, still out. Now, top of the 5th, ends down 4-0, nobody on, nobody out, still no one on. Cameron down again. 26th consecutive game in which Cameron has struck out, the most since 75. Top 7, Dan Wilson, 1-6-3. And pack up the kids. Messina's 7 innings, 5 hits. Yankees win at 4-0. The Moose put 9 on base, including 4 via walks, but doesn't allow a run as the Yanks score just the 2nd shutout.
Top 1, first and second, Mike Cameron. Let my Cameron go. Doubles off Ted Lilly. Edgar Martinez scores. They're going to wave Brett Boone in 2. Cameron 3 for 4, and it's 3-0 Mariners. Bottom 1, this is Derek Jeter, and that's a home run off Joel Pinheiro. Jeter's 3rd straight game batting leadoff that he has led off with a home run. Top 2, Stan Javier. Pass the drawn in infield, Carlos Guillen, and Ichiro score. 6-1 Seattle. 3 batters later, Joe Torre yanks Lilly, who was booed off the field by Yankee fans after giving up 7 runs, 5 earned in 1 1/3. He lasted only 39 pitches. Bottom 8, 7-5 Seattle. Yankees, runners on second and third. Jeff Nelson gets Alfonso Soriano for 2 outs. Now Nelson facing Jeter with the bases loaded. David Bell comes up with it, and he throws Jeter out. Nelson is out of the jam, and he's psyched. Ends up 7-5. Bottom 9, Yanks threatening again. 2 on, 1 out. Jorge Posada off Kasasaki. Tino is in there, bases loaded. Lou, get out there. He was in there. Next batter, Gerald Williams. The base is full. And Sasaki plunks him to force in a run at 7-6 Seattle. Jeter and the Yankees looking to complete the comeback. Next up, Sasaki gets Shane Spencer. That's 2 down. Charles Gibson, pay attention. Next up, Sasaki gets Soriano to fly out to Gibson. And the Mariners hold on, 7-6. Sasaki's 38th save and 44 chances breaks the Seattle team record he set last season. Ted Lilly has won just once in 14 starts since May 27th. His rotation spot likely to be taken by Orlando Hernandez next week.
Sunday, Mariners trying to make it 2 straight over New York, in New York. Top 1, peace. With 2 on, Mike Cameron takes Andy Pettit out. Part of a 15-hit Mariner attack, Cameron's 19th homer of the year, 4-zip M's. Bottom 2, Jamie Moyer facing Shane Spencer. Sit Spencer down. Spencer not happy about it. He went 0 for 4. Bottom 3, facing Clay Bellinger. Please. Moyer 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 Ks. Top 5, 2 on for Cameron again. Straight hitting again. Cameron 3 for 3 at this point. He'd have 8 RBI in the game, the most by one player against the Yankees since Toronto's Roy Howell had 9 in 1977. Top 7, I'm gonna bust it in a white knee. There'll be some furniture moving up in here. With the bases loaded, Cameron's 2nd career grand slam, 5th career multi-homer game, his 8 RBI, tie a Mariner record. M's win the game. Grab hard.
Top 2nd, Tigers up 1-zip. Shane Halder with a man on off Freddie Garcia. We're going to need a new baseball. 2-run jack. Tigers up 3-zip. Might be all they need. It's all they would need, sure. Steve Sparks, your knuckleball specialist against Mark McLemore. That's a bit of a floater. The Pride of Skelly Junior High gets Edgar Martinez with Le Papillon. Bottom 7, Sparks still cruising. Mike Cameron, that is not an 8 RBI day. Half swing, whole strike. And in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, Sparks facing John Olerud. And he throws in the gas. 79 miles an hour, the cheese. Tigers win 4-1. 5-hit complete game for Sparks. He's tied for the AL lead with 5 complete games on the year. The Tigers win for the 4th straight time at Safeco. This should move City.
Mariners hosting the Tigers. Aaron Seeley winless in his last 5 starts. Top 7, game tied, runner on first. Bobby Higginson. He was 0 for 3 in this game, thanks to plays like this. Nice double play behind Seeley. Bottom 7 with the Mariners up 2-1, 2 out, 2 on. Edgar Martinez. 29th double on the year, 2 RBIs. He has 91 RBIs this year. He's hitting .304. He had 2 hits in this game. That, folks, is what Edgar Martinez is all about. And he would be replaced by pinch runner Charlie Gibson, and he would get the standing O. 4-1 the final. The Mariners reach their 90th victory in just 126 games. Seeley goes 8, allows just 3 hits and a run. He needed just 76 pitches.
Lima started for the Tigers, but this ain't Comera. Brett Boone, number 28, M's up 5-0 in the first. 4 batters later, Lima would be taken out, tips his hat to the crowd who appreciate that, and then gives the coach a little something there. He lasted 2/3 of an inning, 6 runs, 6 hits. Bottom 2nd, ends up 6-0, 2 outs. Booney, that's going to get down. He's going to run to second. That's a double, his 29th double to go with the 28 homers. Bottom 3rd, ends up 10-0. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Booney's going to drive both those home because that's going to rattle around the right field corner. He now has 111 RBIs and 3 triples. Ends up 12-0, which means he needs that single for the cycle, and in the 7th, he grounds out, and he's not going to get it. Boone would finish 3 for 5. Meanwhile, in the 8th, it's still 15-1. David Bell needs a triple to complete his cycle, and that's just going to be a routine single. But he did finish 5 for 5, which is good for him as the M's win at 16-1. 5 players in the game with at least 3 hits. John Olerud, 2 jacks, number 16 and 17. 16 runs, 20 hits, both season high for the M's. They got a lot of season highs. They got the bases loaded again against the Tigers. 1-zip. Ichiro slices one to left off Mark Redmond. Ichiro 20-game hit streak. Mike Cameron scores. Ichiro 3 for 4. He's got 195 total hits in there. Top 6, Tigers trail 2-1. Tony Clark, good wood, but Cameron's out there giving effort. Effort is the key to success, and it also helps to have some leaping ability. Home run, sorry, no more. Same thing, only slower. That's what we call a replay. Clark 0 for 3. Bottom 7, Mariners leading at 2-1. David Bell 5 for 5 on Wednesday, and a couple of homers on Thursday. That's really far. First 2-homer game of his career. 3-1 Mariners in the top 9. Tigers trailing 5-1 down to their last out. Davy Cruz, there's Ichiro. He's a well-rounded ball player. He's got it. M's take the series, win the game 5-1. Franchise record now 92 wins. Rob
Facing Ichiro in the first, and here's something you don't see a whole lot. Ichiro looks at strike 1, swings at an outside pitch, and then Colon rings him up on 3 straight pitches. We hear more from Ichiro later, we usually do. Bottom 2, facing Mike Cameron. Let my Cameron go. Have a seat. Next batter, it's David Bell. High breaking ball, that ends the inning. Colon with 5 strikeouts through 2. 4 of them looking. He K'd 8 in the game. Bottom 3, it's that Ichiro guy taking Colon the other way. A 21-game hitting streak for Ichiro. He's batting .452. During that streak, he was 3 for 4 Friday. 2 batters later, Edgar to the base of the wall in left. Ichiro and Mark McLemore come in. 2-0 M's. Edgar, 28 RBI in 20 games this month. Bottom 8, Brett Boone, 0 for 3 so far with 2 strikeouts against Colon. Oh, so right, little insurance for Seattle. Colon tagged for 4 runs on 9 hits and 7 1/3 in the M's. Win 4-1. That was Boone's 29th.
A war of attrition for the Tribe. Chuck Finley twists awkwardly, had to leave the game at the end of the inning with a strained right rib cage. Also lost, Juan Gonzalez left in the 5th with a strained left hamstring. More injuries. Tied at 2 in the 9th, Kaz Sasaki after just 1 pitch to Omar Vizquel. And he has to leave with soreness in his right thigh. Arthur Rhodes replaces him. Ed Rapuano comes out to talk to Rhodes. Here's where it gets interesting. Omar Vizquel upset about something. Vizquel says Rhodes' earrings had too much glare. Bling, bling. I mean, Arthur is just trying to accessorize. And when you try and separate a man from his earrings, well, things get ugly. Vizquel says he wants the earring out. He's bloodthirsty. The bench is clear, believed to be the first time the benches have emptied over jewelry. And Rhodes would eventually be forced to, yes, remove the earrings. These guys still not done. They still want a piece of each other. Tim McClellan ejects Rhodes, lays hands upon him. Arthur a bit touchy. Vizquel had to be restrained. Just to recap, this is all about a pair of earrings. All right, to the bottom of the 11. 2-2, John Rocker in facing David Bell, who drops one down. Rocker wheels and fires right past Robbie Alomar. Al Martin comes home and puts an end to the earring bowl. In 11, the M's win this one 3-2. They've run off 5 straight. Ichiro has a 21-game hitting streak.
Sporting a larger earring, Lou. Lou might get a piercing, who knows? That would look good on Lou. It would work for him. Top 9, 3-2 Mariners. 2-on-2 out, Anar Diaz against Jeff Nelson. And ball 4, bases now loaded, so Lou decides that's enough for Nelson, and he brings Rhodes in from the bullpen to get the last out. Diamond's our man's best friend. Neil Diamond should play when Rhodes comes into the game now. Tim McClellan, who tossed him on Saturday, asked him to lose the earring. He does. Rhodes facing Kenny Lofton. Perhaps the earring, much like Samson's hair, his source of power. Lofton with the knock. He was 4 for 5. He drove in 4. And the Indians take a 4-3 lead after Burks and Cordero score. The next batter, Rhodes' pal and former jewelry admirer, Omar Vizquel. And Rhodes gets him swinging to keep it a 1-run ball game. Bottom 9, 4-3. Indians bases loaded for Ichiro, who is 5 for 8 in such situations this season. Now he's 5 for 9. Bob Wickman making the play at home. Bases still loaded, though, and 2 out. The next man is Mark McLemore, who had homered earlier. Little tap to short. Vizquel, no jewelry. There's none to speak of, but gets a jewel of a play to finish off the game. The Indians win it by a count of 4-3. The M's 5-game winner is over, as is
Bay Devil Rays, at least coming into this game, but this is why they play the game. Ichiro, his 200th hit of the year, 2 for 3, hitting .349 to lead the AL. A-Rod, the only other Mariner to have 200 hits in a season. That is your shortstop for Tampa Bay, Chris Gomez. Off the top of the wall, and what happened to the Mariner outfielders? They give chase. Meanwhile, Gomez just keeps running. Smart guy. Oh, go for it. What the heck? You're Tampa Bay. Inside the park, homer for Chris Gomez. His 7th home run of the year, his 23 RBIs. Take another look. Mariners just get lost, and there are fans involved, things going on with that wall, Tampa Bay. Things happen that are strange. So Tampa Bay shocks the Mariners. Just the 3rd time this year the Mariners are shut out, and give it up for skipper Hal McRae. You know what? Tampa Bay is 18-17 since the All-Star break. More about Ichiro. He joins Nomar in 97 and the Royals' Kevin Seitzer in 87 as the only rookies to reach the 200-hit plateau. Right, Mariners up 2-0, one on Tanyan Sturts is pitched to Tom Lampkin. Now Lampkin will get a hit out of that because Ben Grieve misplays it. The ball will go to the wall. Problem is, David Bell goes from first to second, then heads back to first because he thought the ball was caught. Lampkin runs by him to second, and Lampkin says, I hope no one saw that, heads back to first. So, of course, because Lampkin passed Bell, he'd be called out. Bad base running by Seattle. Brett Boone solves all problems. With his 30th home run of the year, Boone has 115 RBIs, Mariners up 4-1. Same score, Jamie Moyer in control. Pitching a gem, as a matter of fact. Just ask Brent Abernathy. Moyer goes 7, allows just 3 hits, no walks, 1 run. And Moyer has a 1.66 ERA in his last 9 starts, winning. Seattle looking for history against Tampa Bay. Top 4, no-score runner on 3rd, Brett Boone. See ya. Home run number 31 for Boone, 2-0 Mariners. Who are they going to name MVP on the Seattle team? You got about 3 candidates, and you're looking at one of them. Tough day for Greg Vaughn at the plate. Bottom 1, Freddie Garcia gets him with a pitch in the dirt. Bottom 3, Garcia so talented, gets Vaughn swinging. And bottom 6, Freddie Garcia gets Vaughn looking. If there wasn't the Rocket, Freddie might have won Cy Young. Not that I'm giving the Rocket the Cy Young already. Don't get me wrong. Probably did. Anyway, 4-0 Mariners with a win. Seattle has now either won or tied their last 27 road series, topping the Major League record of 26 set by the Cubs.
In Baltimore, could things turn around? Cal Ripken Jr. against Aaron Seeley. Mark McLemore. Mark McLemore with a terrific play, but Ripken had a little trouble getting out of the chute.
Well, normally this might be a base hit, but as you can see, Ripken trips over his own bat. He's played over 20 years. I bet that's never happened to him before.
As he heads out, he's wanting to experience all the things that he's missed. Bottom of the 5th, Jerry Harrison against Seeley. Seeley with a nice play, showing some nice defensive skills on the mound. 3 batters later, Chris Richard at the plate. Round 1 down the line, then Olerud makes the play. Richard's safe. Melvin Mora scores, and the Orioles have had all kinds of trouble scoring of late, up 1-0, snapping that scoreless streak. Couple batters later, here's Rip again. Runners on the corner. Jeff Conine was headed down there, but Dan Wilson not in time, and Richard winds up going home. A little double steal to make it 2-0. A little closer look at this play, Mike.
Yeah, Chris Richard trying to steal a run, gets down there, takes off, gets to home. Great job on the base runner, stealing second.
In the 7th, it's 3-0. Calvin Maduro against Mike Cameron gets him swinging. That's 12 in a row. Maduro went 7. Didn't allow an earned run, 5 hits. They called this thing with 2 outs in the 9th, and the Orioles get it done, 3-0 the final.
How about the Mariners getting shut out by Tampa Bay and the Orioles in 1 week on their way to 115 wins?
Jose Mercedes to Mike Cameron, and let Mike Cameron go. It's going to be close. Noonan. Off the top of the wall, Brett Boone comes in. M's down 4-2. Cameron 3 for 4, 3 RBI. He started the day 1 for his previous 14. Later in the 6th, now 4-3. Bases loaded for Ichiro, scores 2. Ichiro with 3 hits, his 65th multi-hit game this year, tying A-Rod's team record. And yes, the sun sets on the Orioles. Oh, it's beautiful. Mariners win 6-4. Paul Abbott wins for just the 12th time in his last 13 decisions, while Jose Mercedes becomes the first O's pitcher to lose 16 games since Denny Martinez in 77. Mariners win, but remember, this is a 3-game deal, so Seattle must win Sunday.
Going on at second for Brady Anderson.
Curve and a line drive, he hung it into right field. Around third, Conine, they're going to try and score. Ichiro, so the plate's going to be in plenty of time.
The key to the play, aside from the Ichiro throw, is Dan Wilson blocking the plate. Conine never had a chance. Top 7, no score until Brett Boone came to the plate. Gone. Why is it Brett Boone does not get much recognition as far as AL MVP? That's 32 bombs on the year. Bottom 9, still 1-0 Seattle, 1 out. Cal Ripken at the plate, facing Kaz Sasaki. Melvin Moore, the tying run at second. Ripken does his part, base knock. Mark McLemore comes up throwing, and Melvin Mora is nailed at the plate. You look at it again, Mora running from second will stop, and then watch the hesitation right there. That cost him. Gunned down. Umpire Ed Montague falls down but still makes the call. Mora's not pleased. Sasaki and the Mariners are 1-0 winners in this one. The O's have been shut out in 4 of their last 9 games. Joel Pinheiro won his 4th start in his last 5 decisions, allowing just 4 hits through 7. Jay Buhner got his first start of the season, going 0 for 3 as the DH.
138th game, top 1, Randy Wynn getting righteous. Ball goes off the wall. Jason Tyner scores. Wynn played college hoops with Dallas Maverick guard Steve Nash at Santa Clara. He also worked for a CPA one summer. Double A's up 1-0. Top 10, game tied at 1. Ben Grieve. Clocks Jeff Nelson out. Solo shot. Grieve's 10th of the year, 2-1 Double A's. Bottom 10, M's down 2-1. Bottom of the 10th. Mark McLemore, player from the Himalaya, hits a single off Esteban Yan. Mike Cameron scores a tying run. McLemore to second. Yan has 18 career saves, but that is his 18th career blown save. Bottom 11, tied at 2. Stan Javier, been in the big since 1984, as cool as the other side of the pillow. Scores Al Martin. Javier hitting .289 this year, but hitting .314 with runners in scoring position. Ball game. Mariners clinch a playoff spot. They win 3-2.
M's and D-Rays. Seattle looking for win number 100. Bottom of the 8th. Mariners down 1-0. Runner on first. Mike Cameron. Number 22 on the year for him. A 2-run shot. That puts the Mariners on top 2-1. Tampa Bay would tie it in the 9th, so we head to extra innings. In the 10th, tied at 2. 2 runners on, 1 out for Russ Johnson. Grounder to third. David Bell over to Brett Boone. Can't get it out of his glove, so they can't turn 2. Inning continues for the D-Rays, and they would make the Mariners pay. Felix Martinez, base hit up the middle. It's going to bring home Damian Rolls. Puts the D-Rays on top 3-2. They would cruise from there. 2 batters later, they're up 4-2. Brent Abernathy. Blooper to short right. That's going to bring home a couple runs. D-Rays go on top 6-2. They score 6 runs with 2 outs, and they win this one by...
Bottom 5, M's down 6-4, 2-on for John Olerud facing Travis Phelps. Can I get a little bit? Olerud, the guy hit 363 and 93, brings in Mark McLemore and Brett Boone. Olerud, 3 RBI in the game. He has 80 RBI this year, ties the game at 6. Top 6, Randy Wynn facing Arthur Rhodes with the man on second. Wynn chops it up the middle. Mark McLemore's throw to first, not in time. Olerud comes home to get Jason Tyner. Nice play by Olerud, saved the tying run from scoring. Bottom 6, bases loaded for Edgar Martinez, and I ain't gonna say nothing, but that ain't right. Yo, man, how come E. Martinez just keeps on doing work? 3 RBI in the night, 103 RBI this year, hitting 309 this year. And guess who has their 100th win of the season?
That'll be the Mariners.
Give it up.
About the Devil Rays.
Devil Rays have
process
nearly 100
elimination.
losses.
Mariners' magic number for clinching the AL West down to 6. Orioles in a safe go, 1-3 Friday. Bottom 1, Ichiro beats out Brian Roberts' throw, an American League rookie record for singles in a season, 168. Bottom 3, Brett Boone. Say hello to my little friend. 2-run home run. 6-0 Seattle. Boone, an American League record with 33 homers as a second baseman. He's got 34 this season. Top 4, Paul Abbott gets Roberts. Abbott a no-no through 5 1/3. Bottom 6, it's Stan Javier. And he goes to 3rd where that guy is waiting. It's Cal. More on Cal coming up later on this program. Backhands it and throws him out. Top 7, Chris Richard up for Baltimore. Down 6-0. Broken bat. Abbott makes the play. Abbott worked 8, allowed just 1 run on 2 hits, pitched to beauty, struck out 4. M's win 10-1. The magic number is 5. Ichiro 3 for 5. His 215 hits ties A-Rod's club record set at 96.
On the Baltimore Orioles, Ichiro is going to hit a home run. Also, Rob, critical information, a stolen base in this game. Now 13 shy of Harold Reynolds' single-season record of 60. That's important. John Olerud to Cal Ripken. Jerry Hairston's at second. Whoa, what happened? His foot came off the bag.
Well, I guess he didn't like the neighborhood play right there, Billy. Take another look at this. Harrison's foot right here is clearly not on the base. But you know what? If that throws in there in time, this is why with the 22 new umpires, they don't understand that. Old-time baseball, the neighborhood play, that guy's out at second.
David Bell, base hit. Edgar comes in. Mariners up 5-1. Mike Hargrove cannot bear to watch. Next man up, Dan Wilson. That's a base hit. John Olerud coming in. And the Mariners now up by the score of 6-1. Top of the 5th. Hairston. Tony Batista waved home. Ichiro.
Just hit.
Do not run on him.
Oh, how about that cannon?
Boy, what a player. What a player.
Hey, who's that guy throwing? Jeff Conine against my old roommate.
Norm Charlton. How is Norm Charlton still pitching, Rob?
He's left-handed, Billy. He can pitch till he's 50 if you're left-handed.
Mariners win at 6-1. Ichiro 2 for 4. Breaks A-Rod's team record for hits in a season.
Special season in Seattle. They appreciate baseball. They certainly appreciate Cal Ripken. His last game there, signing some autographs. They spelled his name. You see Cal right behind second base. And then Brett Boone says, I'm still playing.
Boone's playing for that MVP right now. And I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting if he doesn't get it.
127, 128 RBIs. M's are up 2-0. Let's go to Edgar Martinez. Oi.
0-2 pitch, up and in. Edgar says, come on, son, what's going on here? You know who I am?
It's Josh Towers. Young player with a lot of potential, but that's Edgar.
Ooh. Setting him up.
Who was?
Hadn't seen him before. Edgar.
Set him up for that.
Oh, yeah.
He gave up and out to come back with a 2-run shot later, you're saying?
No problem. Give me a good look at you. Throw up my head, though. I'm going to have to go ahead and spin one on you. That's what he's saying.
It's 4-0, and Jamie Moyer is...
Mr. Reliable.
Pretty filthy.
Tell you, he has been incredible. You forget about Clemens being 19-1, and Jamie Moyer's in a lot of talk for Cy Young. He's been dynamite for Seattle. Not only this year, but...
Facing the Angels. Mariners ace Ishmael Valdez facing David Bell. Bell is off the meat rack. John Olerud, Stan Javier scored. Bell 2 for 4, 3 RBI, 64 RBI this year. Bottom 3, this is why Freddie Garcia, fattest ERA in the AL. Schools Ben Molina. 2 batters later, Darren Erstad should have been arrested for loitering. Garcia, 8 innings, no runs, 8 Ks. Top 5 M's up 3-zip. Mark McLemore in second. Valdez picks McLemore off. McLemore doesn't like the call. You can't argue that much. I don't know if he said something about his mama or what, but he's tossed. Bottom 9, Arthur Rhodes facing Tim Salmon. 2-on-2 out. Salmon line drive to left. Charles Gibson, player hate. Nice grab by a guy hitting just 152. Mariners win the game 5-1. Freddie Garcia, 8 shutout innings. He's 4-0 with an ERA of a ridiculous dental floss thin .57 in 4 starts against the Angels this year. Garcia also 9-1 on the road this season. I guess he likes Spectra Vision. Seattle has won 5 straight, 8 of 9. Their magic number for clinching the AL West.
The AL West hosting Anaheim. Lou Piniella before the game, singing Amazing Grace. One fan brought to tears. There were more, I'm sure. The Mariner team along the first base line. To the game, bottom 1, Ichiro facing Ramon Ortiz. Ichiro, what a rookie year. 220 hits, 3rd most for a rookie in Major League history. His 172nd single. Bottom 2nd, 2 on for Dan Wilson facing Ortiz. Wilson 1 for 2 and an RBI sitting 268. Mike Caron would score. Stan Javier heading to the plate, but he's thrown out by Garrett Anderson. Mariners up 1-0 only. Next batter, Carlos Guillen. He goes. Dan Wilson held at 3rd. Now Guillen is caught in a rundown between 1st and 2nd. So Carlos would be tagged out, but what about Dan Wilson? Dan Wilson would score from 3rd, so the Mariners would be up 2-0. Top of the 9th, 1-on-2 out, Tim Salmon, Freddie Garcia. 9 Ks, a complete game effort, just 3 hits allowed, his 17th win. Garcia, his 3rd shutout this year, improving to 5-0 with a 0.44 ERA again. And the Rangers steward win 10-4.
So with the A's falling, the Mariners clinch the AL West. Game's not even over yet. Lou Piniella, his 4th division crown as a manager. Mariners have won at least 18 games every month. They said they would not pop champagne to celebrate. So Edgar Martinez celebrates like this. 22nd homer of the year, 257th of his career for the guy who was born on the 2nd day of 1963 in New York City. Top 6, Troy Gloss, Mark McLemore. Nice grab at 3rd. Mariners clinched their 3rd division title in franchise history, 95, 97, 2001. They have a moment of silence at the mound. You know, there's been talk that those on the West Coast were not emotionally impacted by last week's events like people on the East Coast. I beg to differ.
Greatest moments in baseball.
Mariners win the game and win the American League West. They beat the Angels 5-0. Brett Boone with an RBI Wednesday, now with 129 on the season. The most RBI by a second baseman since Rogers Hornsby had 149 in 1929. Mariners pitch.
Angels and the Mariners. Seattle clinching the AL West. On Wednesday, Scott Spezio, look out in the front row with the French fries. French fries not in the greatest of spots. And there go the fries. There they go.
Any ketchup on those?
Didn't look like it.
Okay.
Spezio's uniform still clean.
Yeah.
Mike Cameron, bottom 5, base hit. Stan Javier coming in, ties the game up at 3. Top of the 8th, Tim Salmon is on 3rd. Benji Molina is at the plate, and he singles. Salmon comes in. Angels up 4-3. Anaheim wins at 6-3, so Seattle's 7-game winning streak is over. One night after clinching the AL West, Seattle resting regulars Brett Boone, Ichiro, Mark McLemore, John Olerud, and Dan Wilson. Seattle needs 8 wins in its last 15 games to match the Yanks' 98 record for AL wins at 114.
Mariners and A's in Oakland. First A's home game since the tragedies of September 11th. Bottom 1, Paul Abbott challenging Jason Giambi, and that's usually a bad idea. His 34th, 1-0 Oakland. Giambi 2 for 2 Friday with 2 walks. Top 3, Corey Lytle. He'll challenge Ichiro. Gets him. Ichiro 0 for 2 at that point. Top 5, 3-0 Oakland now. Ichiro's next AB, and Lytle fools him that time. Lytle 7 scoreless innings, allowed 5 hits, struck out 5. Bottom 6, Ryan Franklin, Miguel Tejada. Up the middle, Franklin tries to barehand it. Terrence Long comes in. Long was 3 for 4. That made it 4-0 A's, and they go on for the 5-1 win. Oakland has won 11 of its last 12. Corey Lytle, his 3rd straight win. He's allowed only 4 earned runs in those 3 starts. as Paul Abbott loses for the first time in 4 starts.
Ball tonight, the AL West, the Mariners, and the Athletics. Bottom 1, Eric Chavez, bases loaded, 1 out. Mark McLemore plays everywhere, but here, boots it. Likely to be a double play, 1-run scores, bases still loaded.
Mark McLemore has been just about the Mariners' most valuable player in a lot of ways, but Brett Boone would be playing second if he were healthy. And if he had been playing second, this probably would have been a double play ball.
And it would open up the floodgates. Miguel Tejada, Jermaine Dye scores from second. Tejada's 8th straight game with at least 1 RBI. I got 100 RBIs on the year, 3-0 Oakland. Then Ramon Hernandez, that's a fair ball. Chavez scores. 4-0 Oakland. They would add another on a pass ball. Top of the second, 5-0 Oakland. Stan Javier. Down he goes. Carlos Guillen. Down he goes. Top of the 3, Tom Lampkin. Lampkin goes down, so Eric Hilgis is pitching awfully well, and then he gets Edgar Martinez. Strikes out 8 5 2/3. Top 5, 6-1 Oakland. Mike Cameron, Johnny Damon. Johnny be good. Johnny is good.
Boy, he's been playing a great center field for them the last couple of months.
Ichiro does tag and score 6-2. Bottom 5, 7-2. Ramon Hernandez, 2-run home run, his 12th of the year. Way back. Fan trying to retrieve the ball. What is he doing there? What is that?
They're resourceful fans there in Oakland.
So, Oakland winning it. Seattle now has lost 3 in a row for the first.
20 games if he does so.
This is one of your better control pitchers in baseball. Threw it behind him.
Well, and that's going to be interesting to see what happens, too, because Freddie Garcia is going to get a warning here later in the ball game also.
Ron Barnes issuing those warnings. Mulder then got one past Boone. Freddie Garcia, Jason Giambi, full count. That's ball 4, so the base is still on the A's. Got men on first and second for Jermaine Dye. Swing and a bing. 3-run shot. That puts the A's out to a comfortable lead when Mulder is pitching. In the second inning, the fans there learned that the Twins had lost to Cleveland, so that dropped the A's magic number to clinch a wild card to this one. Mulder, Guillen, thanks for playing. He didn't agree with that call. Now in the 7th, Mulder, Ichiro, fishing. 7 solid innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned. Jim Messier trying to hold the lead against a guy who you can't hold in. Edgar Martinez, a double. 441st double of his career, passing, and they said this is very significant, Roberto Clemente for the major league lead in doubles by a player born in Puerto Rico. Meantime, Isringhausen gets Ramon Vasquez to ground out. Giambi unassisted. They're going back to the postseason, people. The A's win at 7-4. They clinched the wild card. This was a team that, remember, was 8-18 on May 1.
Out of Oakland, the Mariners tried their luck in Texas. We don't need to let you know the guy on the right is Jay Buhner's brother. That's right. Top 7, Mariners up 5-2. Buhner loads the bases on the walk there, and his father's on hand, too. He also of the clean pate.
Yeah, he got a little bit on the side, maybe. No.
Next batter, Mark McLemore lines it to left. 3 runs coming. Edgar Martinez, John Olerud, and Charles Gibson was pinch running for Buhner. Mariners go up 8-2. More than enough runs for Jamie Moyer, who gave up 2 on 8 hits with 5 strikeouts to join 12 other active pitchers with 150 career victories. He's got 19 wins now. He's unbeaten in 13 starts since losing to the Giants on July 13th. And the Mariners now have 55 road wins, matching the 71 A's for most by an American League team.
Stop Seattle and Texas. Stay with us, HR. That's Brett Boone.
And what is that significant for right there?
He sets the record for most RBIs in a season by an American League second baseman. All right, top 4, Mike Cameron is up.
And he walked in.
That's a ball 4. Inside, John Olerud goes to second, but hang on a minute, people.
They look like they had 3 and 2 on the board.
Chris Mahalik saying, wait a minute, A-Rod's coming in. Bruce Fleming says Cameron was walked. They sent him to first. Let's take a look. That's strike 1, 0-2. 1-2. 2-2. Ball 3. This is the one that he ran on. This is the one Bruce Fleming sent him. Lou's laughing a belly laugh right there, Harold.
Hey.
They got 108 wins. That's what he's laughing about.
Yes, indeed.
Brett Boone passing Charlie Gehringer for most RBIs.
Mariners going for win 109 in Texas. A-Rod in the house. A-Rod out of the house. 49th homer. Got 26 at home, 23 on the road. 238 lifetime. That passes Doug DeCinces and Gus Zernial. Top of 5. Ichiro on first. Going to steal second. That's number 52. 2 batters later, he steals third. Number 53. He would score on a Brett Boone 2 RBI singles. Top of 5, M still down 4-3. Javier to left. Catalanato can't get it. Boone and Cameron score. M's lead 5-4. There's Cameron scoring. Bottom of the 6th, Rangers trail 6-4. Joel Pinheiro. Of course, he's been starting of late, but now he's getting ready for the playoffs where he'll be more a middle relief guy. He gets A-Rod there. A-Rod with his 49th homer sets a new franchise record. Frank Howard hit 48 for the Senators in 1969. They became the Texas Rangers in 1972. A 6-3 Mariner finish breaks the Yankees' American League win record. An 8-1 finish gets them the 1906 Major League mark. Of course, baseball right now, the A's against a team who's been the best all year, the Mariners. Thank you, Mariner fans. Over 3 million tickets. Bottom 1, look at Ichiro just chopping and running. One shy of shoeless Joe Jackson's Major League rookie record of 233 hits. Bottom 3, looking to tie it. He does. Boy, can he get down the line. 2 batters later, Brett Boone. You know, we all have our AL MVP picks. That's mine, Brett Boone.
Go ahead, make your case.
RBI 1-3-6. Brings home Ichiro, ends up 3-0. 3 batters later, 2 on for Ed Sprague, who's David's pick for AL MVP. Awesome. By Chavez, Cameron, and Olerud score. 5-0 Mariners. Top of 6, the gritty, gutty A's looking to come back. They're down 5-1. Jermaine Dye makes it 5-2. Jeremy Giambi scores. 3 batters later, Miguel Tejada is the go-ahead run. Swing and a drive. That would be gone in every other ballpark, but in the heavy air and the big field, Seattle, it's not. And so, the Mariners are winners 5-3. By the way, Mariners shortstop Carlos Guillen has been diagnosed with pulmonary tuberculosis, expected to be out of action for at least a week, being treated with antibiotics. The team believes he would be available before the end of the season.
Seattle, shortstop Carlos Guillen quarantined after being diagnosed with pulmonary tuberculosis. His jersey hanging in his honor. Top first, Miguel Tejada off Jamie Moyer, who is going for his 20th win. It's off the wall, and it's a triple for Miguel Tejada. So the hard part is out of the way. Top 3, Tejada facing Moyer again. And this is to center. That's a single. You get an idea where we're going with this here. Bottom 4, it's Ichiro facing Eric Helios. Into center is 234th hit, breaking shoeless Joe Jackson's 90-year-old record for base hits by a rookie. Back to Tejada. In the 6th to the right center gap. That's going to be good for a double. He's got the triple, he's got a single, he's got a double. Top 7, he comes up with the bases loaded, needing a home run for the cycle.
No.
And are you kidding me? Grand slam. See you later. Miguel Tejada, 4 for 5, 3 runs, 4 RBI, and the cycle as the A's beat the M's 8-4.
All right, folks, welcome back to baseball tonight. Aaron Seeley starting for the Mariners, looking for win number 15, and up and down, but Sunday, HR, rock solid.
I'll never tell. He's got tremendous stuff again. You know, the one thing about Aaron Seeley, when he gets the breaking ball working, it sets up that fastball. And he's actually started to throw another fastball, starts in on the left-hander, and then busts back over the plate. And there's a good look at the hook. So he's got his whole arsenal working right now. And if he starts getting that high strike, it could be a long postseason for a few hitters.
John Olerud, up, out, together, glide. 2-run shot, Olerud's 20th, the Mariners are up 2-zip. Ichiro, he's got power. Down the line, if it's foul, it's foul, but if it's fair, it's gone. And it's gone. 235th hit of the year, 3-0 M's, and obviously the rookie record is his. He broke it on Saturday. Giambi fishing.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 3rd time.
Looks like he's got that nice touch again.
7 innings, 3 hits, 8 Ks, and an earned. Miguel Tejada. Last check, he had a cycle on Saturday. On Sunday, sitting. Nasty slider. Ryan, Rob, Dunn, Nelson, Bellhorn. Ringing him up. Mariners get a good performance from their starter and their relievers, and they win it by a score of 6-3. A little uncharacteristic for the A's. They commit 3 errors for the second straight game. 111 wins. They need 3 to tie the Yankees for American League wins. They have 6 games left. 117 would give them the Major League mark. Remember the early 1900 Cubs, 1906, won 116 games, or 1908.
You see Stan Javier and you see Mike Cameron say, "Walk home, boys." Jared Washburn. Cameron's 25th of the year. He's got 108 ribs, and he also plays defense. Tim Salmon giving it a ride with the bases chucked. 2 outs. We have a grand slam home runner at end of an inning. There is Cameron with some sweet glove. Top 6. Luke Pote inside on Edgar Martinez, and Edgar is not happy. He gets up. Says, "You want to dance?" Comes after him. Take another look at this one. Ball will hit Martinez on the hand, and then watch, deflects up and knocks off his helmet. He's certainly going to get a shiner out of this thing. And Martinez, this chili is running hot. As we move on, bottom A, Joel Pinheiro. Troy Gloss and tooth for tooth kind of a thing there. Not sporting by Pinheiro. So Lou Piniella takes Pinheiro out of the game. Piniella and Pinheiro, say that a lot. I don't want to at all. 112th win for the Mariners. 14-5 is the final. The Angels allow a season-high 21 hits. Stan Javier, 4 of them. Dan Wilson, 3 of them. Anaheim loses for the 9th time in 10 games. Ichiro had none of them. He didn't play. Seattle now just got to go 3-2 over his last 5 games to break the Yanks' AL win record.
Mariners, Angels. Freddie Garcia trying to beat the Angels for the 6th time this season. The last time it was done in the AL, 1968 by Denny McClain, and he did it against the Twins. Mariners down 2, top 3. Ramon Vasquez off of Matt Wise. Orlando Palmeiro, great catch. He also went 1 for 3. Next batter, the AL hits leader, none other than Ichiro off of Matt Wise. Breaking the AL record for singles with 188, passing Wade Boggs, who pulled it off in 85. Top 5, Mariners down 3-1. Stan Javier changes that with 1 swing. You know what he did, a 2-run home run, number 4 for Javier, 2 for 5. Sitting 300, we're tied at 3. Bottom 9, Angels down 1. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Jeff Davenon. Off of Sasaki. Olrud, great play, throws home, gets at him. Kennedy gets tossed, doesn't like the call. Umpire wasting no time. Still in the 9th, same score, runners at the corners for Darren Erstad. Will you just get a load of Ichiro? This is why this man won 7 Gold Gloves in Japan. Mariners win. Ichiro, his 6th 4-hit game this year. He leads the AL, extending his current hit streak to 10 games. Also, this Mariner news, Carlos Guillen had surgery Wednesday to stop minor bleeding in one of his lungs. This, you know, he's suffering from tuberculosis. Rangers and Mariners, top 3. Rangers down 6-0. A-Rod has a say with that with his bat. 52nd home run of the year, his 200th hit of the season. A-Rod joining Babe Ruth, Hack Wilson, Jimmy Fox, the only players with a 50-homer, 200-hit season. Congratulations. Mark McLemore picking his spots. That scores Ramon Vasquez. McLemore filling in nicely for Carlos Guillen. 16-1, the final, all Mariners. So another 98 record is tied. That's right. With a victory, Seattle ties the 98 Yanks for the most wins by an AL club.
Kazuhiro Sasaki trying to make that happen. Trying to shut down Rafi Palmeiro, who flies out to left, and Mariners win 6-2. That's win number 115. Seattle's won 8 of 9 since his first 4-game losing streak of the season. At 38, Jamie Moyer becomes the oldest first-time 20-game winner.
Mariners playing for history, taking on the Rangers. Bottom of the first, scoreless, no more. Brett Boone facing Doug Davis. And he takes him deep and out. 37th home run of the year, a solo shot. 141 ribbies for Boone. Mariners win it 1-0. 116 wins for the M's, ties the 1906 Cubs for most ever in the majors. 5 pitchers, including rookie Dennis Starr, combined on a 2-hitter.
Will this team be in the World Series this year? Seattle sitting with 116 victories. One more. No one will have ever won more games in a single season. Ichiro off the wall. Well, he's on second. He's not probably going to stay there long, and he's chasing somebody's stolen base record.
Yeah, he had to steal a few today to get to 60. That's number 56, and yes, 60 was my record.
H.R. Puff. Cameron yards trouble. So Ichiro double, steals third, and then gets plated. Thanks to that Mike Cameron shot down the line, Seattle is up 1-0 over Texas. Meantime, Rafael Palmeiro Well, you mentioned Gonzalez. When he get lost, this guy has been a blip on the radar screen.
47 home runs.
Matching a career high.
I'll take that ball. Oh, okay.
That's a 123 RBI ball. And
they're throwing the fake one out there. You can't do that.
He's keeping them all. It's back on the field.
You got a lot of 15 seconds of fame right there.
Harold, postseason, they may need this guy off the bench. You may need him in the outfield.
Yeah, you're going to see Jay Buhner make the roster. And he's doing some damage.
Yeah. Jeff Nelson came in, put a few pitches over the plate, and won to the very dangerous Palmeiro. That run made it 4-3. Alex Rodriguez was also on base. He had been walked and
talking about how this ball
ultimately got stranded. But the Mariners, with their 116 victories, deserved huge commendation. A phenomenal season. They will, of course, be at home to open up the postseason. They tie the Major League record set by the 1906 Cubs.
70 games over 500. The pressure is on to validate that season and avoid the all-too-familiar line, yeah, you had a great year, but what happened in the playoffs? American League Division Series Game 1, Indians and M's from Safeco. Our SportsCenter showcase, Carlos Guillen watching from the bench, recovering from tuberculosis. Mark McLemore starting at short for Seattle. Bottom one, Bartolo Colon gets Brett Boone. Colon looking good after lasting only 1 1/3 in his last regular season start against the Royals when he was roughed up. Top two, Juan gone. To center. McLemore starting at short, and he sticks the landing. Freddie Garcia, your thoughts? Thank you. Bottom three. Ichiro on first, following his second single. Colon pitches out. Enar Diaz down to second. Ichiro was going, and he's hung up. Great call by Charlie Manuel. Ichiro 3 for 4 in his first postseason game, but Seattle could not capitalize. Top four, Juan Gonzalez. Bloops one, they wave Alomar. Gonzalez 140 RBIs this season, but gets his first against Seattle all year long in Game 1 of the ALDS. Indians lead 1-0. 3 batters later, they're loaded for Travis Fryman. He knocks it into center. Gonzalez comes in. Cleveland leading 2-0 on a couple of blue hits. Next batter, Marty Cordova. He goes to center. Jim Thome comes in. 3-0 Tribe. Garcia gave up 5 hits and a walk to open up the 4th inning. Bottom four now, John Olerud. To first. Look at Jim Thome start the 3-6-3. Bartolo Colon just 14-12 during the regular season, but getting plenty of support in the playoffs. Bottom five, Ichiro to left center, and look at Kenny Lofton avoiding the collision with Cordova. Ichiro leaves 2 runners on. Top six, Fryman. To third, David Bell. Nice stop, but he's a little too deep. Fryman beats it. Infield single. Next up, it's Marty Cordova. And this one plunks Garcia. Look at the play by Garcia here. Nice effort, but he gets Cordova square in the back. Fryman to third. Garcia would get looked at, but he remained in the game. Next batter, it's Enar Diaz. To deep short. Cordova beats McLemore's throw to second. This plates Fryman, and the Indians have a 4-0 lead. And that would be it for Garcia. He allowed 4 runs on 9 hits in 5 1/3. Bottom six, Edgar Martinez at third with 2 outs. Colon right by John Olerud, who was 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. Bottom seven, Mike Cameron. Let my Cameron go. He was also 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. 2 batters later, Dan Wilson can't catch up. Colon 8 scoreless, allowed 6 hits, struck out 10. Bottom 8, 99 on the gun by McLemore. Bob Wickman K2 in the 9th, and the Indians win Game 1, 5-0. Indians winning a playoff opener for just the 3rd time at 11 series since 1995. This one resumes with Game 2 on Thursday. Chuck Finley against Jamie Moyer. Pitching the Game 1 story, namely Bartolo Colon.
Moyer against Roberto Alomar. Good fielding on the mound, retiring the side 1-2-3 in the first. What about Chuck Finley making his first postseason appearance since the 1986 ALCS as we flash back? Finley made 3 relief appearances in '86 against the Red Sox. It was his rookie season. He waited 15 years to start a postseason game. Oh, and then with Ichiro on first, Mike Cameron. Just his 2nd hit in 18 at-bats all-time against Finley. Cameron's first career postseason homer. 2 batters later with a man on first. First pitch to Edgar Martinez. Gobbling up a meaty fastball out of Finley. Finley had come in having allowed just 2 homers in his last 11 starts. Edgar's 7th career postseason home run. 2 outs, top of the second, 4-0. Moyer getting Thome. Off-speed stuff. Top of the 4th, runners on first and third, 2 out. Jamie Moyer facing Thome again. Big spot for Jim. Uh-oh. 5 Ks in 2 games for Tomei. Indians fail to score. Bottom 5, same score, nobody out. David Bell looking large. Seattle's first hit since Martinez's homer. Bell, a homer, 2 for 3, an RBI, 5-0 ends. Top of the 7th, 1 on, nobody out. Tomei. Off of Moyer, opposite way. Jim's only hit in 2 games in the series. 2 on now, nobody out. Lou Piniella will come out to the mound to talk to his veteran pitcher. Says Moyer is done. He gets the standing O, well-deserved. 5 hits allowed in 6 innings, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. In the game, Jeff Nelson, and just to make it interesting, Nelson walked Travis Fryman to load the bases. And then, this is just patent Nelson. In trouble and then out of it. 6-4-3 double play. A run did score, 2 outs. Next batter, Einar Diaz. Diaz, that's a flare up the middle. Cameron puts the squeeze on it. Inning over, just 1 run scored by Cleveland there. Top of the 8th, Arthur Rhodes on the hill, the diamond stud earrings in full view. Omar Vizquel on deck. Remember what happened between these 2 guys in August? Let's refresh your memory. While warming up on the mound, the umpires confronting Rhodes about the diamond earrings he was wearing because Omar complained that the glare from the earrings were bothering him. Rhodes was like, you gotta be kidding me, and Vizquel was saying other things that we can't repeat. Both benches would clear, and it's all over an accessory. Rhodes eventually ejected from the game. Okay, now back to the game. Rhodes getting Vizquel to fly to right center. Ichiro, nice catch. He's also hitting .571 in this series as Ichiro. Tribe down 5-1, 2 outs. Sasaki getting Fryman. Game over. For the 2nd straight game, the Mariners managed just 6 hits, but this time, 3 of those hits were home runs, resulting in all 5 runs.
Margie, a not-so-innocent bystander. Top 1, 2-minute board. Sabathia gets Brett Boone. Start of a long day for Boone. Later in the inning, Mariners have loaded the bases with 1 out. Sabathia against John Olerud. That will bring in Ichiro, and the Mariners go up 1-0. Bottom 1, man on for Robbie Alomar. Facing Aaron Seeley. It'll go to the wall. Ichiro will miss the cutoff man, and that will allow Omar Vizquel, who was once traded from Seattle to Cleveland for Felix Fermin and Reggie Jefferson. He scores. Alomar goes to 3rd. We're tied at 1. Next batter, Juan Gonzalez. Little fist job out for a base knock. Alomar scores. Indians up 2-1. Top 2, Sabathia finding his groove, looking like the second coming of John Candelaria. The whiff on David Bell. Facing Mark McLemore. 96 on the gun, and Mom's got to be pleased. There's Margie. Bottom 2, Travis Fryman leading off. Brett Boone. Nice stop. Got careless, nonchalant. Lou Piniella's team beginning to fall apart. This was the best fielding team in baseball. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs for Vizquel. Down the line, Fryman will score. Boone's relay throw. Trying to get Einar Diaz off the mark. Indians take a 4-1 lead. That's it for Aaron Seeley. 2 innings, 4 runs, 2 earned. Top 3, Sabathia still in control. Just ask Boone. Nasty off speed. Boone's 2nd K of the game. Bottom 3, Paul Abbott against Juan Gunn. Abbott's first pitch. A sign of things to come for Abbott. It's 5-1 Indians. It was 8-1 Indians when we pick up the highlights. Top 5, Sabathia. Boone's number again. Top 6, 9-1 Indians. Edgar Martinez. That's a sure base hit.
Oh, wow.
Well, not with Robbie Alomar out there. Bottom 6, Jim Tomei. 49 homers during the regular season, sitting dead red, and it is gone. 17th career postseason home run, 1 behind Reggie and Mickey on the all-time postseason list. It's 17-2, top 9. John Rocker gets Boone. 4th time he goes down swinging, and the rookie celebrates. Freddie Garcia, rest up as much as you can. Game 4 starter. Most runs allowed by Seattle this season. 2nd highest total was 15.
Teams that had great regular seasons but were then wiped out in the playoffs category. Now, Indians up 2-1, but here, what's his little revenge after that Arthur Rhodes earring thing? Sweet Lou wants that white T-shirt off of Bartolo Colon. Very distracting. You can't possibly see the ball with that, so you're going to come out a little cool out there for the ball game, but the white T-shirt comes off, and here's Ichiro starting things off. Oh! The 5-time Gold Glover, Omar Vizquel, an error, tried to hurry, knew he was running. And then Mark McLemore, next man, no damage. There's the double play for the Indians. No damage from the error. Bottom of the 2nd, Juan gone. One out and got it on Freddie Garcia. Almost hit himself. 1-0. Tribe. Top of the 7th. Mariners still down 1-0. Men on first and second. Colon going for John Olerud. A slow man out there at second, but quick enough to have the ball hit him and then get to third base. Olerud over at third. First and third. Nobody out. Lou looking at the matchups. Bases loaded after a walk to Mike Cameron. Al Martin. Pinch hitting. Hard grounder coming to the plate. Jim Thome gets the force. Heads up play by Thome. Next man up, David Bell. Bases still loaded. 1 out. Skies this to left field. Marty Cordova going after it, but that is deep enough and then some. Stan Javier tags up. Sacrifice fly, and we're tied up on Colon 1-1. Ichiro is up next. Colon stays in on a 1-0. Only one guy on the Mariners hitting over 300, and it's Ichiro batting .563. Sensational. 9 for 16 in this series. Play to the plate, not in time. Mariners take a 2-1 lead. Next man up is Mark McLemore. No hits in this series, but the base hit. Mariners take a 3-1 lead. Bottom of the 8th, Indians coming back. It's a 4-2 game. 2 outs. Man on second. Roberto Alomar is out there. Managers throughout the league said that man's the best outfielder in the league. Ichiro gets it for Arthur Rhodes. And then insurance time with a 4-2 lead. Edgar Martinez, a 2-run shot. He was 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Mariners not done yet, and we're going to Game 5 tomorrow.
History is on Seattle's side because if the Tribe wins, it'll only be the second best-of-5 series since 1976 where teams alternated wins through all 5. You want youth? Please. Jamie Moyer and Chuck Finley get the call. 2 nearly 39-year-olds born just 8 days apart in November of 1962. Game 5, Indians, M's. Jamie Moyer, born November 18th, 1962. Chuck Finley, November 26th, 1962. Finley in trouble early. Bottom 2, no score, bases loaded. Schools Dan Wilson on a splitter. Finley pitching on 3 days rest, 12-2 with a 4.37 ERA in his career in 3 days rest. Then he got Bell looking, but next batter, Mark McLemore. Holla! 2-run score in the RBI. McLemore, first career 2-hit game in 23 career postseason games. Watch this play again. Marty Cordova dives, the ball drops in front of him. Nice trap, definitely though not a clean catch. M's up 2-zip. Next batter, Ichiro with 2 outs, runners at the corners. Finley throws to first to pick off McLemore. McLemore is in a rundown. Mike Cameron breaks home. Omar Vizquel goes home. Cameron crashes into Einar Diaz. Diaz holds on to the ball for the out. Oh, that's some baseball. Top 3, Travis Fryman in third. Diaz in first, 1 out. Kenny Lofton cannot get a little bit. Lofton only hit 105 in this series, but that's his 43rd career postseason hit. Cleveland within 1. Fryman scores. 2 batters later, Robbie Alomar grounds to the 5-4-3 double play. In the regular season, Alomar did not hit into one single double play against the lefty. He did it twice in 3 innings in this one. Jamie Moyer turns it on, treating Juan Gonzalez like a dog. Remember, counting the Yankees, the home team was one of the last 10 decisive postseason games. Moyer strikes out Burks. Charlie Mangle didn't like the call. Moyer 20-6 this year, oldest first-time 20-game winner ever. Next batter, Jim Thome got schooled. Cleveland's 3 through 6 hitters, 0 for 14, 6 Ks. Bottom 5, Ichiro, Bikara Shita. Alomar tried to backhand it, couldn't. McLemore, Ichiro safe. Ichiro 12 for 20 in the series. 12 hits ties a big league division series record. David Risky up, ready in the bullpen. After a wild pitch and a walk, Finley leaves the game, and the bases loaded for Risky. After striking out, Bet Boone faces Edgar Martinez. Martinez went 3 for 6 in the game, but grounds to the 6-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. Bottom 7, Ichiro, hard grounder. Nice play by Omar, but Ichiro just has mad wheels. He only hit .263 in 10 career postseason games in Japan. After a sac bunt moved Ichiro to second, Dennis Baez in to face Edgar Martinez. Martinez is cool as the other side of the pillow. Off the meat rack, Ichiro scores. Martinez hitting .375, 17 RBI in 20 career division series games. Top 8, Jeff Nelson on the mound. Tells Travis Fryman sit. Nelson 2.76 ERA. He left after 1 2/3, 1 hit, no runs. Arthur Rhodes comes in to face Kenny Lofton. Rhodes had a 1.72 ERA this year. Gets Lofton to fly out deep to center. Mike Cameron made the catch near the warning track to end the inning. Rhodes, geek. Kazuhiro Sasaki in to close it. 45 saves for the season.
Pitch on the way, swinging a line shot, one-hopper into David Bell. He throws to first. Is the third time charm. The Mariners will find out.
blasphemy to say, Mariners win, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you are counting, this is Seattle's 100.
Seeley's run support in his career during the regular season, 5.7 runs a start, the highest for any pitcher over the last 50 years. But in the postseason, Seeley's run support just 1.2 runs per start, the lowest of any pitcher in 50 years. It helps explain why Seeley is 0-4 in his playoff career as he took the hill against the Yankees. The Yanks and the Mariners, our SportsCenter showcase. Yanks won in Oakland on Sunday, traveled back to New York for Game 5 of the ALDS on Monday. That's 2,566 miles. After winning on Monday night, they then traveled 2,413 miles all the way to the Northwest for the game against the Mariners, Game 1. 2,413 miles, totaled up 4,979 miles this week. Would they be fatigued? Let's find out. Carlos Guillen back from TB, his first at bat, got a standing ovation. And he grounds out to Alfonso Soriano. Guillen in the game, 0 for 3. In the top of the second, 2 outs. Chuck Knobloch, David Bell can't handle it. Jorge Posada coming all the way around, and he's in there. Yanks up 1-0. Now it's Andy Pettitte to Edgar Martinez. Bring him up, sit him down. As Pettitte strikes out 7 in 8 innings. Then it's Mike Cameron on first. John Olerud, the batter. 4-6-3 double play, and Pettitte cruising along. Top 4. Posada's up with nobody on. Ichiro off the wall. Posada to second. What do we have? The call, a close one. The call is safe. Lou Piniella said he's out. Watch it again. Posada, in fact, looked like he got in there. So Posada is on with Paul O'Neill up. A swing, and there it goes. O'Neill in the game, 2 for 3. His 10th career postseason home run. Yanks up 3-0. Now it's Ichiro against Pettitte. Ichiro 1 for 4 in the game. Down he goes. Pettitte a no-hitter through 4. Bottom 5. Mike Cameron at the plate. Chuck Knobloch going back. Cannot make the play. Edgar Martinez, that bad groin, unable to come around to score, has to stop at third. Cameron at second. John Olerud to Derek Jeter. Martinez able to score on that play. Mariners within 2 or 3-1, but that's all they would get in that inning. Bottom 6, David Bell at the plate. And Soriano. Great play. And in time. The bottom of the 7th, Pettitte's still out there. It's Martinez. Down he goes. 1 down for Seattle. Now it's Mike Cameron. Scott Brocious, a 5-4-3 double play. And Pettitte says, right on. Bottom 9, who else? It's Mariano Rivera. 2 outs, runner at first. Edgar Martinez, a tying run at the plate. Broken bat, Tino Martinez to Rivera. Ball game. The Yanks win Game 1, 4-2. Again, Seeley gives up 3 runs in 6 innings. Now 0-5 in his playoff career with 4 of the losses coming against the Yanks. Again, no run support. The Mariners with just 1 run while Seeley was in the game. 8 innings for Pettitte.
Against Edgar Martinez, who's worn him out. 2 of 6, couple of home runs, but not this time. Instead, it'll be a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. Top 2, Garcia facing Scott Brocious, who's really been struggling. 1 of 20, no extra base hits in the postseason until now. A laser to left, Tino and Jorge Posada would score on the double, and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead in the second. A couple of batters later, Knobloch, who's also had a tough time against Garcia. He and Brocious combined 3 for 24 against him, but this is the postseason, and Knobloch, a little duck snort. There are 2 outs now. Mike Cameron tries to deke the ump, probably the right thing to do because he knows he didn't catch it, and Brocious was running on the crack of the bat. Maybe you could argue he should have made the throw because he didn't catch it. Great call by the ump, but not likely he would have gotten the man at the plate anyway, so he tried to get away with it and could not. 3-0 in the third. This time, Cameron leaves no doubt. Spectacular play against the wall on Bernie Williams. This will not be ruled a trap. Great play out in center field by Cameron. Bottom 3, Musina facing Ichiro. Ichiro, the fly ball in deep center, and Bernie, little hit. Bernie Williams with a rare, the rarest of rare postseason errors, and Ichiro's on second with the 2-base error. The next batter, Mark McLemore, does not hit the ball to the right side, does not advance the man. Knobloch is there, and Ichiro can't move. Then it's Brett Boone, 3 for 24 in the postseason. He flies to Bernie in center. Ichiro tag and go to third, 2 outs, and then Edgar again. And this time, Williams will put another one away, and the Mariners can't capitalize on the big opportunity. Bottom 4, Mussina against Stan Javier. Of all the Mariners in the lineup, Javier had fewer homers in the regular season than anyone, but a big one there. A 2-run shot, his first ever in the postseason. The M's trail 3-2. Bottom 6, Mussina against Edgar again. And Edgar does not have Mussina lined up, and neither does Cameron. Mussina looked as if he was getting stronger, but he was done after that one in the 6th. Bottom 7, Ramiro Mendoza going to put Ichiro on, and he was the go-ahead run, and it worked out perfectly because everything Torrey touches in the postseason turns to gold. McLemore grounds to Tino at first. It ends the inning. Bottom 8, Boone again against Mendoza. Alfonso Soriano, Boone-esque with his arm at second base. Still in the bottom of the 8th, Mariano Rivera on for extra work. Olru to first. Tino going for the lead runner, and Jeter, does he ever have his back? A great play to get the lead runner, and then the next batter is Mike Cameron. Filth for Mariano, inning over. And it's David Bell, and that's your ball game. And just like that, Joe Torre going back to New York with a 2-0 lead in the series. The Yankees win the game 3-2. Chuck Knobloch has 5 hits in this series.
Players. Bernie Williams put the Yankees up 2-0, but in the 3rd, Alfonso Soriano is looking to make it 3-0 when Stan Javier does that. One of those plays you may want to look back on if the M's do come back in this series. Great catch. Just ask Derek Jeter. Still 2-0, bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 5th. Brett Boone up. 141 RBIs during the regular season. No RBIs in the postseason until this. Chuck Knobloch up, came loose. 2 runs will score. Take another look. Yankee fans were wishing this was football because then the ground could cause a fumble and then the catch would count. Top of the 6th, we're tied at 2, and then the M's bats wake up. And one of those bats that had been asleep comes alive. John Olrud off of El Duque. Olrud's first home run of the postseason, 3-2 Mariners. That's their first lead in the series. El Duque came in, 9-1 in the postseason in his career. Then it's Stan Javier, past a diving Derek Jeter. And then after the single by Javier, Mike Cameron would walk. A more patient Mariner lineup this time around. El Duque upset. Mike Stanton is in. Dan Wilson pinch hitting. The bunt is laid down. Stanton. Big mental error by a member of the Yankees. We just don't see this, but we did on this day. Javier scores 4-2 now. After a David Bell fly-up, Stanton intentionally walks Ichiro to load the bases to face Mark McLemore. We were talking about Mariners bats waking up. Here's another. In the gap, a bases-clearing triple, and the Mariners would break it open 7-2. In front of a stunned, sold-out Yankee crowd, and Torrey gives Stanton the hook and brings in, the guy you never thought you'd see, Mark Wohlers. The first batter Wohlers would face would be Brett Boone. The confidence is back. Muscles that for a 2-run home run, dead center field yet. First homer of the postseason for Brett Boone. They're shocked. Mariners would cruise 14-3. Seattle back in this series now down 2-1. The 14 runs by Seattle, the most in ALCS history. The Yankee bullpen, 7 earned runs allowed in 6 innings. The story for Seattle, Mark McLemore, Brett Boone, John Olrud. They combined to go 6 for 14, driving in 10 of the 14 runs.
Mariners top 1, Ichiro leading off. Check swinging. Did he go around? Yeah, he did. 2 batters later, it's Brett Boone. Swinging. Rocket gets 2 of the first 3 on strikes. Top 3, 2 on, 2 outs for the ever-dangerous Edgar Martinez. Popped up. Jorge Posada flips the mask. Clemens, 5 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikes, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Bottom 4, 2 on, 2 out for Paul O'Neill. Abbott gets from the ground to John Olrud. Retire the side. Scoreless through 4. Bottom 5 after Soriano walked. Stole second. 3-2 pitch to Chuck Knobloch is high. Walk number 8 for Abbott. 1 shy of the all-time record for walks in an LCS set by Mike Cuellar in '74. So with Norm Charlton warming up, Abbott gets Derek Jeter with 2 on and 1 out to fly out to Ichiro. Next batter is David Justice. And Abbott holds the Yankees hitless through 5. First time in postseason history the Yankees have been no-hit through 5 innings. He had 8 walks though. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out. Norm Charlton in against Tino Martinez. Down the left field line, Scenario can't get it. Ground rule double, first hit of the game for the Yankees. A walk by Shane Spencer later on loaded the bases. Jeff Nelson coming in, former Yankee, gets Scott Brocious in an inning ending 4-6-3, double play, scoreless through 7. Top 8, no score. It's Ramiro Mendoza in the game. Brett Boone hits this one deep to left, his head hanging. Perhaps he didn't think he got it all, but he got it all. Out, deep and gone. Second homer in as many days for Boone, 1-0 Mariners. Bottom of the 8th, Bernie Williams against Arthur Rhodes. He gets all of that one. We're tied on Bernie's 15th all-time postseason homer, setting the stage in the bottom of the 9th for Alfonso Soriano.
Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball, deep in the right center. Ichiro going back, still going back to the wall. He jumps. It is gone! A home run! The Yankees have won it! Alfonso Soriano goes yard, and the Yankees have won the game.
John Miller with the call of the first ever postseason walk-off home run by a rookie. And it's hit by Alfonso Soriano. What a well-pitched ball game this was. Both teams had just 1 hit through 8 innings. Both teams combined to leave 14 runners on base. The Yankees have now won postseason games this year with just 2 and now 4 hits. Center showcase and winning their 3 straight World Series. Yanks were 10-2 in series-clinching games. And the first inning with 1 out, Mike Cameron off of Andy Pettitte past Scott Brocious down the left field line. And with Cameron coming up at second, Brocious pointing to something that's distracting him. It's the bunting, and the mayor of New York passes a city ordinance to remove that bunting. We flash back to Game 3 where Chuck Knobloch can't handle the Brett Boone blooper. That allowed the first 2 of 14 Mariner runs to score in Game 3. Well, with 2 outs and Cameron on second. In the first, it's Edgar Martinez to left. And Chuck Knobloch makes a great shoestring catch to get the Yankees out of trouble in the first. Great defense by Knobloch all year long in left field. Solid defense that Andy Pettitte is appreciative of. Bottom 3, no score. Aaron Seeley against Scott Brocious. David Bell, an error, and oh, that is blood in the water to the Yankees right around these days. Next batter, Game 4 hero, Alfonso Soriano, base hit. 2 on, no out. Aaron Seeley, who would become the first ever 0-6 pitcher in postseason history with a loss, is in the soup. Next batter, here's some bunting the Yankees don't mind. Chuck Knobloch laying it down, moving the runners up into scoring position with 1 out. 4, the division series hero, Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
It's a sac fly. 23rd career postseason RBI for Jeter. First RBI of the ALCS. 1-0 Yanks. Next batter, David Justice with 2 outs, and Justice has served the curve that he serves in the right field. A double for Justice. 26th career LCS RBI for him. That's a major league record. 2-0 Yanks. Now batting, Bernie Williams. Number 51. And he busts out the whooping stick. First player to belt a homer in 3 straight games of an ALCS. First Yankee to homer in 3 straight games of any postseason series since Reggie did it in the 77 World Series. 4-0 Yanks. Bottom 4, same score. It's Paul O'Neill busting out the whooping stick. His 11th career postseason homer. 3rd off of Seeley. 2nd of the series. And which one's the construction worker? Top 6, same score. Pettitte against Edgar Martinez. Scott Brocious with a great diving catch. Brocious is seeing just fine now. Top 8, 9-3 Yanks. Mike Stanton against Stan Javier. Could be the last at-bat of his illustrious career. Brocious is just pretty much in his zone defensively right about now. Bottom 8, 9-3 Yanks. Tino Martinez. That's your cherry on top. A 3-run shot puts the Yankees up 12-3. The mayor is loving. Mariners bumming. So with a 9-run lead in the 9th, why not bring in the best ever postseason reliever ever? Why not to close it out?
Rivera, deal, swung on and line to right, charging as Spencer. He makes the catch. A diving catch, Spencer. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Like the 1906 Cubs, the Mariners win 116 regular season games, but do not win it all. And like the division series, the mayor invited onto the field by Joe Torre to celebrate with the New York Yankees, and they celebrated the 38th American League pennant for the New York Yankees, but it's the first time that they, or any team for that matter, has won 4 straight league championship series in either league. The Yankees improved to 17-5 all-time in postseason starts made by Andy Pettitte, who wins Game 1, Game 5, and the MVP. The Yanks have now won a Major League record 11 straight postseason series, and they'll defend their 3 World Series titles against the Diamondbacks in Arizona Saturday night. Thus, no Game 6 back in Seattle as once promised.
First of all, I won't say it again. Okay? I won't. You live and learn, you know. But I'll tell you this, if they say it in New York, it's okay. If they say it in other parts of the country, well, they take a little differently. But I just had confidence in my team, and that was it.
I realized, and the players realized, that all of a sudden our responsibility was more than just to baseball fans. It was to the city of New York, to represent them and bring a smile to their face, because we're still trying to dig out. And I don't know if it'll ever be the same, but I so far, we're working like hell to try to, give them a little rest from the weariness they've experienced.
Who would have thunk it? 8 days after taking the field in Oakland down 0-2.